A sharp electronic chime echoed in the confined cabin. Beep, beep. Warning, warning. The life support system has malfunctioned. Please repair immediately. Current oxygen reserves will last for 10 minutes. Current cabin temperature is minus 15 degrees Celsius and will drop to minus 55 degrees in 5 minutes. Please repair the malfunction as soon as possible. As other transmigrators all seem to travel to ancient times, crushing the natives with technology and knowledge, I, on the other hand, have been thrown thousands of years into the future, into an interstellar era of explosive technological advancement. How is that even fair? And now they expect me to carry out repairs when I am no better than some primitive savage in this place. What am I even supposed to recognize here? I have crossed into an interstellar age where technology has exploded, and that is supposed to be reasonable. And they still want me to fix things when I am like some primitive human here, utterly ignorant of what I am looking at. Lin Yang trembled from the cold. Staring at the cluster of glowing components beneath the control console, he felt a headache rising. Just moments ago, he had been taking a nap at noon. When he opened his eyes, he realized he had transmigrated. He had not arrived in some technologically backward ancient era, but in a high-tech world that had already embarked on grand interstellar voyages. At this moment, he was inside a crippled shuttlecraft. When he looked out through the observation window, it seemed that a space battle had only just taken place. Countless shattered warship hulks drifted in the void. Inside the 10-meter-long shuttle, he was completely alone. The main propulsion system was damaged and could no longer provide thrust. The life support system was also severely compromised. He was facing weightlessness, extreme low temperatures, and dwindling oxygen. This was too much. This kind of transmigration was outright malicious. Suddenly, a crisp chime sounded in his mind. Given that the host's cognition is outdated and his knowledge severely lacking, this system will now activate guidance mode. A system. In that instant, he truly experienced what it meant to find a lifeline at the brink of death. System, quick, give me a grand gift pack. God-tier cultivation arts, holy-grade pills, peerless divine artifacts. Don't be stingy, I am your host after all. This is not a Xuanhuan world. There are none of the items the host has requested. Please be more realistic and open the novice gift pack first. Find a novice pack is better than nothing. Open it. A low hum resonated in his mind. Lin Yang's consciousness left his body and merged with the shuttlecraft as one. When the sound faded, his awareness returned to his physical form. Congratulations. The host has opened the novice gift pack and achieved consciousness symbiosis with the shuttlecraft. If the shuttlecraft is scrapped, the host will die along with it. System, you damn thing. Is this what you call a novice gift pack? This is daylight robbery. The shuttle is about to be scrapped. Please calm down, host. Now you are able to comprehend the shuttlecraft and thereby repair its malfunctions. This shuttle is the supreme crystallization of a high-dimensional god-level civilization, far from ordinary. In time, you will discover its wondrous nature. A gift from a high-dimensional god-level civilization. I take back what I said. After steadying his emotions, Lin Yang indeed found that the shuttle was no longer unfamiliar to him. It felt as though he understood its structure as intimately as his own body. The control units beneath the console suddenly made sense to him as well. He pulled out the damaged gravity return valve, the temperature regulation fuse, and the air circulation module. From the spare parts box, he found new replacements. Once installed, he slowly descended from his floating state back onto the seat. The temperature rose rapidly and fresh air began to flow smoothly again. The shrill alarm in the cabin finally ceased. Leaving the seat, Lin Yang moved to the rear and located the engine control panel. After removing its cover, he discovered several transparent card-like modules that had been burned out. He fetched identical components from the spare parts box and replaced them. In the next second, the shuttle's engine roared back to life. Beautiful. Even he was astonished by his own repair efficiency. He had never expected that after achieving consciousness symbiosis with the shuttle, repairs would become so effortless. Just as he was preparing to study how to pilot the craft, a wave of exhaustion and weakness slowly washed over him. Why am I so tired? I feel like I could sleep for days. What's happening? Host, the shuttle must consume the life energy of its symbiotic partner to maintain its evolutionary functions and operations on the spiritual consciousness level. System, you're killing me here. Please evolve it into a large warship as soon as possible. Once its inherent energy becomes vast enough, it will in turn bestow upon you inexhaustible life energy. Alternatively, you may recruit crew members. For each crew member recruited, the host will permanently gain 10 points of life energy. Your current energy value is 100, the normal level for a human. How do I evolve it? Ahem, my tone just now was a bit loud. System, may I ask how to evolve it, how to recruit crew members, and also how I can return to a human base? The system fell silent for a moment, then presented a textual interface. It has opened 3 categories of tasks for the host: main quest, growth quest, and challenge quest. Completing quests or destroying warships will grant evolution points needed to purchase goods and upgrade the warship. Main quest: 1. Return voyage. Return to the Sirius base in the asteroid belt. Register as a drifter. Officially become a free citizen. Evolution points 50. Growth quest: 1 First Evolution. Grant the shuttlecraft offensive capabilities evolution points 50. Challenge quest, 1 First Blood. Destroy a ship in your first battle evolution points 100. Current evolution points 10. The system only listed the quests without indicating how to accomplish them. Lin Yang could only feel his way forward. Fortunately, after achieving consciousness symbiosis, he now had detailed knowledge of the shuttle. He tapped the console screen, calling up the star navigation map. He clicked on coordinate identification and discovered that he was drifting in a barren star region between Jupiter and the asteroid belt. At the shuttle speed, it would take 15 days to return to the asteroid belt. Time was not the issue. The real problem was the lack of food. Lin Yang activated the radar and gently piloted the shuttle to scan among the drifting warship wreckage. He hoped to find something edible. Piloting a spacecraft through outer space for the first time, he felt as if he were gliding through water. With consciousness symbiosis, the ship felt like a second body. He felt like a fish swimming through an endless sea. Damaged energy modules, incomplete anti-gravity generators, half a shield engine. The identification results kept making Lin Yang shake his head. Suddenly, one line of text caught his attention: Dragonfly Type K missile. Missiles in the interstellar age. Shouldn't laser fire be filling the skies instead? Guided weapons possess ultra-long range, automatic tracking, high maneuverability, automatic evasion, and even faster thermite flight. Advantages that laser weapons lack. They are an indispensable firepower configuration for combat spacecraft. The system promptly resolved Lin Yang's doubts. If I recover it and use it for evolution, won't that complete a quest? Lin Yang's heart leapt with delight. He immediately piloted the shuttle over to retrieve it. Soon after, he scanned another item, a set of Cobra-typed ion pulse cannons. After the mechanical arms had hauled everything in, an evolution option appeared on the screen, detected evolvable materials, Dragonfly Type K, missile, Cobra-typed ion pulse cannon. Proceed with evolution. When he pressed the evolution button, he discovered that the ion pulse cannon required 20 evolution points and 20 minutes, while he only had enough points to select the Dragonfly missile. Combat module evolution initiated. Dragonfly Type K, missile duration 10 minutes, cost 10 evolution points. During those 10 minutes of evolution, Lin Yang did not remain idle. He actually managed to skin food. Star Citizen ration pack, bean combination pack, vegetable pack, cooked meat pack, vitamin tablets, purified water. When he retrieved it, he saw it was a plastic container with a large hole torn in it. Inside, only 10 ration packs remained. If he rationed them carefully, they would last 10 days. Before he could open one to inspect it, a light warship approached. When it was still 500 meters away, it suddenly emitted a tractor beam that locked firmly onto the shuttle. A video feed of a vicious-looking man immediately appeared on the screen. Person in the shuttle, shut down your engine at once, or I will open fire immediately. You have been captured by me. From now on, you are my slave. Your soul belongs to me. Lin Yang's heart lurched. He had never imagined that in a world so technologically advanced, in an age of grand interstellar voyages, such primitive slavery would still persist. Beep. Evolution complete. Dragonfly Type K missile is now operational. Congratulations to the host for completing growth quest 1 First Evolution. Evolution points 50. Current evolution points 50. Looks like I am about to complete a challenge quest as well. Instead of shutting down the engine, Lin Yang immediately pressed the missile launch button. This is absurd. How can a shuttlecraft fire missiles? The people aboard the light warship on the opposite side were completely unprepared. The Dragonfly-class missile had a flight speed of Mach 100, exceeding 1.0 kilometers per hour. With the added pull of the warship's tractor beam, its speed increased even further. The enemy had no time to react at all. Boom. A burst of dazzling light flared across the void. The shuttlecraft was hurled backward by the wave of explosive energy. In vacuum, no sound could travel, yet the expanding blast of energy resembled a shockwave in form. The sweeping energy wave struck the shuttle, setting it violently rocking and allowing Lin Yang to indirectly experience the sheer force of the explosion. Several minutes later, he finally stabilized the spinning shuttlecraft. A mechanical voice sounded in his mind. You have destroyed a Razor-class light fighter, evolution points 100. Congratulations, host. Challenge mission 1 First Blood completed, evolution points 100, current evolution points 250. Growth mission updated 2 Comprehensive evolution. Complete comprehensive evolution of the propulsion, combat, energy, auxiliary, and ship systems, bringing the shuttlecraft to a saturated state, evolution points 100. Challenge mission updated 2 Coordinated combat. Command at least 1 crew member, cooperate in battle and destroy at least 3 enemy warships, evolution points 200. Lin Yang carefully analyzed the tasks. Beyond offensive firepower, he still needed to evolve defensive shields before he could truly complete the combat systems evolution. By now, there were no usable evolutionary materials left in the battlefield wreckage. Nor could he find any food. He had no choice but to open the evolution mall in search of an opportunity. The mall interface displayed 10 showcase slots, and the items within made his eyes light up. Cheetah class pulse engine, Black Rhino a class shield generator, wide-eared bat a class radar. All of these components were essential for the shuttle's evolution. He discovered that every type of component was named after animals from Blue Star. The animals' habits and traits corresponded intriguingly with the functions of the components. The further back the model letter was in the alphabet, the higher the version and the better the performance it represented. The power output of the Black Rhino a class shield was, for instance, lower than that of the class. The evolution mall refreshed every 30 days or could be refreshed by spending 500 evolution points. The first refresh was free. After a moment's thought, Lin Yang decided to take a bold gamble. Turn my bicycle into a motorbike. Give me something truly powerful. Refresh. Congratulations. The host's luck has exploded. The evolution mall has generated a legendary grade item. Huh. Ha ha ha, have I become a chosen lucky emperor. A single golden item had appeared in the mall. Kering's class pulse engine, a conventional propulsion engine suitable for small and medium-sized vessels with a maximum speed of Mach 200-24500 km per hour and an acceleration time of 2.5 seconds to cover 10,000 kilometers. Damn, it's faster than a missile. I'll be able to return to Gusen Star in just 3 days. The system's calm voice cut in, please do not be blindly optimistic. With the shuttle's current energy output, the Kirin engine can only operate at 10 of its capacity. Even so, it's better than nothing. I'll take it. Given his urgent need to return to the Gusen Star base in the asteroid belt, Lin Yang immediately spent 200 evolution points to purchase the Kering's class small pulse engine. He then spent 50 minutes and 50 evolution points to carry out the evolution. Before that, Lin Yang first plotted a return course to Gusen Star. Once the shuttle reached its maximum current speed, he shut down the engine and continued forward on inertia. Only then did he begin evolving the engine. 50 minutes later, as Lin Yang was browsing information about contemporary human society, a prompt sounded in his mind. Beep. Evolution successful. Kering's class small pulse engine installed and fully compatible. Maximum speed Mach 210 km, acceleration time 2.5 seconds. Current energy output insufficient. Maximum achievable speed limited to Mach 20. Growth mission comprehensive evolution completion 30. The discarded hamster class ion engine remains functional. The host may choose to sell it at the base or recycle it through the evolution mall. Lin Yang immediately pushed the shuttle's speed to its new maximum. At this pace, he would be able to return to Gusen Star in just 10 days. At last, he no longer had to fret over food. When he opened the mall again, he saw that the discarded engine was worth 20 evolution points. He immediately chose to recycle it. The 20 evolution points he obtained were just enough to evolve a Cobra-class ion pulse cannon. 10 days later, exhausted by hunger and thirst, Lin Yang was lying on the operator's chair asleep. Suddenly, a voice crackled through the communicator. Hamster-class modified shuttle, state your identity and origin, or you are forbidden from entering Gusen Star's defensive perimeter. Refugee Lin Yang. The Humpback-class transport ship I was aboard was destroyed by interstellar pirates. I barely managed to return using the remaining food supplies. Lin Yang was overwhelmed with emotion. He had finally made it back to the base. Over those 10 days, he had come to understand the structure and level of civilization of the current world. He had also learned from a navigation briefing that the space wreck where he first appeared was a minor transport ship that had been destroyed. On the other end of the communication, there was a brief pause before the interrogator pressed on. How did you modify the shuttle into that form? It was a pirate attack craft that I seized. You were originally a miner. Yes. I was never registered with any of the 3 factions, but now I have my own warship. I am a free man, no longer an anonymous miner. No one will confiscate your shuttle. Please dock at berth B7 and complete drifter registration. In this world, miners held a lowly status. They were not protected by the governments of Blue Star Mars or the asteroid belt. In the records of the Human Alliance, their names did not exist at all. Yet whether miner or slave, as long as one possessed a ship of one's own, one could become a free man at the very bottom of society, a drifter. As a free man, one could freely enter and leave the bases on Mars and in the asteroid belt. Unregistered people, by contrast, were outside any governmental protection and could be captured by free men, enslaved, or sold at will. Lin Yang sighed at the cruelty of this world. At the same time, he was grateful to have crossed into this world with such an identity, sparing himself countless investigative troubles. The Asteroid Belt Administration processed the registration of his shuttlecraft for him. They issued him an identity tag as a free man. Immediately afterward, a familiar prompt echoed in his mind. Congratulations, host. Main mission 1 return completed. Evolution points 50. Current evolution points 50. Main mission updated. 2 first mate. Recruit a chief mate and embark on a journey among the stars. Evolution points 100. A man beside him chuckled. Kid, you're really lucky. From now on, you've overturned your fate. You're no longer a miner. Well, interested in joining a transport fleet? Split the profits 50-50 with the company. Thank you, but I don't need that for now. Gusen star was a dwarf planet in the asteroid belt with a diameter of only 950 kilometers. Mining was the backbone of its economy. Most of the transport fleet's assignments were moving or. Lin Yang left the registration office and headed straight for the mercenary docks. Once there, he found a sheet of paper and quickly wrote out a recruitment notice, hiring one chief mate for a warship. Generous benefits, limitless prospects. Personally recruited by the captain. Sincere invitation to join. He held the sign aloft for quite some time as people streamed past. No one paid him any mind. Feeling his stomach grow more and more empty and parched, he finally squatted down helplessly. Hey, still hiring? Yes, I've been waiting for you. When Lin Yang looked up, he saw a girl of about 20. Her beauty was incomparable, her eyes as lively as the galaxy itself. She was elegantly dressed with a faintly aloof temperament. At first glance, she did not look like someone with any combat ability at all, more like a pampered young lady. What? Am I not qualified? No. You're very welcome to join. May I ask your name, age, and what salary you expect? Lin Yang thought to himself that having anyone willing to apply was already a blessing. There was no room to be picky. Why demand luxury when he was starving? If he kept trying to be choosy, his stomach would lodge a protest. Huang Yuexi, age confidential. Salary doesn't matter, so long as I have a place to stay and enough food to eat. Those are hardly minor demands. What? Nothing. Hee. Let's eat first. Chief Mate Huang Yuexi, may I ask whether you have any money on you? What? To join your warship, I have to treat you to a meal first. You're overthinking it. Eating together is just to build rapport and get to know each other. Gurgle. Huang Yuexi glanced at Lin Yang's stomach. She suddenly felt as though she'd been tricked. A shard of coldness flashed through her eyes. No need for more words. Let's go. I hope you truly have a warship. Otherwise, this will be your last meal. During a meal, the two of them consumed enough for 5 people. Lin Yang ate 3 portions while Huang Yuexi had 2. It was evident that they were both hungry. Lin Yang understood the deeper meaning behind Huang Yuexi's words about this being their last meal. Huang Yuexi had run out of money spending the last 50 star coins she had. Captain, you ate 3 portions, yet look so weak and feeble. Isn't that a bit excessive? Yuexi, I'm not pretending. After 10 days of travel, I'm a bit sleep deprived. In truth, the shuttle was draining his life energy. No matter how full he felt, it couldn't alleviate his fatigue. Alright, let's leave it at that. Why is the battleship only manned by you? Where are the original crew members? There was only me as captain from the start. You are the first crew member I recruited. Look, the ship equipped with the Cobra-type ion pulse cannon at the dock is our battleship. Huang Yuexi suddenly stopped in her tracks, her fists clenched. That's a small shuttle. How can you call it a battleship? A vessel capable of combat is a battleship, isn't it? Hey, don't get mad. I used it to destroy a Razor-class. Huang Yuexi was speechless. With no money and no place to stay aside from Lin Yang's stolen ship, she had nowhere else to go. Continuing to wander at the dock could easily lead to capture by bounty hunters who would sell her into a mining camp. Just my luck. Let's go inside and take a look. Phew, Lin Yang breathed a sigh of relief. He had managed to bluff his way through. First, he needed to complete the main quest. Right now, he had nothing but his wits. After entering the shuttle, Lin Yang opened the control panel. I haven't named the battleship yet. Yuexi, do you have any good names? No, I'm not interested. Then we'll talk about it later. Let's register your genetic information to grant you the first officer's permissions. Huang Yuexi placed her index finger on the genetic registration device. After extracting the genetic chain from her epidermal cells, Lin Yang quickly added her name to the first officer. Congratulations, host, you have completed the main quest. 2 first officer evolution points, 100 current evolution points, 150 successfully recruited, 1 crew member permanent life energy, 10 current energy, 110 in an instant. Lin Yang felt a surge of mysterious energy flow into his body. The fatigue he had felt was completely swept away. His dark circles vanished, his sunken cheeks filled out, and his bent back straightened with a snap. This feeling. Incredible. What are you doing? Huang Yuexi looked at him in surprise, having just seen him in a half-dead state. Suddenly, he appeared full of life. Nothing much, I just feel that the future is bright. I should head to the dock to find some work. It'd be best if I could recruit more crew members along the way. Main quest, 3 The Way of Survival. Go to the labor or bounty dock to accept in a level commission and complete it to earn labor fees or bounty evolution points. 200 Lin Yang was eager to check out the dock. Huang Yuexi shook her head in disbelief. We can't even scrape together a star coin, and aside from me, no one wants to join. By the way, I have something to say. Go ahead. After you die, this little shuttle will belong to me, right? Cough, huh? Lin Yang frowned slightly. First, this is a Star River-class battleship, not a small shuttle. Secondly, you're not my wife, so you can't inherit my... He saw the icy look in Huang Yuexi's eyes. Lin Yang scoffed dismissively. Can't you tell when I'm joking? If I were to die, you as the first officer would definitely be the primary heir. I'm just giving you a heads up, not seeking your opinion. Captain, your Star River-class battleship actually. Just as Huang Yuexi was about to mock him, she accidentally opened the shuttle's structural diagram. Seeing the Qilin X small pulse engine on the screen, her heart jolted. This is the legendary top engine of the human Qilin fleet. It's a medium-sized one, don't get too excited, Lin Yang said proudly. Even a medium-sized one can be exchanged for 10 Razor-class light fighters, let alone this high-version type, the legendary Legend. Oh, it's that precious. This type of engine is highly sought after in reconnaissance teams or exploration circles, so this is your trump card. I have many trump cards, you will understand gradually. Just like you have some hidden cards as well. Lin Yang had already seen that Huang Yuexi was no ordinary person. A seemingly weak and unarmed, beautiful girl who could wander the dock without a care. Instead of applying to large battleships, she came to hide in his. Moreover, she had detailed knowledge about the legendary Qilin fleet's engine. Her origins were undoubtedly mysterious, equal to his own. Huang Yuexi smiled calmly. Let's go, Captain, to the bounty dock. That's why you're my first officer, we think alike. Working isn't an option, we should become bounty hunters. The labor dock only posts some labor or recruitment news. All bounties related to combat are posted at the bounty dock. The highest is SS level with substantial rewards and extremely high risk. The lowest is a level. These are tasks like escorting, defending, or clearing space debris. After registering the battleship, Lin Yang accepted a task to escort spinach for a space farm. From Sirius to Vesta, the transport team was responsible for food and energy battery consumption. The round trip took 20 days with a reward of 5,000 star coins. When the transport team leader saw it was a shuttle, he couldn't help but complain. Are you joking? With this firepower and modification style, are you trying to make interstellar pirates laugh to death? Whether I make you laugh to death or mad doesn't matter, just ensure you return safely, right? I won't pick on you, so don't pick on me. Better end this joke quickly. You should withdraw from the task, we need to change people. 20 days for 5,000 star coins, and it's been 7 days since the task was posted without anyone taking it. Are you planning to keep delaying it? If it keeps being delayed, your farm might go bankrupt. Don't blame us if you die on the way. Let's set off. Last question, does anyone want to join me? Joining now is like getting in on the ground floor. I still have positions for a chief engineer, security officer, and communication officer. Does your little shuttle even have an engine room? Shut up, brother. Ooh, I feel embarrassed for you. Huang Yuexi hurriedly tugged at Lin Yang's clothes. Please stop, what's indeed a bit embarrassing. TCH. Lin Yang felt no fluctuation in his heart. Soon the transport team and the shuttle left the port. 5 Razor-class light fighters from the bounty dock then set off, following their course. Peter, are you sure that shuttle is the one that killed Kira? No doubt Kira went scavenging on that battlefield bragging about capturing a slave. The video showed this shuttle, but with an added ion cannon. Once we leave the Ceres star domain, send a message to the transport team. We are only targeting that shuttle, not pirates. Understood. Half an hour later, the transport team exited the current star domain. Suddenly 5 light fighters chased after them. Captain, we've been targeted. The other party sent a video communication. Upon connection, a fierce bounty hunter appeared. Kid, let me make it clear, Kira, whom you killed before, was from the vulture hunting team. Dare to offend us, and you won't leave the asteroid belt alive. Pew, pew, pew. Several ion cannon shots came flying. Lin Yang quickly rolled the shuttle to dodge. Meanwhile, Huang Yuexi in the co-pilot seat initiated a counterattack with the Cobra-type ion pulse cannon. Pew. After firing, the ion energy projectile quickly expanded. It grew larger than the shuttle itself. Just one shot pierced the opponent's battleship shield. Boom. A flash of light erupted. The foremost fighter exploded, and the shockwave rushed towards them. My God, the pulse cannon is that powerful. Host, the power of the Cobra-type ion cannon isn't that great. Currently, it seems the energy projectile has been enhanced several times, and the reason lies with First Officer Huang Yuexi. I found a treasure in her, she's glowing in front. Where are you looking? Huang Yuexi's cheeks flushed. You're shining, and am not blind, I couldn't help but look. Focus on piloting your battleship, leave the fighting to me. Huang Yuexi suddenly pulled a necklace from her clothes. It was an oval-shaped pendant the size of a coin, blue and white, releasing ion pulse blasts with each shot. The pendant on her chest emitted a dazzling white light. The ion energy projectile, leaving the cannon, instantly increased in power by several times. This pendant is my trump card. When the time is right, I will explain. Boom, the shuttle shook violently. Another enemy fighter was destroyed outside. Immediately, a flash of white light appeared. Another shuttle exploded. Congratulations, host, you have completed the challenge task. 2 coordinated combat evolution points, 200 destroyed. 3 Razor-class light fighters gained 300 evolution points. Current evolution points, 650. Challenge task updated. 3 rooting out, annihilate the entire vulture hunting group. Make a name for yourself. Evolution points 1000. They ran away. The remaining 2 enemy fighters fled in panic. Captain, there are 96 members of the vulture hunting group, 25 battleships, and the leader is nicknamed Vulture, real name Joyce, a disciple of the legendary Martian hunter Gus. They are not well known in the asteroid belt, but backed by the high-level Gus hunting group, they are a troublesome enemy. Yuexi, how do you know so much? Don't you go online usually? It's hard to find such insider information. Well, I found it by accident. Then I hope you often find some insider news by accident. Lin Yang understood without pointing it out. He then sent a communication to the transport team. Crisis averted. If you find any abnormalities next time, I hope the captain will inform me in time. You know my radar range is limited and can't compare to your transport ships. Mr. Lin misunderstood, or I was playing cards in the rear cabin just now and didn't notice the battleship chasing us. After this mission is completed, how about an extra 3,000 star coins as a reward? After witnessing the terrifying combat power of the shuttle, the transport team no longer looked down on them. They feared Lin Yang would blame them for not informing him about the Vulture Hunting Group's news. They hurriedly offered to increase the payment. Very well, I like to cooperate with those who are straightforward. Let's continue at full speed. Lin Yang closed the communication. He closed his eyes and lay back in the pilot's seat, opening the evolution shop to browse. The Black Rhino type shield generator, Wild Buffalo type energy booster, wide-eared battle type radar, and a Water Otter type steam shower room. Considering the evolution costs, this will just about do. What are you mumbling about? Huang Yuexi looked at Lin Yang in surprise. You'll know soon enough. Oh, aren't you going to tell me about the origin of your necklace? You'd better not pry. It's for your own good. Knowing too much can be dangerous. Its secret can affect all of humanity. Let's not pry into each other's secrets. I've set the autopilot. Once the battle is over, let's take a break. The two leaned back in their seats, closing their eyes to rest. Beep. Evolution complete. Water Otter type steam shower room has been installed, and is compatible. Black Rhino type shield has been installed, and is compatible. Recycling hamster type shield evolution points 20. Wild Buffalo type energy booster has been installed, and is compatible. Recycling hamster grade energy adapter evolution points 20. Wide-eared battle type radar has been installed, and is compatible. Recycling hamster grade radar evolution points 20. Congratulations, host, you have completed the growth task. 2 comprehensive evolution points 100. Current evolution points 160. Growth task updated. 3 rebirth. Evolve the shuttle's hull structure into a light fighter evolution points 500. 2 hours later. Lin Yang's mind echoed with a prompt sound. The next evolution would be somewhat challenging. He hadn't encountered a hull structure in the evolution shop before. It seemed he needed to gather evolution points to refresh the shop. Hiss! Huang Yuexi in the co-pilot seat suddenly gasped. She was startled awake by the slight shake of the evolving shuttle. When she opened the control screen to check the details of the ship's body, her eyes widened in disbelief. The basic shield, which could only withstand space debris or small rocks, had transformed into combat-grade Black Rhino shields. The power of the energy adapter had doubled. It could now utilize 20 of the Qilin engine's capabilities instead of just 10. The maximum speed reached 40 Mach or 49000 kilometers per hour. The radar had also been upgraded to battleship level. Most incredibly, there was now a steam shower room in the cabin. Huang Yuexi looked at Lin Yang in shock. What exactly is his trump card? No wonder the heart of the galaxy guided me to him. It seems I found the right person. Haha. Lin Yang yawned and got up. He smiled and said, aside from eating, drinking, and other necessities, we don't need to board the transport team's ship anymore. We can take a shower here in the sun and moon. Are you satisfied? Sun and moon. Yes, named after the yang in my name and the you in yours. The sun and moon is the name of this starship. A smile appeared on Huang Yuexi's face. That's a lovely name. Thank you for considering me a friend, Lin Yang. You just realized? I regarded you as a friend from the very first meeting. 7 days had passed in the blink of an eye. They had completed 70 of the voyage. That day, Lin Yang and Huang Yuexi were discussing the unique challenge customs of the Sirius people when 7 bright spots suddenly appeared on the radar interface. 3 curved blade-class medium fighters and 4 razor-class light fighters are coming towards us. Let's keep it quiet. The transport team doesn't know our radar has been upgraded. Let's see if they will alert us this time. Just as Lin Yang finished speaking, the transport team leader sent a voice message. Mr. Lin, 7 battleships are approaching. They are from the Vulture Hunting Group. They said they are not here to loot, but to take revenge. Can you please move a little further away for us? Thank you for the reminder, Captain. Don't worry, we won't involve you. Whoosh. The shuttle suddenly accelerated to a speed of 40 Mach. It surpassed the transport team and flew towards the Vulture Hunting Group, leaving the transport captain in shock. Is it really this fast? Is this the speed a shuttle should have? Captain, the firepower is also beyond what a shuttle should possess. It seems we've encountered a capable person. Let's recruit him for the next mission. The Razor-class light fighter was about 30 meters long. It could be piloted by 1 person. The curved blade-class medium fighter was 50 meters long. At least 5 people were needed to operate it perfectly. Both firepower and shields were terrifying. This time, the Vulture Hunting Group dispatched 3 medium ships and 4 light ships, clearly not intending to let Lin Yang and his companion live for even a second. However, as soon as both sides entered firing range, 2 light fighters were destroyed and a medium fighter's shield. Lin Yang merged his consciousness with the shuttle. Closing his eyes and entering deep symbiosis mode, he felt as if he had become one with the ship. The shuttle moved with the agility of a fish in water. While easily dodging attacks, Huang Yuexi was also launching counterattacks. Every shot of the ion cannon was amplified by several times in power by her. The shields of the Vulture hunting group's fighters could not withstand it at all. One shot would penetrate a light fighter and 2 shots would cause an explosion. Medium fighters could not endure 3 shots of the ion cannon. The Sun and Moon shuttle's energy shields and propulsion had all been upgraded to the level of light or medium ships. Coupled with its small size, it was not easily locked onto. The advantage was even more pronounced. In just a few seconds, the battle was over. You have destroyed 4 Razor-class light fighters' evolution points, 400, 3 curved blade-class medium fighters' evolution points, 600, current evolution points 1160. Yuexi, scan the battlefield and salvage valuable wreckage. I'm going to take a nap. Are you that weak? You just fought for a few seconds and already need to rest. Yuexi, if you can't chat, don't force it. Lin Yang was extremely annoyed. He was not weak at all. Saying he needed to rest was actually to refresh the evolution shop quickly. Refresh, hurry up, and refresh. This is driving me crazy. Congratulations. The host has struck lucky and a legendary item has appeared in the shop. After spending 500 evolution points to refresh, 10 new products appeared in the mall. A golden lightweight fighter jet caught his attention. Triangular Spike class lightweight fighter jet, hull skeleton, a legendary fighter jet, the pinnacle of human technology from Blue Star. Length 30 meters with 10 meters height, 5 meters equipped with a double-deck interior, currently just a bare hull with no room layout. Hull material is type titanium alloy. Observation window material is E-type tempered aluminum. Laser weapon slots 8, empty missile weapon slots 4, empty shield slots 2, empty tractor beam slot empty. Lin Yang is in need of a hull skeleton. He did not expect to directly refresh a legendary item. Unfortunately, the cost is too high, requiring 1,000 evolution points. Currently, he has 660 left. He plans to quickly escort the transport team to complete the round-trip task to accumulate more evolution points. The next 3 days were relatively peaceful. He wondered what kind of counterattack the Vulture hunting group was preparing. Soon they arrived at the God of Fire Star, which was a bit smaller than the God of Valley Star. Before unloading, the transport captain transferred 8,000 star coins into his account. Captain, there's still half of the return trip task left. Why are you so quick to settle the payment? Mr. Lin, I didn't expect you to have such a deep grudge against the Vulture hunting group. I truly dare not trouble you with escorting anymore. This task is considered completed ahead of schedule. We can collaborate again next time if there's an opportunity. Congratulations, host, for completing the main quest. 3 The Way of Survival evolution points 200, current evolution points 860. Main quest updated, Force level commission. Complete in level commission at the labor or bounty dock, evolution points 500. The transport team sped away. They paid the full amount in advance and even added an extra 3,000. Lin Yang really couldn't complain. Beside him, Huang Yuexi said calmly, if we don't eliminate the Vulture hunting group, we won't be able to take on tasks in the future. Let's use this money to buy weapons and energy first. First, let's eat, then go to the labor dock to post recruitment information. We need at least 5 people. No one. I mean, if the Vulture hunting group is not eliminated, no one will join us. Fine. Okay, let's eat first, then go to the dock to buy weapons and finally arrange a duel with the Vulture hunting group. After eating, they went to the trade dock to sell the wreckage parts salvaged from the battlefield. They exchanged it for 2,000 star coins, and with the rewards there were 10,000 star coins in the account. They purchased 2 boxes of supplies for star citizens, enough for 2 people for a month. They also bought 2 phase pistols and phase assault rifles. Then they went to the dock to buy 10 energy batteries, 10 Dragonfly-type missiles, and 5 Mosquito-type interference missiles. After spending 10,000 star coins, only 200 were left. The shuttle was packed to the brim. Finally, they went to the bounty dock. The dock manager Galava received a letter of challenge addressed to the Vulture hunting group. The battlefield was set between the God of Fire Star and the God of Valley Star. Vulture Joyce immediately accepted the challenge. A betting event soon appeared at the bounty dock. Yuexi, what's our odds? 100 to 1. What a great opportunity, let's bet all 200. Moments later, Huang Yuexi returned to the shuttle with a faint smile. In a good mood. Made some money. Pretty much. When those people saw the shuttle and learned our ages, the odds skyrocketed. How much? 1,000 to 1. Haha, that's great. Set sail. Just thinking about the 2,000 star coins soon to be in hand made him excited. The corners of Lin Yang's mouth lifted higher than an AK. Huang Yuexi also smiled, immediately fastening her seatbelt. 2.5 days later, the shuttle arrived at the dual point at a speed of 40 Mach. However, the Vulture hunting group had not yet arrived. The maximum speed of the Razor-class ship is 35 Mach, the Scimitar-class ship is 30, and the near-space battleship eliminated by the Blue Star fleet 50 years ago cannot be faster than us. Yuexi, you're quite the encyclopedia. Don't praise me yet. Most of these warships, once they flow into the backward asteroid belt, have been modified. They might not be much faster than us. As soon as she finished speaking, a large number of light spots appeared on the radar. At a distance of 1.0 kilometers, there is 1 double-handed sword-class heavy fighter ship, 5 scimitar-class medium fighter ships, and 8 razor-class lightweight fighter ships. Combined with the previously destroyed 11 ships, that makes exactly 25. The entire Vulture hunting group is mobilized. Very good, saves us the trouble of searching one by one. Let's give them a heat-and blow. The shuttle sped forward. The violence-loving Vulture hunting group also raced over at full speed. Kid, you're dead. The process of executing you will be live-streamed in the asteroid belt. Or are you advertising for such filial piety? Grandpa will try to make it quick for you. Don't get cocky. You won't even have the chance to cry later. Just stepping on a few bugs, I'm not the compassionate Guanyin Bodhisattva. What's there to cry about? Damn, I hope your strength matches your tongue. That kid might be disappointed. Grandpa's combat power is even Huang Yuexi in the co-pilot seat looked at Lin Yang with a hint of disdain. Can you stop bickering with the Vulture? It seems we are really being live-streamed. Mind your image, otherwise it will affect your recruitment of crew members. Oh, understood. Ahem. Lin Yang cleared his throat. Good morning, asteroid. Last time's battleship explosion guess ended with a total of 11 ships. Thanks to the Vulture's endless pursuit, I destroyed 10 ships just on the way. The reason is that his subordinates tried to capture me as a slave, and I gave them a fireworks show. The Vulture couldn't swallow this grievance, and I'm very willing to let him completely choke. Many people might not know me, but it's okay. I am your Captain Lin Yang. This beautiful and intelligent lady who is strong in battle is First Officer Huang Yuexi. If you want to traverse the starry sea and seek thrills, join me to chase dreams in the Milky Way. Huang Yuexi beside him couldn't hide her smile. She gave Lin Yang a thumbs up. You're really something. The Vulture is so angry that he turned off the live stream. The appetizer is finished. It's time for the main course. Let the Vulture hunting group taste defeat. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. The Vulture hunting group fired 10 Dragonfly-type missiles first. Lin Yang maneuvered the shuttle swiftly. Huang Yuexi defended and retaliated. She first launched a set of mosquito-type interference missiles. Dozens of micro-missiles flew wildly, intercepting for incoming missiles. Then she fired the ion pulse cannon. The galaxy heart on her chest flashed with brilliance. The laser pulse cannon was strengthened more than tenfold. With just 2 shots, it destroyed an enemy razor-class lightweight fighter ship. Whoosh! Huang Yuexi locked onto another medium fighter ship. She launched the Dragonfly-type missile. As soon as the missile flew out, she fired 3 more shots from the ion cannon. After breaking through the shield, the missile also hit the target. A dazzling flash occurred. The enemy lost another medium fighter ship. Vulture Joyce was taken aback. He lost 2 warships as soon as he opened fire. And the opponent turned out to be... What was most terrifying was that the ion pulse cannon was even more powerful than the laser cannon fired by the heavy fighter ship he piloted. Kid, what weapon do you have? Play the fool, go ask the Grim Reaper. Zip, zip, zip. Whoosh, whoosh. Lin Yang maneuvered the shuttle and quickly approached the Vulture's heavy fighter ship. Huang Yuexi seized the opportunity. 7 shots from the ion cannon pierced through the opponent's shield, and 3 Dragonfly missiles blasted the 80-meter-long heavy fighter ship to pieces. With the death of Vulture Joyce, the remaining members instantly lost their composure, being brutally chased by Lin Yang and Huang Yuexi. An hour later, they all perished in the boundless space. You have destroyed 1 double-handed sword-class heavy fighter ship, evolution points 405, scimitar-class medium fighter ships, evolution points 1,000, 8 razor-class lightweight fighter ships, evolution points 800. Congratulations, host, for completing the challenge task. 3 rooting out, evolution points 1,000, current evolution points 4,060. The hull appearance is evolving into the legendary triangular spike lightweight fighter ship, taking 8 hours and 20 minutes, consuming 500 evolution points. Yuexi set the course back to the God of Firestar, activate autopilot at maximum speed. The 20000 star coins reward, haha, just thinking about it makes me happy. Lin Yang calculated as he noted the update on the challenge task. To complete this task, he still needed to destroy 75 warships. It was indeed a significant challenge. Currently, there were 2,560 evolution points remaining. Before the 10-meter-long shuttle evolved into a 30-meter-long light fighter, there was no more space available. The upcoming return journey felt somewhat dull. Fortunately, he had Huang Yuexi to keep him company, chatting, drinking tea, and playing a few games of chess. In the blink of an eye, over 8 hours had passed. The evolution of the ship's frame was complete, and the shuttle was transitioning to a light fighter. Congratulations to the host for completing the growth task. Transformation evolution points 500, current evolution points 3,060. Growth task update, legendary warship. Evolve the triangular spike light fighter to the legendary level, evolution points 2,000. Boom. The shuttle suddenly shook. Huang Yuexi, who was meditating with her eyes closed, hurriedly opened them. What happened? Stay calm, we've upgraded our weapons. Lin Yang stretched and stood up from the pilot's seat. A phenomenon similar to spatial decompression occurred. The originally 2-meter wide and 1-meter high cabin rapidly expanded to nearly 10 meters wide. It felt as if they were stepping onto an ascending elevator. The cabin's height increased from over 1 meter to 5 meters, dividing into 2 levels. The 10-meter shuttle gradually elongated, ultimately stabilizing at a length of 30 meters. From the outside, the shuttle appeared to pass through a strange spatial filter. When it entered, it was a shuttle. When it emerged, it transformed into a 30-meter-long light fighter. Moreover, its appearance was filled with combat power and a sense of sturdiness. The materials of the ship's body had also changed. "Come on, First Officer, let's take a tour of our light fighter." Huang Yuexi was so shocked that she couldn't find her voice. "This technology, I haven't even heard of it in that place." "Curious to learn more? Then you'll have to consider whether it's time to reveal your secrets." Huang Yuexi shook her head. "If my true identity is exposed, the entire human civilization could be jeopardized. You've sheltered me, I cannot harm you." Lin Yang smiled indifferently. "You only have one identity, which is my First Officer. There might be further developments in the future, who knows? Let's understand the current sun and moon ship first. This is the legendary triangular spike light fighter. You know about it? Yes, it's a high-tech product of the Blue Star fleet with mobility and firepower defense that can crush the older generation of heavy fighters. However, we currently only have the ship's frame. The firepower and shield are still insufficient. The triangular spike is constructed with the most advanced diamond-type titanium, which can withstand ion cannon attacks even without a shield. Yuexi, you truly are my encyclopedia. From now on, I'll pilot the ship and you handle the firepower." The original pulse cannon was already installed in the main cannon position. The purchased missiles had already been used in battle. Currently, this fighter was still quite empty. Both the external weapon slots and the interior were spacious. The lower cabin was completely empty, with not a single room. The upper deck only had a restroom and a steam shower. While aboard the shuttle, Lin Yang and Huang Yuexi both reclined in their pilot chairs to sleep. Now that the cabin space had expanded, it was time to add some rooms. In the current Evolution Mall, there was only one usable Black Rhino-class shield generator. After purchasing it, Lin Yang directly chose to evolve it. The triangular spike's legendary status was greatly related to its dual shields. After spending 500 evolution points to refresh, a usable Cobra-class ion pulse cannon appeared. After purchasing, it was added to the evolution slot. Again, he spent 500 to refresh. Finally, ship-type evolutionary accessories appeared: bamboo bird type, living quarters, bamboo birdie type, living quarters, bamboo bird type, living quarters. 3 appeared at once. Lin Yang considered refreshing several times to get the living quarters and simply bought all of them to avoid spending evolution points again after recruiting new crew members. 1 shield, 1 pulse cannon, and 3 living quarters. It was yet another several hours of evolution. When the evolution was completed again, Huang Yuexi was already numb with shock. "Even if you suddenly conjured an alien species, I wouldn't be surprised. You certainly have a lot of trump cards. Choose which of the 3 rooms do you want. The largest type is obviously for you, Captain. They'll just take the E-type. Then leave the type room empty for now. After recruiting a large number of crew members, we can use it as a communal dormitory. The living quarters aren't shell rooms. They come equipped with beds, wardrobes, water dispensers, washing machines, and restrooms with steam showers. The bedding and covers were also included, along with an air temperature control and circulation system. Additionally, there was a tempered aluminum window that allowed a view of space outside the ship. Now there was a real lounge. Lin Yang and Huang Yuexi took turns piloting the warship. After a day, they finally returned to the area of Fire God Star. "This is the Fire God Star patrol fleet. Please identify yourselves and state your origins." "Fighter. Asteroid Belt Bounty Hunter Lin Yang, back to claim my reward." Lin Yang: "Oh my god, it's really you. What happened to the shuttle? We defeated the enemy. Shouldn't we switch to a larger warship?" The shuttle's frame has been recycled in the Evolution Mall. After a series of upgrades, there are now 50 evolution points remaining. Please land at the bounty dock, re-register your warship, and embrace the glory that belongs to you too. The bounty dock was bustling with people. Lin Yang and Huang Yuexi, 2 young individuals, had actually taken out the entire vulture hunting group with the shuttle. This news had spread throughout the asteroid belt long ago. The headlines in the asteroid belt for the past few days were all about them. Bounty hunters admired the strong. Thousands of people gathered to watch them, applauding, whistling, and shouting in a chorus. Thank you everyone. Oh my god, I love you all. This feeling is amazing. Is anyone willing to join? The sun and moon ship is in need of crew. Don't hesitate. Who?" Lin Yang suddenly froze. His words were left unfinished. The lively dock fell silent. Some of the loudest voices just now laughed awkwardly. The others silently. "This is too abnormal. Why does everyone go quiet when I mention recruitment? Welcome back, Mr. Lin and Ms. Huang. You 2 are already legends in the bounty world. Don't mind them. After all, nobody wants to draw fire to themselves, right?" The dock manager Galava approached with a beaming smile. "The vultures are the disciples of the legendary Martian hunter Gus. You wiped out the entire vulture hunting group, which is quite disrespectful to Gus. However, due to his status and reputation, he could not take action personally, So he issued a class bounty task on Mars. Damn, that's going too far. Being angry is useless. Think about how to respond. I mean, how is it a class? I wiped out the entire vulture hunting group. It should at least be worth its class, right? A class who do they look down on? Galeva was somewhat speechless, thinking that the logic of young people was indeed different. No wonder they were able to unexpectedly take out the vultures. Calm down, Mars has a space teleportation portal interstellar port unlike the impoverished asteroid belt. The A-class bounty market there offers rewards higher than our class. That's more like it, but unfortunately I can't take a task to kill myself and earn the bounty. Forget it, what about my betting rewards? 200 returned to you intact. What? Wasn't it 200,000? Why is it only 200? Thanks to your passionate speech before the battle, many people placed their bets on you again. Just 1 second before the firing, the odds dropped to 1. I don't charge a fee, consider it a personal favor. What? Who has bets that fluctuate in real time? This kind of betting is inherently irregular. If the odds can rise to 1 in 1,000 before firing, they can drop to 1 in 1. If you are not satisfied, you can bounty the bookmaker at the bounty dock. Forget it, how can I have money to issue a bounty? What kind of people are these? Sai looks like he'll be hungry again. What a foolish move. How could I have made such a blunder? Lin Yang complained as he returned to the battleship. Huang Yuexi stifled a laugh beside him, offering comfort. Think positively, Captain. Although we eliminated the vulture hunting team, we've attracted a bounty from Mars. While your speech was successful, no one joined us. Even though we haven't lost money, the odds were 1,000 to 1 when we placed our bets. Who taught you to counsel like this, Yuexi? My grandmother. Well, she must possess great wisdom. Isn't she afraid of being hit for saying such things? You should stay away from her in the future. She passed away a month ago. My apologies. No need to apologize. I was just saying that on purpose. If you think about it, while we attracted the Mars bounty, we also eliminated the vulture hunting team, didn't we? That makes some sense. Lin Yang said, feeling relieved. How about we try our luck at the labor dock? Maybe there are jobs available. Didn't you say you'd never work a job in this lifetime? There's no choice. Even a good horse has to eat its own words. Otherwise, would you really want to tighten your belt and starve with me? You spent all my money on our first meeting, so from now on I'll be taking care of you. Huang Yuexi smirked, not responding. They were being targeted by the bounty on Mars. No one was willing to hire them for tasks. No one dared to join his battleship. Only 200 star coins remained in the account. If they didn't earn money soon, they might not even be able to take off. The bounty dock received no commissions. They could only settle for finding odd jobs at the labor dock. They indeed found an employer who was offline and unaware of the current affairs. The task was to clean up an abandoned mining site. They would work 24 hours a day for a reward of 100 star coins. The employer provided food and energy cells for the battleship. Upon reaching the location after accepting the task, Lin Yang was shocked. I told you, we are hot topics. How could anyone not recognize us? That old fox Trav really knows how to exploit. The abandoned mining site was once a small asteroid with a diameter of 50 kilometers, rich in titanium magnesium ore. After 2.5 years of intense mining, the titanium and magnesium were all extracted. Later, a new flight route was planned here. However, the blasting at the abandoned mining site failed, turning it into a rubble area over 500 kilometers in diameter. To clear obstacles for the new route, the political body of the Cook Star issued a cleanup task. Due to the low daily reward of 200 star coins, the progress was extremely slow. Eventually, the task was contracted out to Trav from the space cleaning company. However, the subcontracted price was even lower, with a daily reward of only 150 star coins. Just minutes before Lin Yang arrived at the labor market, Trav intentionally lowered the reward to 100 star coins a day. In contrast to Lin Yang's anger, Huang Yuexi remained optimistic. Fortunately, they are responsible for energy and food, so we can save up the reward to buy more missiles and hopefully also purchase a laser cannon to deal with the bounty hunters from Mars. Once we fend off the Martian hunters and upgrade the battleship, I will definitely make Trav pay. He thinks he can exploit me. He's underestimating me. I support you. The two then divided their tasks. Each would work for 12 hours while the battleship remained operational. They aimed to earn enough to buy Dragonfly-type missiles first. 7 days passed in a flash. They finally earned a reward. Lin Yang immediately headed to the Cook Star shipyard to buy missiles. When they were 1,000 kilometers away from the abandoned mining site, a fast-moving bright spot suddenly appeared on the radar. Huang Yuexi frowned. Speed 50 Mach TL light fighter, Sirius technology, heading straight for us. Bounty hunters. It should be. Raise both shields and prepare for battle. Lin Yang immediately strapped in 3 safety belts. He closed his eyes and leaned back, entering a deep symbiotic state with the battleship. Facing a ship that was faster, they had to give it their all. Huang Yuexi held the heart of the galaxy in her hand and whispered a few blessings. The coin-sized pendant immediately emitted white light. Captain, incoming cluster missiles, be careful. Fight back with all your might, don't worry about me. Bang, 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 bang. A missile from the enemy ship approached at a speed of 300 Mach. When it was still 1,000 meters away from the sun and moon, the warhead suddenly exploded into 100 smaller warheads. The speed did not decrease and the attack area expanded 100-fold. With the maneuverability and tracking capabilities of the guided weapons, the sun and moon was in a very dangerous situation. Multiple warheads exploded near the battleship. Thanks to the double-layer shields, they barely blocked the attack. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. Huang Yuexi immediately fired 4 shots from the ion pulse cannon. Both pulse cannons fired simultaneously. They did not weaken the effect of the heart of the galaxy. The energy light mass was still amplified several times. The enemy ship hurriedly tried to evade. The light mass disappeared into the endless space, while Lin Yang maneuvered back and forth, dodging through the cluster of missiles speeding towards the enemy ship. The missiles were too difficult to shake off. Lin Yang decided to drag the opponent down with him. Just when they were less than 1,000 meters from each other, a red light suddenly lit up ahead. Beep. The enemy ship was surprisingly equipped with a powerful phase cannon. This was a type of laser weapon capable of being fired at speeds extremely close to the speed of light. Its power was enormous, with only a short range as a drawback. It was typically mounted on heavy fighters or bombers. However, firing at such a close distance, Lin Yang managed to dodge just in time with less than 0.1 seconds of reaction time, thanks to his consciousness being deeply attuned to the sun and moon. Reaching the state of unity between man and ship, the phase cannon beam grazed the hull of the sun and moon. Meanwhile, Huang Yuexi continuously fired 10 pulse shots. The enemy pilot clearly lacked Lin Yang's piloting skills. 7 out of 10 energy projectiles hit their mark. The shield was breached. Without mercy, Huang Yuexi immediately fired another 10 shots from the ion pulse cannon. Each shot was enhanced by her several times. Boom! A bright light suddenly appeared in space, and the enemy ship was destroyed. A shockwave followed. The sun and moon shook as a result. Bang! Suddenly, a massive object crashed against the observation window of the cockpit, startling both Lin Yang and Huang Yuexi. As they looked closer, they were even more astonished, with mouths agape. A 3-meter giant tiger-headed humanoid was sprawled against the observation window. It had a silly grin on its face, holding a metal plate with its paw on which it had scratched the words "I surrender." What shocked Lin Yang and the others the most was that the tiger-headed being had survived after being ejected from the exploded ship and remained alive in the vacuum at over -200 degrees. It still wore a silly grin, acting as if nothing was wrong. Seeing Lin Yang and Huang Yuexi in shock and not responding, the tiger-headed being began to panic. It hurriedly scratched more characters onto the metal plate with its hard claws. "My name is Kalugia, a tiger humanoid from Sirius. I have always revered the strong. I took on Gus' task just to meet you. I am not interested in money. You have defeated Kalugia, passing the trial. Now the strong Kalugia wishes to join you." Then it pulled out a communicator from its pocket. After a few taps, it showed Lin Yang and the others the text on the screen. "You have paid a penalty of 500 star coins to the Mars bounty dock. You have paid a penalty of 500 star coins to Gus. You have maliciously defaulted and have been blacklisted by the Mars bounty dock. Yuexi, what do you think? Captain, I'll sit in the co-pilot's seat and watch." "No need to ask. Then I'll sit in the pilot's seat to watch." The two sat in the pilot's chairs, quietly observing. Although the tiger humanoid from Sirius was strong, it couldn't last long in unprotected space. 5 minutes later, the silly grinning Kalugia turned into a mournful face. Frost began to form on its body. Its limbs started to stiffen. Finally, its longing gaze dimmed, and it reluctantly closed its eyes. The 3-meter figure drifted away from the observation window, rigidly floating into deep space. Seeing this, the two quickly closed the shields and opened the boarding hatch. One immediately released a mechanical claw to retrieve Kalugia into the pressurized chamber. Lin Yang grabbed an assault phase laser gun and picked up a bundle of rope. "Let's tie this tiger up first. It hasn't recruited crew members for more than 20 days, so we will recruit first, and if it doesn't work, we'll slaughter it for tiger whip wine." Huang Yuexi pulled the tiger-headed man into the pressure chamber. Lin Yang closed the outer hatch and repressurized the air. Once the air pressure in the chamber stabilized, he opened the hatch connecting the pressure chamber to the ship's cabin. The tiger-headed man was captured aboard the warship. It was the first time seeing the 3-meter-tall tiger-headed man. The feeling of oppression was overwhelming. "Damn, this claw is bigger than my face. Captain, this tiger is heavily armed and has a set of high-tech combat armor. Dismantle the armor. Dismantle the armor. Yuexi, hold the phase gun steady. If he suddenly wakes up and attacks me, just shoot him in the head." "Understood." Lin Yang hurriedly dismantled the tiger-headed man's gear. On his back was a 2-meter-long high-powered energy cannon. Across his chest was a bandolier of armor-piercing explosive rounds, over 30 of them. He also had a belt of over 30 high-energy explosive grenades. Moreover, he carried 2 high-energy phase pistols on his legs. The tiger-headed man's pistols were nearly the same size as the assault phase guns equipped by Lin Yang and Huang Yuexi. In addition to the firearms, each of the tiger-headed man's armors was equipped with a set of high-strength alloy claws. Each side had 3 claws that were over a meter long when deployed. It was like being armed to the teeth. You were already a strong and fierce tiger. Was all this really necessary? Lin Yang couldn't help but complain. After removing all the weapons, he took off the high-tech armor. After a flurry of activity, the tiger-headed man's frozen limbs began to regain movement and breathing returned. The two quickly worked together to tie up the tiger-headed man, securely binding him from head to toe like a zongzi. Then they stood aside with their phase guns at the ready. At this point, Lin Yang finally had time to check the system. After just destroying an enemy ship, he had gained 100 evolution points with a balance of 150 points. Unfortunately, the items in the shop were all over 200 points. He couldn't buy anything for now. The vitality of the Sirius Tiger was indeed tenacious. A few minutes later, the Tiger Man, Karuja, opened his eyes. Hissa, so cold. Are you willing to accept my joining? Yuexi, give me the gene registrar. Gene authorization and authentication were standard personnel management methods for the fleet. Regardless of the warship crew, information was recognized by gene identification. Karuja, right. Are you willing to join my team? Yes. I came here for you. You used a shuttle to eliminate 25 fighter ships of the Vulture hunting group. It's simply unbelievable. Oh, I thought it was an exaggerated rumor, but now I believe it. Excellent. With your physique and strength, you are perfectly suited to be my security officer. Let's recruit him first and see how it goes. Lin Yang pulled a tiger hair from Karuja. He then extracted the genetic chain information and added Karuja's name to the warship's security officer section. You have recruited a new crew member. Life force, permanently 10, current energy, 120. Suddenly, a surge of energy flowed into Lin Yang's body. He felt invigorated, his whole body filled with strength. After recruiting Huang Yuexi, Lin Yang finally broke free from the constant fatigue and weakness. However, when hungry or fatigued, he still felt weaker than usual. Now that his life force had increased again, his bodily functions surpassed those of ordinary people. Even when hungry or tired, he wouldn't feel weak. Crack. Lin Yang twisted his neck, clenching his fist. All the bones in his body made cracking sounds as if his strength was about to burst forth. This feeling is great. Huang Yuexi looked at him in surprise. She thought, why is he suddenly so energized? Ahem. Lin Yang cleared his throat. Security Officer Karuja, this isn't aimed at you. When Miss Deputy Huang Yuexi joined, she emptied her account. You can't have private property on the warship. What about the money in your account? Hurry and transfer it to my account. Captain, I have no money left. I lost it all to the Mars Bounty port and the contractor Gus. What? You? Say that again. Lin Yang clenched his jaw. Huang Yuexi quickly picked up Karuja's communicator. She opened it and scrolled through. Instantly, she revealed a look of a predator. Captain, this tiger really has no money left. He still owes the Mars Bank 0 star coins in loans. Throw him out. Quickly throw him out. Aren't you going to brew tiger whip wine? Brew chicken feathers. The Mars Bank is coming after us for debts. Ding. Captain, you have new messages. A notification sounded in the cabin. Lin Yang hurriedly ran to the control room to check the screen. This is the Mars Bank. We are pleased to contact you, esteemed Mr. Lin Yang. Our client, the Sirius Tiger Man Karuja, has joined your warship, and you will jointly bear the 0 star coin loan with Karuja. Please remember to make repayments on the 10th of each month with the minimum repayment amount. Don't throw him out yet, Yuexi. It's a message from the Mars Bank. Lin Yang hurriedly ran back to the rear cabin. Huang Yuexi maintained a serious expression, exuding a murderous aura. The phase gun was aimed at Karuja's eyes. As soon as she fired, it would blow his head off. Karuja was terrified, not expecting the seemingly gentle human woman to be so ruthless. Captain, he told the bank before the battle that he was joining us. The 0 star coin loan means we barely earn enough to cover the interest in a day. If it weren't for the boss providing meals, we would starve to death. Killing him won't help. We can still sell him to the black mine or check the black market to see which biological company needs an alien test subject. Or sell him to an interstellar circus. No, Captain, I can earn money. Let's go to the bounty port to take its class mission, and we can soon. Bang. Bang. Lin Yang and Huang Yuexi each kicked Karuja. You are not allowed to interrupt while we are talking. If we could take bounty missions, would we need to come here to move stones? Just earning 100 star coins a day is barely enough to cover your loan interest. Bang. Furious, Huang Yuexi smashed a punch into Karuja's face. Lin Yang frowned. After a while, he said, why not just stop paying and become pirates? That's not possible. Our firepower can't withstand the asteroid belt fleet's encirclement, and the asteroid belt is poor and backward with no profits to be made. Mars and Blue Star are affluent, but the patrol fleets are formidable. Unless we join a pirate group, we would just be butchered as sheep without a referral. Wow, Yuexi, you thought of becoming a pirate too. That's quite the research conclusion. Even if we don't become pirates, if we default on our loan, we can't dock at the port. In short, we got conned by this tiger. Yeah, unless we can squeeze some economic value out of him. The expressions of the two suddenly turned sinister as they eyed the tiger-headed man with cold smiles. Karuja felt a chill all over. Captain officers, what are you going to do? We are a team. I am your security officer. Shut up. Speak only when asked. Karuja lowered his head, trying to curl up as much as possible. Contact your family and transfer 1 million star coins to my account, or you will find out how sought-after tiger bone wine and tiger whip wine are in human society. Captain, I can contact my family, but don't regret it. I was raised on fear. Hurry up. Lin Yang put the communicator in front of him. Karuja hesitated for a moment, then obediently spoke. Send a message to the Sirius royal family temple. Father, I am your son Karuja. I have joined the warship of the bounty hunter Lin Yang in the asteroid belt of the solar system, and I need 1 million star coins, or I will be turned into medicinal wine. Lin Yang was taken aback. Wait, what are you? A prince? According to our Sirius Tiger people's tradition, males must challenge and kill their fathers after turning 8. I don't want to challenge my father. I just want to challenge the foolish tradition. Say that again. How old are you? 8 years old. Is this really 8 years old? The captain said, in a family of the tiger people, only one male infant is born. When the male reaches the age of 8, he must duel with his tiger father, and only after one of them dies will the family bear another male tiger infant. The number of female infants is not constrained by tradition. So, does that mean most of the Sirius people are female tigers? That's an interesting perspective. Indeed, male Sirius people are scarce, yet they hold important positions. What about the strength of the Sirius people in the Milky Way? They are a 2.6 level stellar civilization, significantly surpassing humanity's 2.0 level. It is no exaggeration to say that without the constraints of the Galactic Alliance, human civilization would have been annihilated long ago. The standard for a 1-level planetary civilization is the ability to fully develop and control their home planet, as well as to exploit resources from orbital satellites or nearby planets. They must achieve space travel within their star system. Superluminal travel is the threshold to becoming a 2-level stellar civilization, whether it be through warp hyperspace travel, spatial jumps, or quantum sliding. As long as they can leave their star system at superluminal speed, they can be considered a 2-level civilization. Humanity has just reached this point, while the Sirius people have already achieved 2.6 level. Their technology is at least tens of thousands of years ahead of humanity. After the initial shock, Lin Yang immediately changed to a smiling face. Big cat, let's make a deal. Can you send another message saying it was a prank? After all, our father is busy with state affairs, and as his juniors, we shouldn't add to his troubles, right? Interstellar communication relies on quantum messaging. Due to the peculiar nature of quantum entanglement, this form of communication is not bound by space and time. This means that the message sent by Kalugia has already reached Sirius 8.6 light-years away. Gugugulu, Kalugia became smug. Of course, Captain, does this mean you accept me? What kind of talk is that? I must accept you. You are already a part of my team. Great. Communicate again, send a message to the Sirius Royal Palace. Father, I was just joking with you, just like when I was a child. Your Kalugia is fine. No one dares to provoke the Prince of the Tiger people in the Orion Arm. I have made new friends, and although the process was complicated, I like it here. A moment later, the communicator received a furious roar. Coward! You are not allowed to consider yourself a prince of the Sirius Tiger people anymore. You are unworthy. You have been exiled. Sick cat. Do not let my fleet find you, or they will surely turn you to dust. A new royal embryo has already grown, and he will inherit the glory of the Tiger people in the future. Kalugia felt lost, staring blankly at the communicator, a hint of grievance hidden in his eyes. Ding. Captain, you have new messages. Let Kalugia be alone for a while. Yuexi, let's go. Hey, Captain Officer, aren't you going to untie me? Lin Yang and Huang Yuexi pretended not to hear and returned to the cockpit to check the messages. Your account has received a transfer of 1 million star coins. Money. Their eyes lit up instantly, and they clicked on the message to view the details. It was transferred from an interstellar trust company accompanied by a note. Please take good care of him, thank you. This. Captain, it seems that what Kalugia said is true. Lin Yang slapped his forehead in regret. My damned peasant thinking. If I had known, I would have asked for 100 million star coins. Huang Yuexi smiled and said, Captain, I believe Kalugia has value. Although the Sirius royal family seemingly abandoned him, they still secretly gave him money. With Kalugia, the prince of the Tiger people, we will receive covert protection from the Tiger Emperor, and Kalugia's combat power is not low. He will be a good helper. He has already paid the entry fee, so he must stay. Lin Yang went to the back cabin to untie the ropes on Kalugia. How many people know your identity as a prince of the Tiger people? After escaping from Sirius, I only told you, and the first officer, Captain. Do you really think you escaped by your own abilities? What else? Kalugia is very strong. Your father deliberately let you go. Wake up, my great prince. He sent over 1 million star coins through someone asking me to take good care of you. In a sense, I am now just like your father. Whatever you do in the future, you must listen to me. Father. He understands me. Kalugia lowered his head moved. Captain, thank you for accepting me and being willing to help me achieve my ultimate life goal. What goal? To challenge the Elder Council of Sirius, to lead the Tiger civilization, and to abolish the foolish traditions that have harmed the Tiger people for tens of thousands of years. That's a big flag to raise. I haven't agreed to it. It's okay as long as we are a whole, it's fine. Just like the loan I applied for on Mars, we will repay it together now. You still have the face to talk about loans. Who told you to actively pay money to the Mars bounty doc? It's one thing to pay the doc money, but why pay Gus money too? I did that to quickly join and gain your trust. Big clever, now I trust you. Come on, let's check the cockpit. Kalugia immediately donned the high-tech armor, equipping weapons and ammunition, while following them into the cockpit, noticing the strange gazes from Lin Yang and Huang Yuexi. He hurriedly explained with a silly smile, the Tiger people value strength and power. Even when I sleep, I must carry these weapons and ammunition. You can bring them even when bathing, it just don't disrupt our normal rest. Rest assured, Captain, I won't disturb you and Officer Huang in your mating and reproduction. Tiger people are not interested in primates. Shut up. Lin Yang's face turned dark with a question mark on his forehead. He tilted his head in astonishment at Kalugia, truly unsure whether this tiger was being straightforward or just foolish. Huang Yuexi's face flushed in an instant, her ears nearly smoking. Gritting her teeth, she silently unfastened her seatbelt and pulled out a necklace. She clenched the elliptical galaxy hard in her fist, her eyes seeming to blaze with fire as she walked step by step towards Kalugia, her aura oppressive. Lin Yang could not help but swallow his dry throat and quickly retreated against the wall. Yuexi, I did not teach this tiger, he said it himself. Bang! Huang Yuexi threw a punch, her power surpassing that of a professional human boxer by dozens of times, bolstered by the galaxy heart. With a punch that delivered tons of force, Kalugia was knocked down, clutching his stomach. Ow! Thud! The Tiger Man was already tall and had been bending down in the cockpit. After taking that punch, he simply lay down and did not get up. Why? Captain, I don't understand. You both exude the scent of hormones, indicating you've long been attracted to each other and both have those kinds of thoughts. Why can't I say such an obvious thing? Bang! Before he could finish speaking, he took another punch from Huang Yuexi, making Kalugia's eyes sparkle with stars. He quickly pretended to faint. Actually, Kalugia makes a valid point. I think. Shut up. Got it. Lin Yang quickly raised his hand. He did not want to provoke the female tiger, especially not the human-shaped female tiger, in a state of embarrassment. Captain, let's first pay off the loan from the Mars Bank, then terminate the labor contract with Troff, and go to the dock to buy weapons. What do you think? It's best to have a video call with the Mars bounty hunter Gus to discuss things thoroughly. Huang Yuexi's face gradually shifted from gloomy to sunny. She smiled slightly and said, Captain, you are very thoughtful. Perhaps Galawa from the bounty dock can help contact Gus. Looking at Huang Yuexi's gentle smile, Lin Yang felt a bit distracted, contrasting it with just now when she had fiercely beaten Kalugia. This tenderness truly felt comforting. To prepay the loan incurs a penalty of 5000 star coins. Damn capital. Huang Yuexi's demeanor instantly turned murderous. Lin Yang shook his head helplessly. It's still better than paying in installments. Let's settle it in one go. After paying 250,000 star coins, Huang Yuexi's fists tightened again. The Troff Space Cleaning Company says we violated the labor contract termination rules and demands a compensation of 1,000 star coins. What? That old fox. We are not going to him for bloodletting, he has come to us. Tiger, get up and get to work. Originally, Lin Yang and Troff signed a labor contract with a 7-day settlement period. After 7 days of work, they could renew the contract with a single click. If they didn't want to continue, they could simply terminate the contract without any penalty. Lin Yang had read the contract very carefully at the time. Now Troff claimed that he had breached the contract and demanded a compensation of 1,000 star coins. It was clear that the contract had been unilaterally altered, a blatant act of treachery. Go to the dock to buy equipment and let Troff see what a legendary class destroyer is like. The battleship of Kaluza had been obliterated. No valuable wreckage was scanned at the scene. They immediately returned to the god of Firestar, as only 150 evolution points remained. Lin Yang needed to spend star coins at the dock to enhance the combat power of the battleship. If he wanted to deal with Troff's Space Cleaning Company, he had to maximize the armament of his battleship. Add 6 ion pulse cannons for me, 3 missile launchers, 30 high-compression energy modules, and fill up the Dragonfly missiles. Fill them up. There was no other way. Having money meant being extravagant. Lin Yang looked at the 750 star coins in his account, unable to suppress the urge to spend. I'm sorry, Mr. Lin, but you cannot spend on the god of Firestar right now, and we regret that we cannot serve you. What? Did I hear you wrong? No, Mr. Lin. Troff's Space Cleaning Company has sued you in court, and the asteroid belt joint government has restricted your spending. You decided without investigation. Apologies, Mr. Lin. The doc is not familiar with the proceedings. After closing the communication, a layer of frost enveloped Lin Yang's face. It's time to show my fangs. Huang Yuexi silently removed her necklace and wrapped it around her wrist. Holding the heart of the galaxy in his hand, Kaluza checked his high-power explosive guns and large phase pistols one by one. The Sun and Moon battleship changed direction. Sailing from the dock to the labor pier once docked, the three fully armed individuals disembarked from the battleship. Lin Yang held an assault-type phase gun with a phase pistol holstered at his waist. To his left was the first mate Huang Yuexi, also holding a phase gun, white light shining through her fingers. To his right stood the three-mate turtle Tiger Man Kaluza. He held a tunter-long explosive gun. In the eyes of humans, that could not even be called a gun, it should be termed a laser explosive cannon. The three approached Trov's space cleaning company with murderous intent. Lin Yang was not worried about being ambushed by bounty hunters because in this world bounty missions had been monopolized by the bounty dock. Those who did not take on missions at the bounty dock could not earn a single coin even if they killed their targets. After Kaluza's mission failed, no one had taken on the mission at the Mars bounty dock. For now he was quite safe. Is that Lin Yang? He wasn't killed by the bounty hunters on Mars. That Tiger Man can't be a bounty hunter, can he? Who knows? Let's keep our distance. They seem like they don't want to take any living prisoners. The passers-by hurried to avoid him, fearing the flames of battle would spread. Bang, bang, bang. Lin Yang knocked on. Please come in. Oh, it's the new rising star of the bounty world here to compensate me for breaching the contract. The plump Trov puffed on a cigar, his 5 fingers adorned with gem-encrusted rings. Even upon seeing the three-mate turtle Tiger Man Kaluza, he did not show much surprise. Trov, are you trying to screw me over? Are you trying to bleed me dry? Ha ha ha. Trov smirked cunningly. You got it right. Unless you compensate me with 100 star coins, you won't be able to spend a single coin in the asteroid belt. The contract was illegally modified by you later. I advise you to withdraw the lawsuit and apologize to me. Hehehe, you are quite the idealist. It seems I need to give you a lesson on the laws of reality. Oh really? I want to see how absurd this reality is. Lin Yang took out his communicator and sent a message to the god of Firestar Court. I am bounty hunter Lin Yang. Trov's accusations against me are unfounded. He modified the contract later. I hope the court can review the case and lift the restrictions on my spending in the asteroid belt. Soon the court replied, maintain the original ruling. Please compensate Trov's company for the breach of contract as soon as possible. Beautiful, this is the end of the matter. Lin Yang closed the communication, a hint of killing intent surfacing at the corner of his mouth. Do you really think I'm naive? I was giving you and the law a chance. Since you don't cherish it, I will solve it my way. Oh ho ho, are you going to resort to violence? I should be scared, but unfortunately I anticipated this. Buzz. Trov pressed the button in front of him. A force field barrier immediately appeared in front of the desk, blocking Lin Yang and the others outside. At the same time, dozens of fully armed personnel rushed in from outside the office. Do you really think I care about your 1000 star coins in compensation? I deliberately lured you into a trap. Ha ha ha, a legendary class Trident destroyer is worth far more than 10 million. I also accepted a 500 star coin bounty mission from the Mars bounty dock. That's the real prize. Trov extinguished his cigar and waved to his dozens of subordinates. Take care of them. Zing. Bang. Before those people could act, Kaluza struck first. One explosive gunshot hit the force field shield. The high-energy beam was deflected by the shield, blasting a large hole in the wall. The power of this explosive gun was comparable to that of the laser cannons on ordinary light destroyers. Bang. Huang Yuexi threw a punch. Enhanced by the heart of the galaxy, she sent the man rushing toward her flying. He coughed up blood and died upon hitting the ground. Immediately after the phase gun fired, the power of the ordinary laser gun was amplified by over 10 times, almost equivalent to Kaluza's laser explosive cannon. Wherever the laser struck, limbs and severed arms flew. The walls were penetrated. Zing, 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 zing. Lin Yang dodged while counterattacking with the phase gun. He was astonished to find that his accuracy was several times higher than before. Every shot hit its mark, killing the enemy each time. Yet the enemy's laser weapons could not harm him. Just as he was puzzled, a person equipped with a personal shield rushed at him. Lin Yang's 2 shots from the phase gun failed to penetrate the shield before the opponent pounced right in front of him. Damn you. Bang. He kicked out with all his might. The person was sent flying over 20 meters, crashing through the hole in the wall and landing outside. Lin Yang was taken aback, then quickly realized. Although the gravity of the god of Firestar was less than that of Mars, and much less than that of Blue Star, he should not have been able to kick an adult 20 meters away. There was only one explanation: his life energy of 120 far exceeded normal human levels. Trov's subordinates were not true desperados. They were all bullies who feared the strong. They had thought that the sheer number of people would intimidate Lin Yang and his companions, but unexpectedly, it was they who were scared. In less than 3 seconds of combat, over 20 of them had died. Some had their chests pierced with large holes, some had their heads severed halfway, and others were blown apart by explosive guns. The death scenes were increasingly gruesome. I only earn a few thousand star coins a month. Oh, what am I risking my life for? One man turned and fled. The remaining few also retreated. In the blink of an eye, only Trav remained in the office. Wait. Don't. Trav dared not leave the force field barrier, fearing he would be shot in the head. He trembled and hid behind the desk, sweating profusely. Mr. Lin, there seems to be a misunderstanding. Please calm down, and I am willing to agree to any of your requests. I still prefer your defiant attitude. Come on, keep sending people to attack us. I wouldn't dare. Misunderstandings. I will withdraw the accusations right away. Too late. I already gave you a chance. Lin Yang turned and waved his hand. Yuexi enhanced the firepower of Kaluza's explosive cannon, and see just how strong Trav's shield really is. Karugia adjusted the energy rifle to its maximum power, and the energy chamber began to charge. The fist-sized muzzle aimed at Tyloff. White light began to emerge from between Huang Yuexi's fingers. Startled, Tyloff hurriedly raised both hands. Although he did not know the origin of the white light, he had witnessed Huang Yuexi enhance the phase rifle's power by several times. If the power of the energy rifle is truly enhanced, even a slight increase could easily penetrate the shield. I will pay for it. Pay for it. The company will compensate you all. Zoo. Boom. Karugia's high-power energy rifle already possessed the power of a light warship's laser cannon. After being enhanced by Huang Yuexi using the heart of the galaxy, it had the firepower that only a heavy warship could possess. Tyloff's force field shield could not withstand it. The shield was instantly breached. A human was vaporized in an instant. The room was blasted open, creating a large hole. The tremendous recoil made Karugia's powerful body shudder as he looked at Huang Yuexi in shock. Commander, this is the power that destroyed my warship. How impressive. Bang. Bang. Ouch. Why are you hitting me? Lin Yang and Huang Yuexi gritted their teeth in anger, their eyes nearly blazing with fire as they stepped closer to Karugia with clenched fists. Cold sweat trickled down the forehead of the big tiger as he retreated in fear. What did I do wrong this time? Bang. Bang. The two struck Karugia again. You idiot, could you at least have some communication? Did you not hear him say he would pay the company's money to us? Could you not say something before firing? Do you even know how much we lost? Both Lin Yang and Huang Yuexi spoke in unison, forcing Karugia to retreat repeatedly. Thud. The shaking wall was hit by Karugia's strong back. The whole building was on the verge of collapse, and the three hurriedly ran out. Captain Commander, I am Prince Sirius, uninterested in money since childhood. I did not understand what extortion was, but now I do, and next time I will cooperate with you well. Who extorted? Karugia, stop talking nonsense. I was just giving Tyloff a chance to repent. Stop covering for him, Commander. We were indeed planning to extort, but unfortunately, this dumb tiger messed it up. Yuexi, was it necessary to be so direct? Boom. The building behind them collapsed, kicking up a massive cloud of dust. In the distance, a squad of soldiers rushed over. Drop your weapons and surrender. Lin Yang, give up resistance immediately. Zuzuzu. Various energy beams flew through the dust. Captain, it's the patrol team. Retreat. Back to the warship. The three counterattacked while retreating toward the docking area. Suddenly, a 3-meter explosive mech blocked the entrance. Without a word, it unleashed 3 electrically charged chains towards the rapidly approaching trio. Upon seeing the 3-meter-high mech, Karugia suddenly became excited. He placed the energy rifle on his back and swiftly extended the steel claws from his arms. 6 steel claws resembled 6 steel blades. He dashed forward. With a turn of his body, crack. 3 alloy chains snapped. Karugia's figure flickered, reappearing in crack, bang, crackle. The steel claws pierced directly into the mech, sending sparks flying. The 3-meter-high mech was instantly incapacitated. It was thrown backward by Karugia. Boom. The mech landed and exploded, blocking the pursuing soldiers. The ace mech of the infantry was destroyed in less than 3 seconds. The three managed to enter the docking area and return to the warship. Yuexi, you were right. Karugia's combat power is indeed strong. He is a good helper for us. Karugia proudly said, Captain, actually my intellect is also quite strong, but my social experience is too limited. Next time, whether it's extortion or blackmail, I won't mess it up again. Just shut up. We are the good guys. Prepare for aerial combat. Okay, Captain, I'll be responsible for missile launch. We don't have any missiles. What can I help with? Just shutting up would count as helping. Yes. Due to the ruckus at the labor dock, the Zhaoxing Star Patrol team had already listed them as dangerous criminals. A patrol fleet consisting of 2 heavy, 5 medium, and 13 light fighter jets was flying towards them. Lin Yang immediately entered deep symbiosis mode. He transferred his consciousness to the triangular spike light fighter. Captain, the other side refused our communication. Then let's take down this fleet and make the Zhaoxing Star government contact us. The triangular spike light fighter has dual shields. Although it only has 2 ion pulse cannons, Huang Yuexi can enhance their power by several times. It was equipped with the Qilin-type pulse engine and the Wild Buffalo-type booster energy adapter, allowing it to reach a top speed of 40 Mach. Under Lin Yang's control, its agility surpassed that of a fish in water. The Zhaoxing Star Patrol fleet was not small, but the warships they operated were outdated models retired from the Blue Star or Mars fleets. In terms of combat coordination, the patrol team lived a life of tea drinking and chatting, routinely patrolling and clocking out. They hadn't left the Zhaoxing Star space region for over a decade. They hadn't even encountered interstellar pirates lacking practical combat experience. In contrast, Lin Yang and Huang Yuexi had experienced several life-and-death battles, achieving a level of tacit understanding that required no words. Therefore, compared to them, the 20 warships were like living targets. In just 5 minutes, the triangular Spike Light fighter broke through the encirclement. You have destroyed 2 double-edged heavy fighters, 800 evolution points, 5 curved blade medium fighters, 1,000 evolution points, 13 razor light fighters, 1,300 evolution points, current evolution points, 3,250. Lin Yang immediately refreshed the evolution mall. The host has struck lucky, refreshing a legendary item. Fire Dragon Stipe Particle Cannon, priced at 2,000 evolution points. Evolution cost 500 evolution points. Time required 50 minutes. So damn expensive. System, don't take advantage of the fire. Please rest assured the mall prices were set long ago by a high-dimensional divine civilization. If this system could intervene, it would definitely let you purchase for free. The particle cannon is a long-range energy weapon that can only be equipped on heavy bombers or large escort ships. The Fire Dragon Stipe is even more legendary among cannons. Considering the battles that may be faced next, Lin Yang gritted his teeth and purchased it directly for evolution. He mounted the particle cannon in the main gun position and placed the original ion pulse cannon in the secondary gun position. This way, once evolution was completed, the warship would possess 1 main and 2 secondary energy cannons. Captain, they indeed sent a message. Earlier we made contact to explain the situation and clear up misunderstandings, but they gave no opportunity and wanted to kill us right away. Now that they realize they can't, they want to reach out. Let's ignore them for a while. Huang Yuexi immediately refused the communication. After a few seconds, another message came in and was still rejected. The third communication request came, and only then did Huang Yuexi open the reception. On the other side was a middle-aged man dressed in a fleet officer's uniform, Rear Admiral Nelson, commander of the Zhaoxing Star Fleet. His angry emotions were barely contained. With a dark face, he glared, Lin Yang, you have violated the asteroid belt laws. Surrender immediately, hand over the fighter jet you are piloting, and pay a fine of 20 million star coins, or you will be listed as a level wanted criminal in the asteroid belt. The people who wrong me know better than I do how wronged I am. You know the cause of this conflict, but only care about the prestige of the Zhaoxing Star government, and do not consider the fairness of the law. I am sorry, but we cannot comply, Commander. Think carefully. If you return to serve and pay the fine now, you can still negotiate for a reduced sentence. If you persist in your stubbornness, you will face the siege of the asteroid belt joint fleet unless you never return to the asteroid belt. I couldn't recruit crew members in the asteroid belt, nor could I receive bounty missions. What do you think I have to be nostalgic about in this impoverished place? Goodbye. Just as he closed the communication and prepared to leave, Huang Yuexi received another message. Captain, it's a segment of encrypted audio. Open it and listen. Mr. Lin, Ms. Huang, Mr. Tiger, I am Dr. Ni Zhuang from the Miners Resistance Army. I have an S-level bounty task I would like to entrust to you. Captain, do we accept it? Ask her what the task is, specific coordinates and time. If it is indeed an S-level task, we must accept it. Lin Yang was preparing to leave the asteroid belt. The fundamental reason was not fear of the joint fleet's encirclement, but rather his inability to access and Shrank bounty mission. Failing to complete the 4th part of the main quest, the Shrank commission left him no choice. Now, with an opportunity presenting itself, he was naturally intrigued. Huang Yuexi, what is the mission? Ni Zhuang, intercept the asteroid belt's transport fleet and seize 3,000 oxygen generators. Huang Yuexi, what is the reward? Coordinates and time. Ni Zhuang, I will pay 1 million star coins upon completion. The interception coordinates are Y3690, Y1124, X7055, and the time is in 47 hours. Huang Yuexi, how can you prove your authenticity? Ni Zhuang, just come to coordinates Y3499, Y1001, AX6211, and you'll see. Don't worry, our combat power is no match for the patrol fleet and poses no threat to you. Captain, the coordinates she provided are off the route. There are no records of asteroids or space stations. It's a desolate area, an hour's journey away from us. Lin Yang thought for a moment. An hour's time was enough for the legendary Fire Dragon Stipe particle cannon to finish its evolution. Even if there were ambushes from the Zhaoxing Star Fleet there, a fierce battle could still ensue and victory was within reach. There was nothing to worry about. It would be best if the Zhaoxing Star's protection fleet was indeed there, allowing him to swiftly destroy 100 warships and complete the challenge task, yielding some results. Go at maximum speed to investigate Karugia. Keep an eye on the radar. The sun and moon immediately changed direction, heading towards the coordinates at a maximum speed of 40 Mach. 50 minutes later, a flash of white light suddenly emanated from the battleship's exterior, startling the Tiger Man Karugia. Enemy presence. How did the radar not detect anything? Captain, the enemy is attacking, be careful. However, Lin Yang leisurely stretched his back. Huang Yuexi cast a disinterested glance at Karugia. Don't be alarmed, our combat power has risen another level. What do you mean? Look at the control panel. Karugia opened the control panel screen, and his eyes widened in astonishment. What is going on? The Fire Dragon's type particle cannon. It resembles the legendary main battle cannon of the human fleet, a close combat weapon of immense power. Captain, how did it end up here? We humans have an old saying, rarely muddle-headed. You should just know that the sun and moon's combat power has increased. Don't ask too many questions. Knowing too much isn't good, it could bring about deadly consequences. Karugia tilted his tiger head in thought, fully agreeing with Lin Yang and Huang Yuexi. He quickly nodded, saying, indeed, Captain, Sun and Moon and the First Officer's Galaxy Heart both harbor great secrets. If this news leaks, it will surely attract plundering from other civilizations. We three all have secrets. Maintaining a proper distance from each other is the way to coexist. Moments later, Karugia suddenly began to complain. Wait a minute, you both know my secret. I am the prince of the Sirius Tiger Clan, exiled for challenging a tradition that has endured for 20,000 years. I may have been hunted by the Sirius Elders Council. I have no secrets in front of you two, but you do. This is not fair. Stretch out your claws. Lin Yang said lightly. I've stretched them out, Captain. What is this for? To see if your 5 fingers are of equal length. They are not the same, some long and some short. My claws evolved this way due to necessity of life. Exactly. Lin Yang smiled slightly and approached Karugia. If you want absolute fairness, then all 5 fingers should be the same length. But if you want to live a normal life, then they will have varying lengths. Now I ask you, do you want to live or do you want fairness? Fairness. Karugia asked tentatively. Yuexi, throw him out. Life. Captain, I want to live. Karugia quickly raised both hands. I want to live and have friends. I understand now, Captain. Humans truly grasp philosophy. Haha, I like you, this clever large golden gradient cat. When the time is right, all secrets will be shared with you. Captain, I won't complain anymore from now on. Huang Yuexi, the co-pilot, found it amusing. This Lin Yang indeed had the big tiger under control. A few minutes later, Karugia noticed an anomaly on the radar. Captain, there is a slight gravitational distortion phenomenon 50 kilometers ahead, but the radar hasn't scanned any objects. There may be something concealed. Yuexi sent a message to Ni Zhuang. If there is no reply, lock the particle cannon on the gravitational distortion zone 50 kilometers away. Just as he finished speaking, the communicator emitted a prompt tone. Captain, she has actively sent a message. Connected. On the other side of the video was a woman in her 30s. With an elegant demeanor and a composed appearance, she exuded a warm aura. Welcome to you all, I am Ni Zhuang. Please continue toward the coordinates and enter the rebel base as directed by the cursor. Is this the rebel base? Yes, we have shielded a 30-kilometer diameter asteroid. See you at the dock, Mr. Lin. Upon reaching the point of slight gravitational distortion, they indeed discovered a few weak white markers. Following the markers' guidance, Lin Yang piloted the battleship into a force field barrier. Suddenly, a small asteroid appeared before them, hollowed out and transformed into a space station with a diameter of 30 kilometers. There were shield devices at its 8 corners concealing the area. After the battleship docked, Lin Yang and the others saw Ni Zhuang come to greet them, followed by several individuals in unusual physical condition. Upon disembarking from the battleship and seeing clearly, Lin Yang's brow furrowed slightly. Ni Zhuang appeared to be a composed woman, but the people behind her were all deformed. Some had underdeveloped limbs, standing awkwardly, while others had distorted features, cleft lips, and ear deformities, leaning on crutches. Some tilted their heads, hunched over with a large bulge on their backs. Mr. Lin, it's truly a pleasure to see you. These individuals are the leaders of the rebels. Let me introduce you to everyone. After Ni Zhuang's introduction, Lin Yang and the others learned that beneath several asteroids such as Gushen Star, Zhaoxing Star, Zhizhen Star, and Hunshin Star live the descendants of pioneer miners. The population numbers in the millions, all of whom are afflicted with varying degrees of deformities. The pioneer miners came to the asteroid belt to mine 500 years ago, dedicating their lives to the development of human civilization. However, their descendants have to survive in oxygen-depleted underground environments. After centuries of reproduction, the lack of oxygen has led to increasingly severe deformities. The joint government of the asteroids controls the distribution of oxygen underground. Recently, Lin Yang has become a prominent figure in the asteroid belt. The rebels learned about his rampage at the labor dock, annihilating a patrol fleet, and sought to commission him to intercept a transport fleet and seize the oxygen generators. Once they obtain the oxygen generators, the rebels can secretly transport them to the underground residential areas of various asteroids, thereby improving living conditions. Ni Zhuang is not a native of the asteroid belt. She hails from the highly developed blue star. However, to save the descendants of the asteroid miners, she joined the rebels 5 years ago. She has been dedicated to treating the descendants of miners. After listening to these accounts and reviewing the various materials in the base, encountering one deformity after another among the miner descendants, Lin Yang's heart was already ablaze. He had never been fond of the joint government of the asteroid belt, and now he found it even more intolerable. Dr. Ni, is your information about the transport fleet reliable? We have undercover agents within the transport company, and the information is very reliable. 3 Camel-class medium cargo ships, 5 Scimitar-class medium fighter ships, and 15 Razor-class light fighter ships are providing escort. The 3,000 oxygen generators were originally intended to be sold at a high price to the underground miners. Do the underground miners have the money to buy them? No, they will be deducted from their wages. Once these oxygen generators are put to use, the miners will have no time to rest for the next 30 years. Then you're not worried about being discovered when you transport them secretly. War is inevitable. We cannot abandon resistance out of fear of punishment. The miners have nothing left to lose. This interception of the cargo ship is our voice of protest. Well said. We accept this Shrank commission. If one does not dare to resist out of fear of punishment, they will become the fish on the chopping board for generations. Lin Yang wholeheartedly agreed with Ni Ziwen's viewpoint. Now that the authenticity of the Frigate commission has been confirmed, the next step is to prepare for battle. The rebel base only has a dozen or so mining ships or cargo ships converted into warships. They are completely unable to deal with the joint fleet of the asteroid belt. Moreover, there are no missile-type weapon reserves here. The only help Lin Yang could receive is energy and food. We have enough energy. Oh, just bring more food. I have a big eater here. Karuja consumes as much as 10 humans. The original food reserves are about to run out. The base directly transported 20 boxes of supplies for the citizens, with 50 packs in each box. That is enough for them to eat for a month. Before departure, Lin Yang jokingly asked, "Is there anyone willing to join my warship? I could really use the manpower." "I'm afraid I have to disappoint you for now, Mr. Lin. Our rebel forces are stretched too thin," Ni Ziwen replied with a smile. "Then we'll talk again when we return, waiting for our victory news." After a 7-hour journey, they arrived near the ambush point for the cargo ship, hiding behind a small asteroid with a diameter of 100 meters 50 kilometers away. They shut down the engine and main systems, only turning on radar communication and life support systems. The next step was to take turns waiting. One person would be on duty while the others returned to their rooms to rest. The warship has 3 small dormitories, just enough for 3 people to stay. Time flew by. Lin Yang and Huang Yuexi, who were sleeping, were awakened by Karuja. "Captain, we have detected the transport fleet matching the scale mentioned by Dr. Ni, located 10000 kilometers away from us. We need to head to the cockpit immediately." Karuja, prepare for battle. 20 outdated warships are simply not enough for Lin Yang to handle. The battle ended in 5 minutes, and 3 transport ships were left floating in place, too frightened to move. The wreckage from the battle was scattered everywhere. You have destroyed 5 Scimitar-class medium fighter jets, earning 2,000 evolution points, 15 Razor-class light fighter jets, earning 3,000 evolution points, current evolution points 5,250. Challenge mission, small victories, completion rate 66. 3,000 oxygen machines are intact. According to my calculations, their energy modules have an extra 200 sets after unloading and returning to God of Firestar. Hehe, what do you need the extra energy for? Huang Yuexi glanced at Lin Yang with indifference. Do I need to As you said, we must not leave empty-handed. The surplus energy modules will definitely be ours. Oh, there's no need to make it sound so harsh. Clearly, I was generous, giving them a chance to avoid disaster. Whatever you say, 200 sets of energy are enough for us to make a round trip to Mars. 10 minutes later, the 3 cargo ships obediently pushed out 200 high-compression energy modules from the cargo hold. Huang Yuexi operated the mechanical arm to retrieve the goods into the cargo hold. Karuja moved them to the energy room in groups. Lin Yang lounged casually in the pilot's seat. With his eyes closed, he browsed the evolution mall. Yellow bulb type, towing beam hedgehog, type missile launcher, bamboo forest, bird type turum. Huang Yuexi had already grown accustomed to Lin Yang's quiet murmurs. Due to time constraints, they did not scavenge through the battlefield wreckage. Once the 200 sets of energy were loaded, they sent the 3 cargo ships an unloading coordinate. They instructed the cargo ships to immediately proceed at full speed. The coordinates were for the unloading point, not the rebel base. After 4 hours of travel, Lin Yang let the warship evolve automatically. Setting the coordinates, he monitored the cargo ships along the way. At the God of Firestar Joint Fleet Command Center. "Commander, the oxygen machine transport ship has been hijacked and the entire escort team has been wiped out." "Which pirate group did it?" "Not a pirate group. It was Lin Yang, who escaped 2 days ago." "Has he joined a pirate?" "No, pirates pay a deposit to take refuge in the asteroid belt. They are all smart people. No one is willing to take in Lin Yang." The last footage from the escort team showed only 1 warship at the scene. Smack. Commander Nelson slammed the table in anger. The prestige of the asteroid belt joint fleet cannot be challenged by him. If we do not kill him, the pirate group will learn from him and become disobedient. Inform the main fleet of God of Firestar to pursue Lin Yang and leave no survivors. Just then the command center received a message. Commander, the rebel army actually sent us a message claiming that this hijacking of the transport ship was initiated by them. They demand improved welfare for the underground miners, and the middle-aged officer waved his hand to interrupt the communications officer's report. Do not mind them. The miners' rebellion is a historical internal conflict of the asteroid belt. Lower the oxygen content by another 0.50 and they will become obedient. For now, we must quickly eliminate Lin Yang and his gang who challenged the authority of the regime. 3 hours later, Karuja suddenly discovered an anomaly on the radar interface. Captain of Fleet is approaching from the direction of God of Firestar. The main ship is a Orca-class strategic frigate accompanied by 10 Axe-class heavy bombers, 22-ended sword-class heavy fighters, 50 scimitar-class medium fighters, and 80 Razor-class light fighters located 1.0 kilometers away from us. That's quite an investment. Is it because of the 3,000 oxygen machines, or us? Huang Yuexi beside him said indifferently. If it were for the oxygen machines, the escort team for the transport ship wouldn't have only 20 ships. It seems we've become celebrities in the asteroid belt. In recent decades, we are the only ones daring to openly engage the asteroid belt joint fleet in a frontal confrontation. Perhaps they believe that the regime's face is more important than the oxygen machines. Then let's trample on their pitiful face. Yuexi Karuja, prepare for battle. Huang Yuexi glanced at. She originally wanted to suggest fleeing, but since Lin Yang said to confront, she no longer persuaded him. Instead, she bowed her head and clasped her chest with her heart of the galaxy beginning to wish. Upon learning that they were to confront a massive fleet of 161 warships, among them the strategic frigate, was a starship over 500 meters long. Regardless of firepower or defense, it is incomparable to the small near-space warships. Karuja's eyes instantly sparkled. Captain, this is why I must join you, fighting more with less, facing the strong with the weak without the slightest retreat. This spirit is the supreme belief upheld by our Tiger Clan. Battle, death, and honor. Auror. Only battle and honor, death, is theirs. Prepare to hunt. Lin Yang fastened his seatbelt and closed his eyes, instantly entering a deep symbiotic state of consciousness where man and ship become one. The Sun and Moon class Trident-level light fighter turned its direction toward the main fleet of God of Firestar. As soon as it engaged, 2 Razor-class light fighters were destroyed. The Sun and Moon class also took a hit from an ion cannon, but fortunately the equipped double shields were very sturdy and did not cause any damage to the hull. Captain, this fleet is not like those patrol ships. Their actual combat capabilities are very strong. I can see that. These are all proper soldiers. Stay focused. Don't forget we still have a trump card. Pew pew pew, boom. Boom. Everywhere there were energy beams, pulse lasers, and missiles. The originally dark space was illuminated and warships exploded one after another. The Sun and Moon class was besieged by over 100 warships. Even with Lin Yang's consciousness, symbiosis, and manship unity, he could not withstand the opponent's saturation attack. Soon it was also hit in succession. Captain, the shields are down to 30. Should we use the main cannon? No, save it for the strategic frigate. How long until we are in range? 500 kilometers. Good, destroying 12 more warships will be enough. Charge toward the frigate and let them experience the particle cannon with enhanced power several times. Congratulations, host, for completing the challenge task for a modest victory. Evolution points 5,000. Challenge task updated 5. Pursue victory. Destroy the main fleet of the Cauldron Star. Evolution points 8,000. The host's current evolution points are 13,800, exceeding 5,000, allowing for a 10-time refresh of the evolution mall, guaranteeing 1 legendary item. Lin Yang calculated roughly. The evolution points spent on low-tier items were far more than 5,000. So many opportunities wasted. A reasonable arrangement of ordinary and high-tier items is necessary to rapidly evolve the battleship. If one only seeks high-tier evolution without the transitional ordinary ion pulse cannons and energy adapters, the host would still be piloting a small shuttle. After the explosion of 12 battleships, Lin Yang finally accumulated the destruction of 100 vessels. The Day and Moon had also sustained damage. Captain, the left shield is down and the right shield is at 15 remaining. If we take another hit, our shields will be gone. Kaluja reported the battle damage while repairing the engine backflow valve. Kaluja, keep repairing, and Yuexi, prepare the particle cannon. The Day and Moon darted like an eel underwater, charging at the large escort vessel at full speed. Inside the bridge of a Orca-class strategic escort ship, Fleet Commander Direct's face was dark with anger. Useless. A bunch of good-for-nothings who only know how to hang out in bars. They're panicking after being attacked by a light fighter. These pampered fools. General Commander Nelson wants to watch the battle live. Tell the commander that the communication system is malfunctioning and we can't broadcast live. If this situation gets out, the fleet's leadership will undergo a major shakeup. General Lin Yang is charging at us. Courageous, but lacking in intelligence. Lock on the target with the phase cannon and fire immediately once within range. Derek leisurely sat back in the command chair, took a sip of red tea from Blue Star, his eyes filled with disdain as he watched the triangular light fighter darting left and right on the large screen. He revealed a faint cold smile. Thinking that having a legendary fighter makes one invincible, yet unaware of the gap between interstellar giants and close-range ships still too young. If he were my subordinate, his future would be bright, but alas, he will only meet his end in space, a fleeting character. The scene shifted. The galaxy hard on Huang Yuexi's chest emitted a dazzling white light. Captain, we're within range. The escort ship's phase cannon has locked onto us. Quickly fire the particle cannon. Increase the power. Charge. Zoo-boom. The main cannon of the Orca-class strategic escort fired. A red high-energy phase beam with a diameter of 10 meters surged forth. The main cannon of the Day and Moon triangular light fighter also fired simultaneously. It unleashed a high-energy particle light mass with a diameter of 100 meters, emitting a dazzling golden glow that instantly illuminated hundreds of kilometers of battlefield. Its speed rivaled that of light, leaving no time for reaction. The particle energy beam collided with the phase. In an instant, the phase cannon energy was destroyed, yet the momentum did not diminish, striking the Orca-class strategic escort ship solidly. Boom. Bang. 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 Dome. The 500-meter-long escort ship flipped halfway in space. The thousands of soldiers aboard were thrown off their feet. Explosions erupted everywhere, flames and thick smoke quickly engulfing the battleship. Major Derek was thrown from his command chair, crashing heavily onto the helmsman's seat. Tea splashed all over his face, leaving him momentarily stunned. General, our shields have been breached. The engine is damaged by 20, the hull is 15 damaged, and multiple decks are on fire. Run. Escape at warp speed. General, have you forgotten? When we purchased this escort ship, the warp engine was already dismantled by the Martian regime. We only have conventional pulse engines. Get out. Enraged, Derek pushed the helmsman down and took over the helmsman's seat, frantically piloting the escort ship to escape the scene. The smoking flagship fled the battlefield. The remaining 100 or so battleships ceased fire and followed suit. Lin Yang did not pursue, not out of mercy, but because he feared both sides. I'm in a hurry to deliver, so we'll let you off this time. If we meet again, don't blame me for being ruthless and leaving no survivors. Go back and tell the asteroid belt regime that I did this because they forced me. After issuing the harsh words, Lin Yang sighed. Kaluja, how long until energy is restored? The previous particle cannon overloaded the energy adapter. It will take 5 hours to repair. Let the rebels come here to pick up the goods. We can't go anywhere in these 5 hours. What about the shields, Zoe? After replacing the directional frequency device, they can be restored in 20 minutes. First fix the shields, don't worry about the energy. Yuexi informed DR. And I have the rebels to come unload the cargo. After arranging everything, Lin Yang lay back in the pilot's chair, closed his eyes, and opened the system mall. Captain, are you not going to help? I'm too big to squeeze into some places. Huang Yuexi said helplessly. He'll go help you after a while. Don't you know that our captain gets weak when fighting? Yuexi, don't be so mean, you know whether I'm weak or not. Last night. Shut up. All right. Lin Yang quickly forced a smile. Congratulations. The host's luck is off the charts and a legendary item has been drawn. The system is pretty mean, isn't it? Is it my luck that's off the charts? This was a 10-time draw for 5,000 evolution points. Other counterparts have big gift packs offering a first-time 10-time draw. What about you? Just one word: stingy. Host, that's 2 words. In this highly developed era of interstellar navigation, not only is your knowledge lacking and your understanding outdated, but you also can't count. This system has assisted you to the maximum extent. Please do not complain further and evolve the battleship as soon as possible. Damn it. The newly appeared legendary item is the wide-eared bats type radar, the highest version. The scanning distance increased from the original 100 kilometers to 100 kilometers. The scanning accuracy has also increased several times. Unfortunately, the power is high and the energy consumption is several times that of the original type. This, Lin Yang pondered and gritted his teeth to buy it. System, let me do another 10-time draw. If there's no legendary energy, we'll just wait for death together. The Cauldron Star fleet is bound to return. Congratulations. The host's luck is off the charts and a legendary energy has been drawn. System, are you still going to say you're innocent? You slipped up, right? You're such a scammer, System. Regardless of how Lin Yang scolded in his heart, the system remained deaf and mute. Fortunately, there was the Qilin type energy adapter, which barely soothed Lin Yang's mood. The capacity of the legendary energy adapter is 50 times that of the original Wild Buffalo type. It can hold 500 sets of high compression energy modules at once. The power delivery has increased tenfold, and it can operate at overload 150 for 48 hours. After the purchase, there were still 50 evolution points left, which is insufficient for evolution. Lin Yang immediately recycled the damaged wild buffalo-type energy device and the wide-eared battle-type radar. Just barely enough to accumulate 100 evolution points. In 1 hour and 20 minutes we'll be able to restore power. Captain, why is there no radar? After the power is restored, the radar will be back in 20 minutes. Huang Yuexi frowned slightly. Captain, I don't know what your trump card is. You don't say and I want to ask, but you must plan well so we don't end up sitting here waiting to die. Don't worry, I believe the Cauldron Star Fleet won't return within 2 hours. At the command center of the Cauldron Star Fleet, the disheveled Major Derek was reporting the battle situation via video. That kind of powerful particle cannon, even if Mars and Blue Star could develop, it could not be unleashed by a light fighter. It must be that the Tiger Men are using Sirius technology. Bang! Commander Nelson slammed his fist on the table in anger. Immediately protest to the Galactic Star Alliance. The asteroid belt in the solar system has seen high civilization unlawfully interfering in the internal affairs of low civilizations. Let the Tiger Men of Sirius give humanity in the solar system an explanation. Congratulations, host, you have completed the main quest. For S-rank commission evolution points, 500 current evolution points 500. Main quest updated, 5 to start, and end well. Collaborate with the miners' resistance to deliver 3,000 oxygen machines to the underground miners' living quarters and ensure they operate normally. Evolution points 2,000. Dr. Ni Ziwang personally led the resistance fleet here. Transfer the 3,000 oxygen machines onto the mining ships. The 3 transport ships gratefully fled the scene. Lin Yang finally completed the 4th part of the main quest. He then sent a communication to Ni Ziwang. Dr. Ni, I've completed my part of the S-rank commission. What about your reward of 1 million star coins? Thank you for your efforts, Mr. Lin, Miss Huang, and Mr. Karuja the Tiger Man. Please dock the warship with the guiding mining ship, and I will present the reward immediately. My warship is currently repairing its power system, and the backup energy is only enough for life support, so it cannot dock. Please transfer the funds. Then please open the hatch. I will deliver the reward in my spacesuit. Yushi opened the hatch. A Dr. and I must be bringing the silver monitoring key. After the hatch opened, the mining ship several hundred meters away also opened its hatch. Dr. Ni Ziwang, wearing a spacewalking suit, gently controlled the thrusters and slowly flew towards the sun and moon. The dozen or so mining ships behind her swiftly left the scene. Hey, why did the mining ship leave? What is Dr. and I planning to do? Let's wait to see. It seems she isn't delivering the silver monitoring key. Let's see how she pays the 1 million star coins. A moment later, Dr. and I entered the pressurized chamber of the fighter jet. After the outer hatch closed, the air was pressurized again, and after the pressure balanced, the inner hatch opened. Ni Ziwang walked out of the pressurized chamber. After removing her helmet, she smiled calmly and said, Mr. Lin, I am the reward. I am an S-rank fugitive wanted by the Blue Star government. There is no need to go to the bounty dock for tasks. Just send me back to Blue Star or Mars and hand me over to the military, and you can receive the reward of 1 million star coins. Isn't that a bit ungrateful? Dr. Ni, why didn't you say this earlier? I'm sorry, Mr. Lin. The miners' resistance has no money. I am the only valuable fugitive, and I can only use this method to pay the reward. I apologize for withholding this information from you earlier. Why are you wanted by the Blue Star government? I was once a biologist and the head of the gene optimization group for the New Humanity Project. Shortly after the project began, I discovered that artificially optimizing genes did more harm than good. I expressed my dissent to the Supreme Council and published a paper stating that the New Humanity Project is a self-destructive endeavor. Before I could be arrested, I escaped from Blue Star. Your paper probably didn't get published, did it? Yes, every network blocked my paper. I became the enemy of human evolution, and after 5 years of exile, ended up in the asteroid belt. The so-called New Humanity Project was proposed jointly by the Blue Star and Mars governments a decade ago to quickly catch up with advanced civilizations like Sirius Alnitak and Pegasus. Human civilization decided to cultivate perfect descendants through gene selection and optimization. This theoretically perfect offspring is referred to as the New Humanity. Those who were originally human and those born through natural conception without gene optimization are all referred to as Old Humanity. The New Humanity bears the future of civilization. It is the largest gene project of the solar system today. Lin Yang never expected that Ni Ziwang before him was actually the head of the gene optimization group, a true top-tier biologist. Lin Yang shared her views on the interference of artificial gene optimization with natural evolution. Ni Ziwang has selflessly helped the suffering miners. Over the years, she has opened underground clinics in various places, saving countless miners' lives. Now, even if it costs her life, she must fulfill her commitment. This spirit of contract made Lin Yang feel he had stumbled upon a treasure. It would be difficult to let her go. Dr. Ni, since you have voluntarily entered my warship as a captive, your future is now in my hands. And Wang calmly replied, "You may do as you wish, Mr. Lin. There's no need for you to feel guilty. If you fear I might escape, you can kill me and deliver my body to the authorities. You would still receive the reward." "All right, then I won't be polite." Lin Yang turned and walked towards the cockpit. Karuja hurriedly reached out to stop him. "No, Captain. Dr. Ni is a visionary. We on Sirius did this 20,000 years ago, and it was a mistake that harmed future generations. Get lost. Why are you getting so worked up? Captain, isn't it just 1 million star coins? He'll pay. Just let Dr. Ni go." "Oh, you can pay." Huang Yuexi, who was originally just watching, became interested. "Karuja, can your father still provide more funds? This time it has to be 100 million star coins." Lin Yang's eyes sparkled instantly. "Yes, 100 million. Otherwise he'll kill you and use your remains for liquor." 100 million. I need to work slowly to repay it. Can I take 300 years? Do you think I can live for 300 years? Do you think humans are as long-lived as tiger men?" Lin Yang was so angry that he wanted to shoot Karuja. Huang Yuexi coldly said, "Just give 1 million first. 100 million is too much, and your father probably can't afford it. He won't even give 1 million. My father has already cultivated new royal embryos. I mean, I can slowly work to pay back 1 million star coins." "Shut up. You really can waste time." Ding. Lin Yang jumped up and knocked Karuja on the head. He then went to the cockpit to retrieve the gene registration device. Seeing this scene, Karuja finally breathed a sigh of relief. He foolishly smiled. "You scared me. I said the captain and the first officer may act decisively, but they only target enemies." Huang Yuexi said lightly, "Silly tiger, you need to practice your tacit understanding. You need to reach a level where you know what the captain is about to do with just a glance." "Hee, I will strive for that." And Wang, awaiting her fate, was a bit dazed. "What are you planning to do?" Lin Yang grinned wickedly. He grabbed her hand and pressed it onto the gene registration device. After extracting the information, he added Wang's name to the ship's medical officer slot. Boom! Lin Yang suddenly felt a surge of energy flowing into his body. His limbs and bones were filled with power. His hearing and vision significantly improved. His energy was even more abundant. "You have recruited a new crew member. Life energy permanently 10 current energy 130. Welcome aboard, Dr. Wang. From now on you are a member of the sun and moon." Lin Yang smiled slightly, his aura even stronger than before. Wang was taken aback. "Oh, Mr. Lin Yu. Sister and I." Huang Yuexi pulled Wang's arm. "I finally have a female companion. We now have 2 empty quarters. You can choose either one, but how about we share a room tonight?" "Oh, is this real? You don't want that 1 million. You all." Lin Yang smiled and waved his hand. "A top biogeneticist who cares for millions of hard-working miners, willing to sacrifice herself to honor her commitments. Someone like this, I wouldn't trade for 1 million, even for 100 billion. Karuja laughed and said, "Dr. Ni, our identities are not simple. One is more outrageous than the other. I am the exiled prince of the Tiger Man tribe from Sirius. The captain and the first officer have mysterious backgrounds, daring to challenge the asteroid belt government, and you are an S-rank fugitive of solar system civilization. Ha ha ha, we truly are a legendary criminal team. It's a team, not a gang. Don't say gang, it has a negative connotation in human language. Yes, Captain, we are a legendary criminal team. Forget it, you can call it whatever you like." Wang let Yuexi accompany you to choose a room. And Wang's eyes turned red, and she suddenly shed tears. "Captain, thank you. You're welcome. From now on we are family. I should have confessed to you sooner. It's not too late now. Later I will send a message to the miners. Lin, always do things with a beginning and an end. The 3,000 oxygen machines, I will assist in their deployment and ensure they operate normally." And Wang was stunned by Lin Yang's aura. After a moment of daze, she deeply bowed. "Captain, on behalf of over 7 million miners, I thank you for your help. Please contact the rebels immediately. Those leaders are preparing to launch a suicide attack on the asteroid regime after I set off. Quick, Yuexi, send a message to the rebels." Lin Yang couldn't help but scoff. "Aren't those leaders too crazy? Who will lead the rebels after they all die?" And Wang helplessly replied, "They don't have many years left to live. They were originally malformed, living underground with insufficient oxygen for a long time. Their average lifespan doesn't exceed 40 years. So they are going to accompany you to death. We didn't expect your character to be so noble." Lin Yang said, "It's so chilling, Wang. Do I look like someone who kills without blinking?" Karuja, who was beside them, hurriedly nodded in agreement. Bang! Lin Yang punched Karuja. And Wang smiled apologetically. "Captain, you seem like a decisive person." Lin Yang then opened the communication. "Don't execute the suicide plan. A doctor and I will not die." Several leaders were surprised to see Wang unharmed. "Mr. Lin, what is going on? Do you want to give Dr. Ni back to us?" "First, Miss Wang is now my ship's doctor, not yours. Secondly, we will assist in deploying oxygen machines. Lastly, put away your clever tricks. Launching a suicide attack on the asteroid regime with outdated mining ships is like an old man hanging himself. Tired of living, you will be annihilated before you even get close to the asteroid. Well, and Wang smiled and said, everyone, my captain has already promised to assist in deploying the oxygen machines, and I am not in danger, so you don't need to accompany me to death. Yes, Dr. Ni, you are right. But if we don't give the asteroid regime a heavy blow, the living conditions of the miners won't improve. It's possible that after some time the oxygen machines will be confiscated. Yes, Doctor, we originally don't have long to live. For the sake of millions of our compatriots, we are willing to die. And Wang shook her head. Listen to what my captain says, or anyway I disagree with you going to your deaths. Lin Yang said, what you call a heavy blow is not even a tickle to the asteroid belt's unified regime. Don't interfere. I am now going to pursue the main fleet of the Zaocean Star. You go distribute the oxygen machines properly and do not delay my return for deployment. That's an order, do you hear me? This. Yes, Mr. Lin, we will go distribute them right away. After the communication was closed, Wang cast an admiring glance at Lin Yang. It seems that the miners in the asteroid belt have found a true leader. Captain, when will the energy be ready? If we delay any longer, the Zaocean Star fleet will probably return to base. 5. What? 4. Off. 3, 2, 1. Lin Yang counted down 5 numbers, smiling contentedly. The Chelan-type energy is online. Karugia, go to the energy room and fill it up. As the Sun and Moon battleship shook, the new Chelan-type energy adapter completed its evolution and was perfectly compatible. When Karugia arrived at the energy room, he was instantly dumbfounded. Originally, the Yesui Neo-type energy adapter was a cylindrical adapter with a diameter of 1 meter and a height of 1 meter. Now the Chelan-type energy adapter has a diameter of 5 meters and a height of 5 meters. It can release 500 sets of high-compression energy modules at once. The original energy room was located in the lower cabin. The new energy system directly penetrated the upper and lower decks. The energy room changed its shape and became a huge cabin with a height of 9 meters. Karugia walked around the Chelan-type energy adapter, inspecting it. Unable to help but exclaim, it can actually appear out of thin air. Is it quantum 4-dimensional printing technology or ultraspace transmission technology? Could it be a modification of reality that bypasses the laws of physics? Sirius doesn't have this technology either. My captain is amazing. Huang Yuexi and Wang in the cockpit were equally shocked. Captain, the power of the new energy is 10 times that of the original, and the engine can finally be developed to 100. Our speed can reach 200 Mach, which is 68 kilometers per second or 24500 kilometers per hour. Not only does the speed reach its maximum, but as long as Karugia can keep up in the energy room, our Fire Dragon X particle cannon can fire continuously. There will be no more instances of exhausting energy after firing one shot and being immobilized. Karugia chuckled in the communicator. Captain, during battles, I will be loading modules in the energy room. Doesn't that make me look like an ancient boiler worker? Ancient? Lin Yang was taken aback. He then felt a sense of sadness. Damn, to them a boiler worker is indeed an ancient profession. But why do I feel like it's not that far off? My third uncle was a boiler worker after all. Sigh, suddenly feeling inexplicably deflated. What am I? Just a backward, ancient, primitive man. Please do not be discouraged, host. Your genes are the purest and most natural. It is precisely because of this that you can coexist deeply with the battleship, an advantage that no modern human possesses. System, are you saying that all human genes today are not purely natural? After over 2,000 years of high-tech development, even babies born naturally without edited genes have been artificially screened before birth, or their parents were screened, making them not truly evolved humans, unable to coexist with battleships on a conscious level. I somewhat understand why you brought me from ancient times now. This system does not have the ability to traverse time and space and select travelers. It was your appearance that activated this system. Okay, it seems Lin Yang suddenly widened his eyes, his fists clenched tightly. He suddenly felt a huge surge of energy flowing into his body. As if he had endless strength, every bone in his body was filled with power. This feeling was simply indescribable. Congratulations, host. The Chelan-type energy has begun to operate. The Sun and Moon ship's energy is in a full state, and it has transformed into life energy to nourish you. As long as you maintain the battleship's energy in a full state, you will have endless life energy. What is my current life energy? It is still 130, which is 30 more than an ordinary human. Recruiting crew members can increase the upper limit. The battleship continuously nourishes life energy, but cannot raise the upper limit. Understood. Captain, stop talking to yourself and being dazed. Where are we pursuing? Yuexi, I do have a habit of talking to myself, but I am neither absent-minded nor confused. Don't keep saying that. Head towards the direction of Zaocean Star at full speed. Once again, setting off, the speed increased from 40 Mach to 200 Mach. The ship's shield layers repeatedly lit up with points of light, all caused by the impact of space debris on the shield. These points of light were like raindrops hitting a car windshield, causing Lin Yang to momentarily return to the time before his crossing. Beep, wide-eared bats type radar evolution completed, installed, and compatible. Captain, the radar is online. Huang, you are in charge of the radar. Activate the maximum range scan of 100 kilometers to find the main fleet of Zhao Shin Star. Found at 53000 kilometers away. It is estimated that we can catch up in 20 minutes. Karugia, ensure energy supply. Zun, keep an eye on the radar. Yuexi, get your galaxy heart ready. Let's engage. The main fleet of the Stove God Star is racing back to the base at full speed. Commander Derek is drafting a list of punishments. They suffered a defeat. Someone must take the blame. The 7th team, the 5th team, the 3rd team. None shall escape along with those heavy bombers that have been hiding at the back. General. Not good. The officer rushed into the captain's office. Lin Yang has caught up. What? Wasn't he supposed to deliver supplies? Maybe he has finished delivering. Damn it, they have no regard for us. Notify all battleships to engage, and the escort ships will supervise from the rear. Anyone who dares to retreat will be blasted to pieces. General, this time. Speak. This time Lin Yang's battleship is faster, 200 Mach. It's true, 200 Mach. Our fleet's maximum speed is only 50 Mach. We can't compete at all. Looks like there's no escape, then we shall engage. This is the final showdown, give it your all. Aside from one large escort ship, the fleet still has 117 various warships left. Upon receiving the order, they immediately formed a defensive array 1,000 kilometers wide and long. Like a shield, they stood in space to withstand Lin Yang's charge. The large escort ship hid behind the array, supervising the battle. Soon both sides entered firing range. The 118 warships opened fire simultaneously. Various lasers and guided weapons illuminated the void of space. From a distance, it resembled a giant beam with a diameter of 100 kilometers, while Lin Yang's sun and moon ship darted within the beam. It quickly breached the defensive line. The battleship's speed surged to 200 Mach, its maneuverability increased several times. Lin Yang tapped into the life energy fed back from the battleship. During the shared consciousness, he felt even more at ease. He felt as if he were the battleship and the battleship was his second body. In the blink of an eye, he charged into the defensive array. It was as if he had entered a no man's land. Dense laser weapons whizzed past him, not even grazing his shield. The guided weapons moved at around 100 Mach, still slower than his flying speed. With his ultra-high speed and maneuverability, he had already secured an unbeatable position. Moreover, the coordination with the first officer Huang Yuexi was perfectly timed. 2 ion pulse cannons fired continuously. The ion light clusters were more powerful than the main cannons of the enemy's heavy bombers. They could quickly clear the battleships in front. Just as he passed through the defensive array formed by the 117 warships, the particle cannon fired at the large escort ship. Pew, pew, pew. 3 shots in succession. Suddenly, a brilliant light burst forth in the sky. The over 500-meter-long Orca-class strategic escort ship exploded. Flames illuminated the cosmos. A massive shockwave erupted, instantly tossing nearby small warships into the air. Various debris exploded outward, scattering like cannonballs. Seconds later, the flames reached 1,000,000 kilometers away at the Stove God Star. Commander Nelson watched the bright spot appearing in the void of space overhead. His heart sank. Escort fleet quickly. Take my family to Venus for refuge. The entire Stove God Star was thrown into chaos. Various factions seized the opportunity to plunder. Meanwhile, a great chase unfolded on the battlefield 1,000,000 kilometers away. Destroying a light fighter yields 100 evolution points. A heavy bomber grants 600 evolution points. Lin Yang certainly would not let them escape. Even without evolution points or system tasks, he would not let the enemy go. Being merciful to the enemy on the battlefield is to be cruel to oneself. These lazy soldiers who enjoy privileges and wealth, yet do nothing, should be thoroughly eliminated. This is the so-called main fleet of the Stove God Star. In essence, they are outdated warships retired from Mars or Blue Star. They cannot compare to the legendary warships that have had their power fully developed. 1 hour later, the battle concluded. Lin Yang did not feel tired at all. He immediately changed direction and flew towards Stove. Congratulations, host, for destroying the main fleet of the Stove God Star and completing challenge task. 5. Pursue the victory evolution points. 8,000 challenge task updated. 6. Great victory. Defeated the asteroid belt joint fleet evolution points. 15,000. You have destroyed Orca-class escort ship X1 evolution points. 1,500 Mountain Axe bomber X10 evolution points. 6,000. Dual wield sword heavy fighter X20 evolution points. 8,000. Curved blade medium fighter X42 evolution points. 8,400 razor light fighter X45 evolution points. 4,500 current evolution points. 36400. Yuexi sent a message to the rebels instructing them to transport the oxygen generator to Stove God Star immediately. Okay, I'm on it. Are you feeling weak? I just didn't expect that we could annihilate a main fleet composed of over 100 warships with just a light fighter. My emotions haven't settled yet. That's nothing. After all, it was a medium-sized fleet made up of outdated warships. Given our maneuverability and firepower, it would be abnormal not to win. I think you're just feeling insecure. Feeling insecure is still insecurity. Do you really think I'm like you? Captain, you're going to close your eyes and rest again, right? Understood. Since you're feeling insecure, Yuexi, wait for me tonight. Lin Yang closed his eyes, lying in the pilot's seat, browsing the evolution shop. First, he did 10 consecutive draws. The host's luck is extraordinary, pulling a legendary item. Mystic Turtle X Medium Shield, 2,000 evolution points. Not bad. I'll buy it. Let's do another 10. The host is blessed with luck, and the shop produces a legendary item again. Fire Phoenix X-type Sublight Speed Cluster Missile, just 1. Also 2,000 evolution points. He'll buy it. Looking at the account, there were still over 20,000 evolution points left. Lin Yang could not control his impulse to buy. He immediately did another 10 consecutive draws. The host struck lucky, and a legendary item appears again. System, stop being cheeky. This is what I got for spending 5,000 evolution points. It's not luck. If luck existed, there should be an epic item. Looking at the Mystic Turtle X Medium Shield that appeared again, Lin Yang smiled slightly. But that's fine. Both shields are now complete. 10 consecutive draws. After the great battle, the evolution points surged, and it's hard to resist not doing 10 consecutive draws. Ding ding ding. Congratulations, host. Your luck is astonishing. The shop has an epic item. Yin Yang Fish Y-type Mirror Generator, a new gadget, no instruction manual, selling for 1,000 evolution points. So this is how it is. Buy. Stove God Star. Those with foresight and spaceships fled. Only the lower-class people or the descendants of miners with nowhere to go remained. Only various criminal gangs preoccupied with immediate gains were left. Conflicts between gangs began to erupt on the ground, with looting incidents happening everywhere. Every space war fell into flames of battle. Many gangs or individuals even took advantage of the chaos to capture ordinary people. Once captured in the ship's hold, they became slaves sold at will. The regime of Stove God Star, maintained for hundreds of years, collapsed with a resounding crash. It ended without struggle. 1 hour later, the Sun and Moon ship docked at the Stove God Star port. The battleship's dual shields have been upgraded. The new Mystic Turtle X shield has 10 times the power of the original Black Rhino C shield. Throughout the journey, Dr. Ni Ziwang finally witnessed what a miracle truly is. Compared to Lin Yang's battleship Huang Yuexi's Heart of the Galaxy and Karujia's background, she felt that being a Grade S fugitive from the solar system was nothing special. Captain, the rebel leaders have arrived. Ziwang, you go meet them. I need to stabilize the order of Stove God Star first, then deploy the oxygen generator. As soon as the words fell, a Camel-class transport ship took off from a distance. Ni Ziwang frowned and said, Captain, I scanned that transport ship and detected 2,355 people inside, all bound. Yuexi aimed for the engine's standard attack. Pew, pew. 2 unenhanced ion pulse cannons disabled the transport ship on the spot. Oh, isn't that Major Galeva from the Bounty Dock? How did he get into the business of human trafficking? The transport ship inherently lacked combat capabilities. The one piloting it was Galava, the head of the Bounty Dock. After enduring 2 blasts from the ion cannons, immediately a message of surrender was sent out. Captain, don't fire, it's me. It's you, brat. Lin Yang chuckled. Galava, why are you trafficking slaves instead of properly running the Bounty Dock? I wouldn't dare. I'm taking them to Gushin Star, but I was afraid they wouldn't behave on the way, so I tied them up one by one. No need for explanations. I need you now. We can discuss this later. Just land quietly. Mr. Lin, my transport ship's engine has been destroyed by you. No worries. I have a towing beam to pull you down. 5 minutes later, the transport ship landed next to the Sun and Moon. More than 2,000 people lined up to disembark from the ship. They were all women and children. Galava's face was grim, and he managed an awkward smile. Lin Yang chuckled coldly and patted him on the shoulder, startling Galeva. Mr. Lin, you accompany me to the Fleet Command Center. Announce to all the residents of Gushin Star that the former regime has fled. Gushin Star is liberated, and the miners' resistance has taken over. From now on, whether underground or on the surface, as long as you are human, you are free. Understood. Galeva immediately gave a thumbs up. Mr. Lin is truly a savior. Gushin Star is fortunate to have you among us. Humph. Lin Yang cast a cold glance at him, making Galeva feel uneasy. After the announcement was sent out, the chaos on Gushin Star gradually subsided. The underground miners paused their work and began to move to the surface. The resistance was methodically directing the miners to register as free individuals. 800 oxygen machines allocated based on population began to be transported underground. The oxygen machines and the base dome on the surface remained intact with the shields undamaged. They quickly resumed normal operations. Overall, this regime transition did not harm too many civilians, making it quite smooth. Lin Yang had Galeva gather the leaders of the remaining factions on Gushan Star and notified several leaders of the resistance and group heads. A temporary regime meeting was held at the Fleet Command Center. Gentlemen, I don't care what factions or interest groups you belonged to before. Now that you have chosen to stay on Gushan Star, please abide by the new rules. In the future, the Miners Organization will be the legitimate regime of Gushan Star. I hope you won't squander good days and follow in the footsteps of Nelson and Derek. The Supreme Commander has fled, and the Commander and the main battleship have been blown to ashes. This outcome is enough to intimidate the small gangs. A dozen leaders nodded submissively, afraid to even lift their heads in front of Lin Yang. At this moment, Lin Yang had become a legend. For the next few hundred years, his deeds would be passed down in the asteroid belt. I hope you will all conduct business honestly. In the future, Gushan Star will grow more prosperous. You don't need to offer your support, just refrain from causing trouble. Yes, mister. Lin, we will definitely not cause trouble. Gushan Star is my home, and I will build it well. Rest assured, mister. Lin, we are staying, we just don't plan to align with the former regime. Lin Yang exchanged a smile with an Aizuan. All right, we have matters to attend to at the dock. I'll let Mr. Shirtsong explain the rest to you. The oldest leader of the resistance stood up. Gentlemen, although Mr. Lin is not from the resistance, he will always be our honorary leader. We will follow his ideals and govern Gushan Star well. Next, Lin Yang and the others did not attend the rest of the meeting. Having settled matters, they left. It was time to upgrade the battleships at the dock. 5 energy cannons are empty, 2 pulse cannons, 2 refractor cannons, and let's add a magnetic explosion cannon. Add 3 missile launchers. What is this Dragonfly K? Give me the highest version Z. Fill it up. 1,000 energy modules. You think I care whether I can fit them? The space that doesn't touch you is none of your business. The food pack needs to be filled with meat. I have a big cat that doesn't eat vegetarian. Fill it up. Yes, fill it up. No choice, I don't care about the cost. This willful. Lin Yang arrived at the dock reminiscent of Tian Buguang storming into the grand garden filled with beauties. Without any reservations. The regime on Gushan Star has ended and Commander Nelson has fled in disgrace. The new regime is supported by Lin Yang. The items in the dock are certainly free for him to plunder. And he just happened to be someone who didn't do pleasantries. He was utterly shameless, wishing he could take the entire dock with him. The salesperson followed behind the 4 of them, trembling in fear. Afraid Lin Yang would hold a grudge for not selling him goods last time. Mr. Lin, the workers are transporting goods. The battleship modification will take 3 hours. Would you like to rest in the VIP room? We have a collection of Blue Star green tea. All right, notify Galeva at the bounty dock to bring the communicator to the VIP room. Yes, please wait a moment in the VIP room. I will go find him right away. 20 minutes later, Galeva arrived at the dock's VIP room with a fawning expression. Mr. Lin, you called for me. Contact the legendary hunter Gus from Mars. Yes. Coincidentally, I can indeed reach him. It is my honor to help Mr. Lin with his troubles. The video call connected. On the other side was a frail, emaciated old man, his face lined with wrinkles, sparse white whiskers, and a layer of short, straight white hair on his head. He smiled coldly, his eyes flashing with a cold light. Truly, heroes emerge from youth. Once a lowly black household, now a significant figure who toppled the regime of Gushan Star and shook the asteroid belt. It seems that the death of Vulture at your hands is quite an honor for him. Oh, so you don't hold a grudge against me for killing your apprentice Vulture? Ha ha ha, if you were an unknown nobody who fortuitously killed Vulture, I would surely crush you and ant challenging authority. Now that you are a big figure, Vulture's death at your hands is not disgraceful, merely a dog I don't care. No wonder you are a legendary bounty hunter. You know that if you don't act, the coalition of the asteroid belt won't let me go either. You are skilled at avoiding danger. I hope we don't clash directly. Thank you for the praise. They'll send you a personal favor. The regime of the asteroid belt has already protested to the Galactic Star Alliance, complaining that the Sirius Tiger people are illegally interfering with low civilization's internal affairs. The big tiger next to you is in trouble. The Sirius saber-toothed tiger is on its way to hunt him down. One wave hasn't settled, and another rises. After ending the communication, Lin Yang shook his head helplessly. I'm afraid they won't believe me if I say this has nothing to do with Sirius technology. Of course I can't say that. Huang Yuexi said lightly. The foolish tiger was originally a wanted criminal in exile. He wouldn't care about another saber-toothed tiger coming to hunt him. If we expose our aces, we might attract not just human civilizations, but even extraterrestrial galaxies to intervene. Kaluja chuckled. The saber-toothed tigers are not just one. They are an ancient execution organization of Sirius. Their authority is high, and their power is formidable. They know no feelings, and only know slaughter. It would be better if they came to hunt me down, and I have something to say to them. And Ziwan exclaimed in surprise, aren't you worried at all? Haha, the tiger people never know what worry or fear is. I enjoy the feeling of being hunted. Galeva tentatively asked Mr. Lin, Miss Huang, what? What is going on here? Galava, let me ask you, where are you planning to take those 2,000 slaves? Uh, it's really Gushin Star. They are not slaves, they. Click. Lin Yang pressed the phase gun against his forehead. If you can't provide useful information, then you are of no use. The reason I have kept you alive until now is simply for 4 purposes: to send out notifications to stabilize the situation, to summon the leaders of various factions for a meeting, to contact the Martian hunter Gawa, and to handle the matter of the slaves. Lin Yang tapped Gava's forehead with his phase gun. If you fail to meet my expectations, then what good are you to me? I will tell you everything. Moreover, I have a 5th purpose. If you spare my life, you will find I am worth far more. Oh, do tell. Those slaves are the private property of Commander Nelson, and he ordered me to transport them. Had I known you were so, I would not have run to Gushin Star, but instead stayed on Jiaoshan Star to welcome you. Those people were all captured by you. No, they were already slaves, often sold to the arenas or individuals. You can verify this. They are usually held in Zone F, and it was you who restored their status as free individuals. How many arenas are there in the asteroid belt? For with Gushin Star being the largest, followed by Jiaoshan Star, Zhejian Star, and Hunshan Star. Will those female slaves also be sent to the arenas? You have no idea. Some nobles have very twisted minds. Why didn't you transport any male slaves? The male slave transport ship took off an hour ago. Women and children moved slower, and that delayed me. Now let's hear about your 5th purpose. Be brief and don't waste my time. Gawa swallowed hard, his palms already slick with cold sweat. He knew that whether he could survive depended entirely on his upcoming performance. Captain, after Jiaoshan Star is liberated, it will gradually return to normalcy. You also mentioned that it will become more prosperous, so the bounty dock will definitely need to reopen. Get to the point. Yes, I have 20 years of experience managing bounty docks and extensive connections in the bounty industry. I can manage the bounty dock for you and continuously amass wealth for you. Lin Yang sneered coldly. Don't forget you were originally Nelson's man. I have a quantum monitoring microbomb implanted in my cervical spine. If I betray you, you can blow my head off anytime, anywhere. The proposal for such a microbomb was indeed simple and brutal. Based on the principle of quantum entanglement for communication, no matter where Lin Yang was in the universe, he could listen in on Gawa at any time. It also came with a monitoring system for blood pressure, heartbeat, body temperature, and respiratory rate. Once any act of betrayal was detected, immediate execution would follow. Once implanted in the cervical spine, it would instantly connect to the nervous system. If the connection is severed, it would self-destruct immediately. It is a common method used by the upper-class nobility to control their slaves. To be honest, Lin Yang was somewhat disdainful of such electronic shackles. With his personality, he would either use them boldly or blow someone's head off. But aside from Gawa, he couldn't find anyone else to manage the bounty dock for him. He would not generously hand over the dock to the miners' organization. The miners' organization had overthrown the original regime. The bounty dock was what he deserved, accepting this lucrative bounty market, which he believed was a gentleman's way of acquiring wealth. All right, Gawa, you're clever. I hope you won't do anything foolish in the future. Thank you for your recognition, Captain. Gawa is your servant. This man was indeed very clever, putting himself in a position where he had to succeed. There were no unnecessary tricks, simply and brutally turning himself into a useful slave. 10 minutes later, the dock engineer implanted the micro-controlled bomb in Gawa. The remote control was in Lin. Gawa, go find the miners' leader Shirtsong, hand over the bounty dock, and recruit some personnel to get the dock up and running as soon as possible. I only want results, so I don't care how you achieve it, but remember one thing, do not tarnish my reputation. Understood. Please rest assured, Captain, within 24 hours, your bounty dock will be officially operational. After Gawa left, Lin Yang smiled. From now on, we will never be short of money. Huang Yuexi said calmly. Captain, wake up from your dream. As long as the Asteroid Belt Alliance doesn't collapse, there won't be any business at the bounty dock on Jiaoshan Star. That's exactly what I plan to do. Once order is restored on Jiaoshan Star and defenses are up, we will take the initiative. Hey, I'm curious, Captain. Curious about what? In the past, you would ask everyone if they wanted to become your crew. Now the opportunity has come, and as long as you give the order, a large number of people would eagerly join, just like Gawa earlier. Why didn't you invite him to join? Better to be selective than indiscriminate. Our 5th partner definitely cannot be someone like Gawa and his ilk. Lin Yang recruited the mysterious Huang Yuexi, who possessed the heart of the galaxy. Along with Karugia, the prince of the tiger people from the Sirius civilization, and Ni Ziwin, a top biological geneticist, N-class fugitive. The next crew member. He didn't plan to randomly grab someone off the street. At the very least, they had to possess strength comparable to Soon the miners' leader Shirtsong sent a message. Mr. Lin, order on Jiaoshan Star has stabilized, but the defenses are not yet complete. We request that you stay a little longer. Just one day. If we don't hear any news of an attack from the Asteroid Belt Alliance by tomorrow, we will head to the nearest Hunshan Star. Due to the destruction of the main fleet of Zhaoshan Star, the patrol fleet fled, and the rebels quickly took over this asteroid, which has a diameter of 525 kilometers. Ordinary residents and underground miners were re-registered as free individuals. Order was restored to normal. However, the original companies, including Mars Bank, Blue Star Bank, labor companies, transportation companies, and space farms, all fled. They left behind a heap of vacant industries. The rebels heeded Lin Yang's advice and preserved them intact, waiting for those companies to return to Zhaoshan Star for investment and operation. Only capital investment can make this place prosperous. The labor docks, trade docks, and transport ports that originally belonged to the Zhaoshan Star regime were taken over by the rebels. The bounty dock was allocated to Lin Yang, becoming the only bounty market in the solar system that was not affiliated with any regime but belonged solely to an individual. Gawa soon sent another message. Captain, the money originally in the bounty dock account was taken by Nelson. The bank has run away, and the various regimes do not recognize the legitimacy of the rebels. We cannot establish a new account, so we can only temporarily operate the dock with my personal account. Whatever salary Nelson gave you before will remain the same. Once the company account is created, we will settle the accounts. Just do a good job. Yes, I won't fuss over salary issues until the dock's performance reaches its original level. Good, a smart person won't suffer losses. I like to collaborate with smart people. Captain, you and I are not in a partnership. I am your servant. All right, enough with the flattery, but it's getting nauseating. Get to work. It seems that completing the main quest from beginning to end is not as easy as it appears, Lin Yang mused. He had thought he could leisurely sip tea in the VIP room of the dock. Just let the miners handle the deployment of the oxygen machines. Unexpectedly, chaos erupted underground. He truly needed to go down himself. System were the main growth and challenge tasks, always set up like this. Can you reveal some information about the future? The 3 types of tasks are temporarily formulated by this system based on the host's current situation, and they will only take effect after passing the review. If this system knew the future direction, it would have already conspired with the host on how to dominate the universe. Who is the reviewer? Is it a civilization of a higher dimension? It is a set of original rules from the basic code of this system. Ever since you activated it, this system has not encountered any higher dimensional civilization. It seems you also have things you don't understand. In that case, let us strive together from now on. You are the host. Without you, this system cannot survive. I will maximize the benefits for you. Lin Yang nodded in satisfaction. Korugia, come with me to see what kind of monster Nelson has created. Great. My bones are itching all over. Huang Yuexi quickly stood up. I want to go too. And I Ziwen added, me too. You too. Lin Yang wanted to say that the 2 ladies should just rest. However, thinking it over, these 2 women were not delicate flowers. They had strength and means capable of handling both space and ground battles. They could stand alone. All right, let's all go take a look. The 4 immediately left the dock fully armed, heading toward the incident site. Zhaoshan Star is unlike Blue Star, which has an atmosphere suitable for human habitation. It is also not like Mars, where the atmosphere has been modified to meet human survival conditions. Each base on the surface of Zhaoshan Star is protected by domes and shields. The bases are connected by underground tunnels. The 4 sat in a base vehicle speeding through the underground passage. They quickly reached the main base of the Zhaoshan Star government. A large crowd was fleeing while the already deformed underground miners were running slowly. Either they were trampled to death or caught and killed by the monsters. The rebel guard was firing energy guns or phase guns at the monsters, but it seemed the monsters had shields. They were immune to energy weapon damage. Lin Yang and the others immediately jumped out of the vehicle and rushed into the fleeing crowd. Upon seeing the appearance of the monsters, a wave of nausea surged in all 4 of their hearts. 15 monsters could barely be called carbon-based life forms. There was a giant ape over 3 meters tall. Its head was covered in twisted poisonous snakes with 4 thick arms and a tail with poisonous spikes. There was a 5-meter-long, 3-headed wolf. Its body was covered in dozens of hard, spiny vines. There was also a giant bear over 3 meters tall, covered in tough armor. These monsters were genetically fused from beasts of Blue Star and alien creatures. They were killing machines specifically designed for the gladiatorial arena. They were inherently brutal and bloodthirsty. Now equipped with individual shields, they slaughtered the crowd with even greater ferocity. The rebels were utterly helpless against these monsters. The warships were docked at the port and could not enter the dome. There were mechas inside the base, but either they were malfunctioning or locked. The passwords had not been cracked, and they could only watch anxiously. Without powerful artillery, they couldn't hurt these monsters at all. That is why Chief Shirtsong requested Lin Yang's help. Mr. Lin, these monsters were deliberately left behind by Nelson to slaughter the underground miners. By the time they were discovered, all 5,000 people in the E9 mining area were already dead. Why are we only finding out now? The E9 mining area is remote and lacks communication equipment. People can't escape, so. Our roar. Shikong's words were interrupted. The 15 monsters began to scream like mad. They immediately abandoned the crowd and charged towards Lin Yang and the others. Do these monsters recognize us? Captain, I suspect Nelson is secretly commanding them. It's possible. Fire at will. Pew. Huang Yuexi fired her phase gun. The power had been enhanced by her using the heart of the galaxy, making it nearly 10 times stronger, comparable to the phase cannons equipped on ordinary warships. The individual shields simply could not withstand it. The giant spider charging at the front was pierced through its shield. With another shot from the phase gun, it was instantly penetrated by a high-energy beam, creating a hole over a meter in diameter. Boom. Karugia's oversized energy cannon fired. After loading an armor-piercing high-explosive energy shell, it instantly penetrated the shield. After entering the giant bear's body, it exploded immediately. Flesh and blood burst forth, staining the surrounding streets red. There was no need for Lin Yang and Ziwen to take action. In just a few seconds, Huang Yuexi and Karugia had eliminated 5 monsters. The remaining 10 monsters turned and fled towards the underground entrance. Ziwen, stay here to save people, we will chase them. Hundreds of people at the scene were injured and needed Dr. and I. The 3 of them went after the monsters. The underground caves were intricate and complex. After half an hour of pursuit, Huang Yuexi could no longer keep up. Wiping the sweat from her forehead, she stuffed a necklace into Lin Yang's hand. I can't chase anymore, my endurance is limited. Running quickly in the winding underground caves for half an hour is more exhausting than running 30 kilometers outside. Is my first mate weak? Say what you want, him going back to the surface. The heart of the galaxy can track the monsters, you take it. You? Haven't you always wanted to understand it? Take it, I return it to me after the monsters are exterminated. Huang Yuexi put her hands on her hips and leaned against the cave wall as she walked towards a nearby exit. Watching her back, Lin Yang felt a twinge of pity in his heart. She gave me her trump card so easily. Oh, I really don't know what difficulties she has faced wandering alone to the desolate asteroid belt and joining me, who was then unreliable and without a dime, if I let her down. Captain, hurry up. Don't dawdle. Karugia called out loudly in front. They had just killed 2 more monsters. 8 remained underground, and miners along the way continued to be killed by the monsters. They truly could not afford to delay. Chase. Lin Yang tightened his grip on the heart of the galaxy. He immediately felt a pulse in front of his left fist. In front was a fork in the passage. He and Karugia immediately pursued to the left. 2 hours later, Karugia was panting heavily, waving his hands repeatedly. It's not that my endurance is lacking, Captain. The monsters are running in different directions. We have covered several times the distance they have, and this underground cave is too torturous for me. My large size makes it difficult to turn. There are still 6 left, you chase them. It seems you're still not up to the task, old tiger. Hand me the energy cannon and the armor-piercing rounds. Captain, human endurance is indeed quite enduring, but you can't be this outrageous, can you? Your heartbeat, breathing, and blood pressure show little fluctuation. I get it, it's the heart of the galaxy helping you. The heart of the galaxy is indeed miraculous, but it cannot replenish endurance, otherwise Yuexi wouldn't have withdrawn early. Indeed. How amazing. I mean, you are amazing, Captain, how do you? Karugia's words were cut off as Lin Yang had already disappeared around the corner of the cave. With the life energy fed back by the sun and moon, no matter how far Lin Yang was from the warship, he could obtain a ceaseless supply of energy as long as the energy of the sun and moon remained abundant. He possessed an inexhaustible source of life energy. His hearing, vision, willpower, strength, endurance, and self-healing abilities were all at peak condition. And the genetically modified monsters did not have such enduring stamina. 3 hours later, under the guidance of the heart of the galaxy, Lin Yang had killed all but the last monster, which was cornered in an abandoned cave. Just as he was about to fire, the 3-meter giant ape suddenly spoke. Lin Yang, what exactly is your origin? Are you human? Former Commander Nelson. That's right, it's me. Human civilization is transitioning from the old humanity to the new humanity. These miners are at best defective products, not even qualifying as old humans. Neither Blue Star nor Mars will recognize the legitimacy of the miners' organization. The United Fleet has already assembled. I advise you not to meddle. If you insist on resisting, the entire Zaotian star will be destroyed. Bang! Lin Yang retaliated against Nelson with an armor-piercing high-explosive energy round. The giant ape was blown into fragments. Enough of the chatter. I'm just an outdated human, old to the core. The monster was completely annihilated. The danger on the God of Fire star was lifted. All 800 oxygen generators were deployed and successfully operated. They returned to the surface. They arrived right at the position of the Bounty Harbor. This dome base with a diameter of 1 kilometer was his property on the God of Fire star. First Officer Huang Yuexi, Safety Officer Kaluga Ship, Dr. Ziwen, and the person in charge of the Bounty Harbor Galava were already waiting for him, along with some rebel leaders led by Shurtsong. Captain, aren't you tired? Not too bad, thanks for the Galaxy Heart. It would be great if I could enhance its power. Lin Yang reached out to put the Galaxy Heart necklace around her neck. Huang Yuexi's eyes showed a hint of tenderness. Only I can unleash its power, just as only you can deeply control the battleship. I was just joking. Do you really want to share the galaxy heart with me? If possible, why not? Cough, huh? Kaluga coughed lightly. Captain Leader Shirtsong said the asteroid belt United Fleet is gathering towards us. How should we respond? What are you panicking for? Are you scared? Lin Yang tossed the large explosive gun over. Kaluga caught it. In our Tiger Clan, the word fear doesn't even exist. However, Shirtsong expressed his concern, Mr. Lin, with the current strength of the rebels, we cannot resist the United Fleet. Moreover, the miners on the God of Firestar have already gone to the surface registered as free individuals, and if they fall back under the old regime, they will be executed in large numbers. Ni Ziwen said, as the ancient saying goes, when the city gates catch fire, the fish in the moat suffer. This war will likely harm innocent residents. Lin Yang pondered and replied, there is only one way to deal with it now. You say it, and we rebels will fully cooperate. Have all the civilians enter underground to avoid the flames of war, and then all the rebels will leave on mining ships informing the United Fleet that you have all retreated. Shirtsong nodded. In that case, the United Fleet won't waste firepower attacking a God of Firestar without rebels. No matter who comes to rule, the miners will be safe. Don't be so optimistic. If we don't heavily damage the main fleet, they will still execute the miners after taking control of the God of Firestar. Why? Just because the miners supported the rebels. That's just on the surface. Lin Yang's eyes flickered with a hint of melancholy. The upper echelons of humanity have abandoned the old humans, leading all races towards the new humans. The miners, with a mutation rate of 100, are even inferior to the old humans. If it weren't for their reliance on the asteroid belt's resources, the upper echelons would have already wiped out the miners. Indeed, the miners don't even have the right to register their identities. Mr. Lin, I heard you were once an unregistered miner. Where did you? Enough. Let's split up and take action. We will confront the main fleet. Lin Yang interrupted Shikang's question. He didn't want to reveal too many of his secrets. He immediately led 3 companions to the dock. Shirtsong led the rebels to act according to the plan. Only Galava, the person in charge of the bounty harbor, stood there in a daze. He touched the micro-high explosive bomb implanted at the back of his neck. His mood was quite complicated. I hope I didn't make the wrong bet. Why regret it? At that time, his life was almost lost, so he had to do this. Lin Yang was certainly not an ordinary person. I couldn't possibly have made the wrong bet. Captain, you must win. The exterior of the Sun and Moon battleship was equipped with 8 energy cannon positions, 4 missile positions, and 1 tractor beam. The interior of the battleship was also fully stocked. The main cannon was a legendary level Fire Dragon-type particle cannon. The front and rear secondary cannons were all Cobra-type ion pulse cannons. The left and right turrets were equipped with 2 Red Spider E-type laser refraction cannons. The high-energy laser beams could refract between nearby enemy ships or guided weapons. It was a dual-purpose weapon for both offense and defense in close combat. The lower hull's turret was fitted with a Mantis Shrimp-type magnetic explosion cannon, a type of electromagnetic cannon. The upper hull had 4 missile launch platforms with 16 Dragonflies-type missiles and 357 Dragonfly-type missiles. Lin Yang had emptied the missile depot at the dock. In addition, there was a legendary-level Fire Phoenix-type sublight speed cluster missile and an epic-level Enyang Fish E-type mirror generator. The current Sun and Moon-class fighter could be said to be armed to the teeth. The growth task for legendary battleship required the triangular Spike Light fighter to evolve to the appropriate level. Now its power, firepower, and defense have far exceeded expectations. The internal supporting facilities have all reached their original levels. Task completed, adding 2,000 evolution points. Second advancement evolved the skeletal structure of a light interceptor into that of a medium interceptor, gaining 5,000 evolution points. Currently, there is a curved blade-class medium interceptor skeleton available in the system shop. This will refresh automatically after the 30-day period. Lin Yang is unimpressed. After all, he had destroyed not just 1, but nearly 2 curved blade medium interceptors. He would rather accumulate 5,000 evolution points for 10 consecutive draws than complete an evolution task using outdated models that have been eliminated by the Blue Star or Mars fleets. After boarding the ship, Lin Yang sat in the captain's seat with Huang Yuexi as the co-pilot and Ni Ziwen at the radar station. The Tigerman Karujia was in the energy room, ready to load energy modules at any moment. Prepare yourselves, this will be a tough battle. Captain, the rebel mining fleet has departed from the God of Firestar and has sent a retreat message to the joint fleet. Ni Ziwen promptly reported the movements of the rebels. Has the joint fleet responded? No, I suspect they will at least split their forces into 2, one to pursue the rebels, and the other to take control of the God of Firestar. Huang Yuexi frowned and said, perhaps it will be 3 routes. In the eyes of the asteroid belt's regime, we are the source of chaos. Can we ascertain the scale of the opposing fleet? If we calculate based on the previously published official data, the main fleet of the God of Agriculture star has 300 warships of various sizes, the Wisdom star has 150, and the Marriage star has 100, not including the patrol fleets within the star region. Huang Yuexi glanced at Lin Yang. I'm afraid we won't be able to annihilate all enemy ships this time. Even if we have the firepower configuration, we cannot chase down the scattered warships in the vast emptiness of space. Lin Yang smiled slightly. I never intended to wipe them all out. Defeating the main fleet will suffice. Let's not concern ourselves with the Wisdom star and Marriage star for now. Let's aim to confront the largest fleet from the God of Agriculture star. The God of Agriculture star, God of Fire star, Wisdom star, and Marriage star are the 4 largest asteroids scattered across the asteroid belt. The largest, the God of Agriculture star, has a diameter of 940 kilometers, which is only 150 of the Moon's volume. The God of Fire star and Wisdom star are roughly the same size, both with diameters of over 500 kilometers. The smallest, the Marriage star, has a diameter of only 230 kilometers. As a mining area of the solar system, the military strength here is not strong. The fleets mainly consist of warships that have been eliminated by the Blue Star and Mars. Thus, Lin Yang, piloting a legendary interceptor with legendary power and firepower, is not afraid. He charges directly towards the largest fleet. The 6th part of the challenge mission, total victory, only requires him to defeat the asteroid joint fleet, not to annihilate it. As long as they defeat the God of Agriculture star's fleet, the other 2 fleets will surely surrender without a fight. After flying at full speed for an hour, Ni Ziwen, who had been monitoring the radar, suddenly became tense. Not good. I detected traces of spatial warp. It is a warp battleship, Captain. It should be the forces of Mars or the Blue Star intervening. Warp speed is one of the 4 methods of interstellar travel in today's universe, alongside interstellar teleportation, hyperspace flight, and space jumping. Most civilizations utilize warp flight, which compresses and distorts space through warp engines, allowing spaceships to achieve light speed or faster than light speeds by squeezing space. As a result, after warp flight, a temporary trace of compressed space is left in space. Ordinary near-space warships cannot scan for warp traces. However, the ship's Sun and Moon is equipped with the legendary wide-eared BATS-type radar, the highest version of near-space radar. This version is rarely installed even on near-space warships from Blue Star or Mars. With a distance of 100,000 kilometers remaining, Ni Ziwen captured the trace of the enemy ship's warp flight on the radar. As soon as she finished speaking, the enemy ship exited warp 500 kilometers away. Orca-class strategic frigate Warp 1-0 with dual Orca-type conventional pulse engines, controllable thermonuclear fusion energy. Captain, this is the ocean current from the Mars fleet. We are locked on. Establish a communication link and talk to them. Communication was rejected. They sent 5 Ghoul missiles. Ghoul missiles are a type of high-speed guided weapon for long-range space use. They are equipped with a nuclear warhead equivalent to 1 million TNT. The flight speed is 300 Mach or 102 kilometers per second, far surpassing the Sun and Moonlight fighter. In just a breath's time, 5 nuclear missiles detonated near the warship. A massive explosion of fire erupted, and the fighter's lookout window quickly switched to blackout mode to avoid the light. The shockwave sent the Sun and Moon ship flying, spinning like a top in space. Left shield down to 30, right shield down to 50. As Ni Ziwen reported the battle damage, Huang Yuexi had already retaliated against the ocean current frigate with 4 Dragonflies-type missiles. Although they did not carry nuclear warheads, the top version of the Dragonfly missile also travels at 300 Mach, reaching the ocean current in just a few seconds. However, in the blink of an eye, the over 500-meter-long ocean current strategic frigate suddenly disappeared from the main screen of the Sun and Moon. The 4 Dragonflies-type missiles lost their target and flew into the endless void of space. They will self-destruct in 1 minute. Ni Ziwen hurriedly said, the ocean current has entered Warp 1-0, circling around to 500 kilometers behind us, and sent another 5 Ghoul missiles. Warp 1-0 is the same as light speed, which is 300 kilometers per second. This is the entry level for warp speed, even at the lowest entry level. For the near-space warship Sun and Moon, it is still at a crushing advantage. Lin Yang felt powerless for the first time, having just stabilized the spinning warship. Before he could evade, 5 Ghoul nuclear missiles exploded nearby again. The massive shockwave sent the warship flying once more, rolling in space. Left shield still has 10 power, right shield is incapacitated. We can't withstand another attack. GGG. Huang Yuexi continued to fire energy cannons. However, for a ship capable of warp speed, it posed no threat at all, as it could not be locked on. Yuexi mirror generator. This epic weapon Lin Yang planned to reserve for attacking the Ceres fleet, but now in a disadvantageous position, he had no choice but to use it. Whoosh. A tunter-long mirror generator shot out. A second later, the space seemed to warp, and a ship identical to the Sun and Moon appeared. It charged out of the nuclear explosion's flames at 200 Mach, heading toward the ocean current strategic frigate. Simultaneously, particle cannons, ion pulse cannons, magnetic explosion cannons, and various guided weapons poured out. The power of energy-based weapons was also amplified several times. Seeing this scene, Lin Yang and the others were shocked. System is that mirror from a parallel universe. How could it have the enhancement ability of the heart of the galaxy? The mirror is a slight reflection of the timeline of this universe, capable of lasting for 1 minute. As long as the main body is not destroyed, the mirror will not be destroyed. The host can understand it as a temporarily separated macroscopic quantum superposition state. I don't understand to simply put, as long as I am not destroyed, the mirror is invincible, right? That can be understood, but the duration is only 1 minute. That's enough. Just then, the ocean current strategic frigate of the Mars fleet stopped evading in warp. Instead, it fired phase cannons and photon torpedoes at the sight of the sun and moon. Bang, bang, bang. The frigate's attack passed through the sun and moon. Like a beam of light from a flashlight passing through a projection, in the moment the commander was stunned, the amplified particle cannons, ion pulse cannons, and magnetic explosion cannons all struck the frigate. The enemy ship's shield was instantly reduced by 80. Meanwhile, another sun and moon emerged from the nuclear explosion flames. This one was the main body. It charged toward the frigate at 200 Mach, while onboard lasers, directed particle beams, pulse energy orbs, and guided weapons all poured out. In an instant, the strategic frigate was besieged by 2 sun and moons. The shield rapidly diminished, and the commander of the ocean current frigate widened his eyes. He hurriedly ordered to evade. Warp 1, 0, any direction, retreat quickly. Whoosh. Bang, bang, bang. Just a second before the frigate entered warp, Huang Yuexi promptly launched the Fire Phoenix Stipe sublight cluster missile, intercepting the frigate from the upper front at a speed of 250 kilometers per second. The mirror of the sun and moon also immediately shot out a Fire Phoenix Stipe sublight cluster missile, also carrying a nuclear warhead. The 2 legendary cluster weapons exploded, forming a dense nuclear explosion zone with a diameter of 500 kilometers. A series of explosions caused the already precarious shield of the enemy ship to collapse instantly. Having just entered warp, they were forced to exit, unable to retaliate, and were pursued by 2 sun and moons. Under the intense bombardment, the ocean current strategic frigate of the Mars fleet suffered a violent explosion. It turned into a firework in space, locked onto the blown-off warp engine. No explosion occurred. Integrity at 89 can be salvaged for use. Great Zilin salvaged the engine. The sun and moon went to salvage the blown-off warp engine. The mirror warship flashed past them. Captain, the mirror has disappeared. 1 minute of invincibility. This epic weapon is too tempting. Yuexi, you're a walking encyclopedia. How much do you know about this weapon? I've heard of solar system civilizations researching a mirror weapon, but I don't know the specifics. I didn't expect you could. Haha, maybe there will be more in the future. Quickly install the warp engine, and let's experience the joy of light speed. Mars. Space Fleet Command. Commander Alif wore a grave expression, staring intently at the video footage sent by the ocean current frigate just before its destruction. Chief of Staff Pierce worriedly said, Marshal, based on our analysis, there's a 99 chance it's a mirror weapon. But our mirror weapon is still in the experimental stage, a top secret of Mars. Even the Blue Star government is unaware. How could this person Lin Yang possess it? Could it be that the green carbon person leaked information? Impossible, although that drunkard loves to gamble and cause trouble. His integrity is beyond doubt. If he wanted to play tricks, he wouldn't have stayed on Mars for 500 years. Could there be a traitor among us on Mars? Contact the Mars Council immediately. Oh, I need to discuss this matter in detail. What about Lin Yang? You have destroyed the Orca-class strategic frigate. Evolution points 1500, current evolution points 3500. Detected evolvable materials 1. Version 0 warp engine. Evolution costs 500 evolution points, taking 6 hours and 20 minutes. Would you like to proceed? Captain, according to the fleet speed announced earlier by the official Gusen star, they will reach Zhaoxing star in at least 5 days. We are currently too far away and the radar cannot scan them yet. At our speed of 200 Mach, how long until we encounter them? At least 6.5 hours. All right, Yuexi, set the course to Gusen star and engage inertial autopilot at maximum speed. After making the arrangements, Lin Yang immediately closed his eyes to bring up the system panel and selected the evolution of the warp engine. Due to the current battleship being a light fighter, it lacks the space to install dual engines. The host needs to replace the legendary Stipe conventional pulse engine. Please arrange the engine configuration reasonably to avoid being hindered in short-range operations. He decided to use a surprise attack to defeat the asteroid coalition fleet and resolutely chose to begin the evolution. The Sun and Moon fighter began its cruise flight at a speed of 200 Mach. The four finally breathed a sigh of relief. Niz Wang immediately checked the injury status of the others. Hey, Captain, I clearly saw you hit your head on the control panel just now, but the wound is gone. Lin Yang's wound had long been healed by the continuous life energy. He smiled slightly and said perhaps it's because I'm close to Yuexi Her galaxy heart healed our wounds. Yuexi touched her wrist and said, maybe I nearly dislocated my wrist, but it was healed by the galaxy heart. However, I'm curious, Captain, why didn't the galaxy heart heal Sister and I? She wasn't too far from me, right? You'll have to ask your galaxy heart. And Wang said, in any case, it's good that both of your injuries have healed. There's no need to delve into the reasons. I just have a minor scrape, it's nothing. I'm going to check on Kaluga. No need, that big tiger has tough skin and flesh with no defenses. It can survive in space for 5 minutes. Captain, don't say it like that. Even if I wasn't injured, I was still worn out. You come help me fix the shield. Lin Yang lay back in the pilot seat and started snoring. And Wang smiled helplessly and increased the temperature in the cockpit by 2 degrees. Yuexi, you should rest too. They'll keep an eye on the radar. Sister and I, how's your injury? It's nothing, don't worry, it's just superficial. Meanwhile, aboard the Gusen Star's main fleet, Commander Theodore was stunned after receiving the report from the Martian political body. Has the Martian political body abandoned us? The exiled Commander Nelson showed concern. The Yanglia-class frigate is equipped with a warp engine, and its firepower and defense are several times stronger than the main ship of the asteroid fleet, yet it was still destroyed. It's a pity we didn't see the battle footage. We don't know if it was the result of interference from Sirius power. Theodore pondered, perhaps the Martian political body abandoned us due to concerns about pressure from Sirius civilization. What should we do, Commander? Should we still reclaim Zhaoxing Star? Yes. If we don't reclaim Zhaoxing Star, the Resistance will definitely take advantage and occupy Hunsen Star, Jishin Star, and Gusen Star. I would rather destroy all 3 asteroids than let those worthless miners take them. But what about Lin Yang? Marshal Arif from Mars said it's fine as long as we don't kill him. Any means of capture is acceptable. As for Sirius, we needn't worry. At least for now, Sirius civilization does not recognize interference in lower civilizations' internal affairs and has sent execution teams to hunt down the wandering tigers. Understood, as long as we don't kill Lin Yang, Mars won't interfere with how we handle the asteroid belt crisis. Exactly, Nelson. I can even sense that Marshal Arif wants us to eliminate all the lowly miners. The United Coalition of the Asteroid Belt is not composed of miners' descendants. Rather, it is a joint governing body dispatched by Mars and Blue Star, with Martians accounting for 80. Thus, the asteroid belt can also be seen as a vassal force of the Martian political body. Regarding the issue of dealing with the Resistance, they must follow the orders of the Martian political body. Just as Theodore was leading Nelson and some generals in the conference room to formulate a combat plan, the communications officer sent a voice report. General, we received a communication connection from a Trident-class light fighter. It might be Lin Yang. Should we connect? Connect and switch the screen to the conference room. The conference room's large screen then switched to show the cockpit of the sun and moon. Lin Yang sat in the driver's seat with Deputy Huang Yuexi beside him and Wang and Kaluga standing behind. General Theodore, nice to meet you all. Isn't that the exiled General Nelson from Zhaoxing Star next to you? You are Lin Yang. Not simple. If I'm not mistaken, the tiger person behind you should be from Sirius, right? And another woman and class fugitive, a public enemy of human evolution, Wang. 5 years ago, I almost captured her on Gusen Star, but I didn't expect she would still be in the asteroid belt. You have no idea what you're in for. For instance, in a few hours I could make you and Nelson the same kind of exiles. Ha, what a big talk. Don't think that just because you have the support of Sirius technology you can do as you please. Does the Galactic Interstellar Alliance not matter to you? The investigation team has already been activated. Even the highest commander of Sirius, the Tiger King, cannot protect you. Sirius technology. Lin Yang glanced at Kaluga. He couldn't help but smile. Say what you want, General Theodore. I'm contacting you because I want to discuss the peaceful transition of the asteroid belt regime. If you don't want to be exiled or killed, please peacefully hand over to the miners so the oxygen generators can be smoothly put into underground operation. That's outrageous. Theodore stood up in anger, pointing at Lin Yang on the screen and shouting. A mere lowly black household at the first level who by chance received support from Sirius technology thinks they can be the savior and provoke the asteroid belt regime. Foolish delusion. Even if I destroy all 4 asteroids, they will never fall into the hands of those inferior miners. It seems there's nothing to discuss. Well then, don't come to me later like Nelson, who initially ignored me and then realized he couldn't afford to offend me and came back to beg for a conversation. I won't give you a second chance. After ending the communication, Theodore clenched his fists in anger. He has been the supreme leader of the asteroid belt for 30 years, and for the first time, he was looked down upon by a young man from a mining black household. He felt his dignity was provoked. If it weren't for the fear of the Martian political body, he would have to eliminate Lin. Since Mars requires Lin Yang to be alive, then we will kill all the others on Zhaoxing Star. Those already treasonous lowly beings do not deserve to continue living. Lin Yang and the others, however, were in good spirits, chatting leisurely in the cockpit. They even communicated with the Resistance for a while. They had not yet spotted the fleets of Jishin Star and Hunsen Star, since the asteroid belt fleets did not have warp engines. Even at maximum speed, it would take several days to make contact. 6 hours later, a system notification sound awakened the sleeping Lin Yang. Ding. Evolution complete. Warp Engine 1.0 has been installed and is compatible. Lin Yang shot up from his bed and hurriedly pressed the communicator beside his bed. Zhuang, how far are we from the Gusen Star Fleet? N.I. Zhuang on duty in the cockpit replied immediately 500 kilometers. At our speeds, we should enter firing range in 10 minutes. No need to wait for 10 minutes. Report the scale of the opponent. Our warp engine has been upgraded. Oh, everyone prepare for battle. 2 Orca-class strategic frigates, but both have had their warp engines dismantled by the Martian government. Lin Yang walked toward the cockpit, while buttoning his shirt, followed closely by Huang Yuexi, who had just woken up and casually tied her hair into a high ponytail. Additionally, there are 50 Mountain Cleaver-class heavy bombers, 80 double-handed sword-class heavy fighters, 120 scimitar-class medium fighters, and 150 Razor-class light fighters. In total, there are 402 warships. It seems that not only the main fleet is involved, but perhaps even the patrol teams have joined in. That's right, Captain. Including the previously announced numbers from the official patrol teams of Ceres and Vesta, and subtracting the 20 patrol ships you destroyed, the number is just right. A smile immediately appeared on Lin Yang's face. All hands on deck. The rear is vulnerable. Haha, it seems my ambush plan can proceed smoothly. Ambush. To Ceres. Of course, but not now. First, let's stir things up with the main fleet. If we can destroy those 2 frigates and decapitate Theodore, that would be perfect. Kaluga has filled all 500 compartments of the Kirin Stipe energy system. The area around him was also piled with high-compression energy modules waiting to be loaded, ready to provide sufficient energy for the warp engine. Lin Yang sat in the main cockpit, closed his eyes, and entered a deep symbiotic state. When piloting the conventional pulse engine, he felt like a fish swiftly swimming in water. However, piloting the warp engine for the first time brought Lin Yang a completely new sensation. Setting the course and entering warp 1.0, he felt the surrounding space stretch instantaneously, with distant stellar points rapidly retreating as lines of light. His body felt as if it had been instantly flattened. His soul raced forward, separated from his body in a fleeting moment before he could fully savor the feeling. He had already reached the destination of the route and exited warp 1.0. It was the first time he had flown at the speed of light in the universe, leaving him somewhat dazed, feeling dizzy as if his brain was being stirred with a stick. Fortunately, the sun and moon responded in time by replenishing life energy, allowing him to instantly regain his composure. Outside the ship, the battle had already begun. As the sun and moon exited warp, the Fire Dragon Stipe particle cannon opened fire. Originally a legendary class high-powered directional high-energy particle weapon, it had been enhanced several times by Huang Yuexi using the heart of the galaxy. The diameter of the high-energy particle beam was larger than that of a light fighter. The beam struck precisely at the bridge of the Orca-class strategic frigate, instantly depleting 30 of the shield on the 500-meter-long enemy ship. The enemy ship had yet to react to what was happening. The 4 ion pulse cannons and magnetic explosion cannons fired simultaneously, all hitting the enemy ship. At this moment, the enemy fleet's 402 warships finally reacted simultaneously, locking onto the sun and moon and launching guided tracking weapons, though they were all low-version missiles with extremely low power. Some missiles even veered off course midway, flying into deep space, as if afraid that too many missiles would destroy Lin Yang's ship. Huang Yuexi had no time to ponder the anomaly. She immediately controlled the 2 laser refractor cannons to fire. 2 beams of light appeared on either side of the sun and moon. The laser was amplified several times, refracting between the hundreds of guided weapons. In an instant, it intercepted all the missiles. At the same time, she launched 4 Dragonflies-type missiles, hitting the Orca-class strategic frigate with a series of attacks. The shield was left with only 5. 2 missiles took out the remaining shield value, while the other 2 directly struck the hull. Suddenly, the sky lit up with a fierce explosion. The 500-meter-long strategic frigate was destroyed. The second round of counterattack from the enemy fleet came, but this time they had no guided weapons. Only some energy cannons and various tractor beams remained. What's going on? Do they still want to take prisoners? Lin Yang furrowed his brow. Huang Yuexi, Ni Ziwen, and Kaluga were equally puzzled. They had destroyed one main ship, who were still not awake. Just as the missiles were about to hit the sun and moon, the surrounding space suddenly flickered. Lin Yang piloted the sun and moon into warp and vanished. In less than 0.1 seconds, he reappeared 500 kilometers in the opposite direction. As soon as he materialized, the particle cannon, ion pulse cannon, magnetic explosion cannon, and Dragonflies-type missiles all fired. They poured out towards another Orca-class strategic frigate, whose commander was none other than Theodore, the overall commander of the Asteroid Belt Coalition. At this point, he was already terrified. The nearby exiled Vice Admiral Nelson was trembling uncontrollably, while Theodore frantically tapped the communication interface. "We surrender. Surrender. The entire army surrenders." Boom. A violent explosion suddenly erupted within the battleship and flames surged toward the bridge. The flames engulfed Theodore and Nelson, killing them on the spot as their severed limbs were blasted into space. Meanwhile, the Sun and Moon, after destroying two main frigates, immediately flew towards Ceres at warp 10. You have destroyed 2 Orca-class strategic frigates. Evolution points 3,000, current evolution points 6,000. Phew, that was close. Lin Yang let out a sigh of relief. In that earlier skirmish, he and Huang Yuexi had teamed up to unexpectedly destroy the main fleet. They eliminated the overall commander Theodore and the exiled Vice Admiral Nelson of Vesta. Logically, he should collect the remaining 400 warships. However, his ship almost couldn't enter warp. Previously, he had upgraded the warp engine, replacing the Kieran-type conventional pulse engine. If he couldn't enter warp, it meant being paralyzed in place. No matter how strong the shield, it couldn't withstand the concentrated fire from 400 warships. The reason for this near paralysis was that Kaluga's speed in loading energy modules couldn't keep up with the consumption. The warp engine was extremely energy-intensive. Moreover, Huang Yuexi's full firepower quickly emptied the 500 energy modules stored in the energy chamber. Despite Kaluga's strength and speed, he could only barely load enough for 2 warp jumps and 2 full power attacks. Not only was the loading speed insufficient, but the inventory of energy modules was also running low. Although he couldn't understand why the enemy fleet wasn't launching a full counterattack and was still attempting to capture live prisoners, Lin Yang did not plan to linger any longer. To avoid future troubles after disengaging from the battle, he opened the evolution shop and immediately attempted a 10 consecutive draw. I hope for a legendary medium fighter frame. However, sometimes what you wish for doesn't come true. Congratulations, host, a legendary product has appeared in the shop. What the hell is this life support module? What do I need this for now? I would rather have a medium fighter frame or even a thermal nuclear energy module. Captain, without loading thermal nuclear fusion or antimatter energy, we cannot truly fly at warp. No amount of energy modules will suffice for the warp engine's consumption. Did you hear that, system? Kaluga is already complaining. Host, please note that the legendary natural island Stipe life support module has multiple functions, including gravity, temperature, humidity, air circulation, radiation, shielding, light protection, simulated combat sound, and member health monitoring, and can operate on medium to large fighters, satisfying the needs of hundreds of people. Have you turned into a salesman, system? Captain, stop mumbling. Kaluga is talking to you. Huang Yuexi, the co-pilot, stared at him with a hint. Lin Yang helplessly pressed his lips together. Yuexi, don't look at me like I'm crazy. If you know that, huh? Kaluga, today is a special situation. Try harder. Once we reach Ceres, we will have energy. The current energy stock will be immobile after reaching Ceres. I'm afraid we won't be able to fight freely then. Ni Ziwen spoke with some concern. Captain, what if Ceres resists fiercely when we arrive? Lin Yang smiled slightly. That won't happen, or as long as we can arrive at warp, they won't dare to resist. A few minutes later, the Sun and Moon exited warp 10. It appeared above the docks of Ceres. Ziwen sent a message to the docks telling them to surrender immediately. Yuexi, use your heart of the galaxy to help Kaluga fire a burst energy cannon. Make it quick. The energy of the Sun and Moon has been depleted. Without energy supply, the battleship began to share Lin Yang's life energy again. After arranging everything, Lin Yang, he felt somewhat powerless. Yet he was not worried at all, for he had complete confidence in his plans. The 3-meter-tall Tigerman Karugia carried a tundra-long heavy energy cannon on his back. For the light fighter jets in the asteroid belt, this was already considered a ship-mounted laser cannon level. Enhanced by Huang Yuexi with the heart of the galaxy, its power was multiplied several times. The power of a single shot was greater than that of the main cannon of a heavy fighter jet. After opening the outer hatch of the pressurization chamber, the unprotected Karugia aimed at the dock and fired a shot. The enhanced energy orb had a diameter of 3 meters. It instantly exploded on the surface of the dock. The next second, the battleship received the surrender message from the dock. Ni Zhuan joyfully said, Captain, the dock has surrendered, requesting not to be attacked. Not only the dock, but the trade docks, labor docks, bounty docks, or transport docks, and the remaining officials have also surrendered at the same time. Lin Yang's mouth revealed a satisfied smile. He gently waved his hand. Let the dock use the shuttle to bring over 1,500 sets of energy modules, and let the heads of various units pilot the shuttle for docking. We will not land. The warp engine was a dimensional strike existence in the asteroid belt. Due to the technical blockade by the Martian regime, the asteroid fleet did not possess the capability for warp flight. Lin Yang piloted the battleship, crushing the main fleet with warp speed, destroying multiple senior officials, including Theodore. At this moment, Ceres was not only defenseless, but also lacking in leadership. The only battleships were some extraneous personnel from the bounty dock. These bounty hunters typically did not participate in the political struggle, seeking only to live freely. The bounty hunters did not take action. Ceres had also lost its ability to resist. Moreover, people did not know that Lin Yang's battleship had exhausted its energy. No one was willing to risk being blown up to avenge Theodore. Thus Lin Yang exhausted his energy to reach Ceres and fired an energy cannon, thereby taking control of the entire Ceres. 1 minute later, Lin Yang's fatigue and sense of powerlessness quickly vanished. A continuous stream of life energy surged into his body. Just as Karugia finished loading the energy modules, he fully recovered. Have the leaders of Ceres arrived? Huang Yuexi replied lightly, yes, 15 shuttles have not finished loading, and another 20 shuttles are on the way. It's true that there are more officials than workers. Ceres is full of leaders, and our light battleship cannot accommodate so many people. No wonder Ceres' economy has always lagged behind her. It has been consumed by these leaders. Notify a few dockheads and political officials to come over, but the total number must not exceed 10. Of the rest can wait on the side. 5 minutes later, Lin Yang met with the top 10 leaders of Ceres in the lower cabin. Each one had a round face dressed in suits. On their originally hideous faces, they were now desperately forcing out smiles. They had already learned that General Theodore had been destroyed and the main fleet was retreating. However, the main fleet did not catch up with Lin Yang, who was traveling at warp speed. These people felt death was imminent. The former momentum was entirely gone. In front of Lin Yang, they were exceedingly obsequious. No need to be so formal. Oh, I only have a few instructions to give. You say it, Mr. Lin. We will definitely comply. Do not expect the main fleet to return. I will intercept them shortly. Everyone shuddered in fear, almost collapsing on the spot. The rebel army will soon take over Ceres. If you wish to continue living here, then surrender peacefully and ensure you do not regret it. If you try to escape with slaves or assets, I believe your battleship is not faster than my warp engine. No, we won't escape. We will definitely follow Mr. Lin's orders and cooperate with the rebels. No, we will cooperate with the miners' organization to hand over the power. Good, those who can do this are smart people, because the miners' organization leads the asteroid belt and they also need you leaders. As long as you surrender peacefully, you might still continue to hold your original positions. As for how the miners' organization will govern the asteroid belt again, that is not something Lin Yang should worry about. But he can be sure of one thing: the rebels will not continue to use these parasites. He was merely painting a picture. Whether they could obtain it depended on their own fortune. First, stabilize the situation. Alright, that's all I have to say. There are no harsh laws or severe penalties. You can go back and prepare for the handover. I need to intercept the retreating fleet now. Oh, you worried that I will annihilate the fleet? That's true. There are quite a few of your relatives in the fleet. After all, those who can join the fleet are either rich or noble. Rest assured, as long as they cooperate, they can still survive. Thank you, Mr. Lin, for your great kindness. After we return, we will immediately inform our friends and relatives in the fleet to surrender on the spot and await your incorporation. After the 10 leaders left, the 1,500 energy modules were also transported. Lin Yang set the course and immediately entered warp speed 1. He vanished in the star region of Ceres in a flash. The heads of various departments wiped the cold sweat from their foreheads. They did not expect to survive after entering Lin Yang's battleship. Hastily, they sent messages to the retreating fleet, instructing them to remain in place and wait for incorporation and to not resist. A few minutes later, Lin Yang exited warp speed. 100 kilometers ahead, 400 battleships of various sizes formed a square formation spanning 100 kilometers in space. All engines were turned off and shields were shut down, waiting for incorporation. Wow, there are experts advising the fleet from behind. If they dare to fire a pulse cannon, I will have an excuse to annihilate them. Given my nature, I would find it tedious to kill more now that they have turned off their engines and shields. Karugia said, we Tiger people only challenge the strong. Attacking the weak is a display of incompetence, and attacking the surrendered weak is even more disgraceful. Karugia, you Tigers should change your traditional views. If it weren't for the usefulness of these battleships, I would prefer it tedious and destroy them all one by one. Beside them, Huang Yuexi's eyes were cold. She said, lightly cutting grass without removing the roots will lead to regrowth in the spring breeze. And Ai Zhuan looked at the two in surprise, thinking to herself, no wonder Lin Yang and Yuexi could cooperate so seamlessly in battle. Both were equally decisive in their killings. Captain, are you keeping these battleships for the rebels? Exactly. Without battleship protection, even if the rebels take over the asteroid belt, they won't last long. Sooner or later, we will sail towards the distant sea of stars. We can't just stay in the asteroid belt playing babysitter, can we? Yes, you are truly far-sighted. Ha ha, don't say that or it will make me proud. Sister Zhuan, don't praise him so much, look at that smug face. Hey Yuexi, can't I feel proud after a big victory? I command you to immediately inform the fleet to turn around and head for Stove God Star, and let the rebels return to Stove God Star to incorporate the main fleet. Yes, my captain. Lin Yang piloted the sun and moon into hyperspace, heading towards Zaotian Star. 400 ships of various sizes promptly changed course, flying towards Zaotian Star. Upon receiving the news, the rebel forces immediately returned as planned. Lin Yang's team of 4 became the key to determining the future of the asteroid belt. In less than 10 minutes, Hyperspace 1 Zero arrived at Zheotian Star just as they were preparing to land at the bounty dock. The battleship received a message from the Zheotian Star Fleet. It was a video connection request. Upon connecting, they saw the commander of the Zheotian Star Fleet, Major General Lu Yuanshan. Hello, Mr. Lin Yang. On behalf of the 150 ships of the Zheotian Star Main Fleet and 3 million residents, I surrender to you and the minor organization, hoping that the meaningless war does not continue and restore peace to the asteroid belt. 3 million residents. General Lu, are you including the underground miners in that count? Since the Martian regime has already abandoned us along with the miners are indeed part of the residents of Zheotian Star. General Lu, on behalf of the ordinary citizens, I thank you for your correct choice. Please return to Zheotian Star, and once Guxian Star and Zheotian Star are back on track, we will proceed to Zheotian Star for the handover. You have not taken the same path as Theodore and Nelson. Your future is certainly not one of darkness or death. Thank you, Mr. Lin, for giving Zheotian Star a peaceful transition opportunity. I will lead the leadership of Zheotian Star to await your arrival with the minor organization. You have defeated the United Fleet of the Asteroid Belt, completing challenge task 6. A complete victory. Evolution points 15,000, current evolution points 16,000. Challenge task updated 7. Rising fame. Cumulative destruction of 10 interstellar strategic frigates, evolution points 50,000. Has the challenge task been completed? Lin Yang felt a stir in his heart and hurriedly asked Denai Ziwen to send a message to the rebels for confirmation. The Zheotian Star Fleet has surrendered, but there's been no news from the 100 ships of the Hunshan Star Fleet. Ziwen sent a message to the rebels to inquire what's going on. Moments later, Denai Ziwen happily reported. The leader of the miners said that the commander of the Hunshan Star Fleet, Major General Zhou Mingyuan, was picked up by a hyperspace ship from Mars. The Hunshan Star Fleet has disbanded on the spot, and the captain of the 3rd Squad sent out a surrender message while the remaining ships scattered and fled, possibly turning into interstellar pirates. That's really effortless. Haha, great, that's wonderful. Lin Yang was overjoyed. He never expected that with the hyperspace engine after destroying the main ship of Guxian Star, victory would come so easily. But upon turning around, he noticed that the first officer, Huang Yuexi, had a furrowed brow, seeming to be preoccupied. Yuexi, we won the war easily and became legends of the asteroid belt. Why do you seem troubled? Huang Yuexi said with concern, I'm wondering why the Martian regime didn't rescue Theodore Nelson and Major General Lu Yuanshan, yet chose to save the weakest commander of the Hunshan Star Fleet, Zhou Mingyuan. Perhaps this Zhou has relatives in the upper echelons of Mars. Maybe. Huang Yuexi smiled gently. Speaking of which, before joining you, I spent some time on Hunshan Star. You rarely talk about your past, Yuexi. What did you do on Hunshan Star? Oh, nothing much. Hunshan Star is small. I worked as a drifter with my grandmother. Is that the grandmother who is particularly good at encouraging people to think positively? Huang Yuexi lowered her head and said, Captain, I'm feeling a bit tired. I'd like to request some rest. Too formal, feel free to rest. Do you want me to accompany you? No. All right. The command center of the Martian Space Fleet. Commander Alif sat in front of the large screen with the speaker of Mars Paters, listening to the report from the commander of the Hunshan Star Fleet, Major General Zhou Mingyuan. Marshal Speaker, although the intelligence I provided can no longer be proven, every word is true. That girl can enhance the firepower of phase guns by several times. When we captured her, it caused significant losses to the Hunshan Star Patrol Squad. The energy cannons of Lin Yang's battleship are abnormally powerful, and they are definitely not derived from Sirius technology, but from that seemingly weak, yet unfathomable girl. What is the background of that girl? I'm not sure. She arrived at Hunshan Star with an old woman. If it weren't for someone wanting to capture her as a slave, we wouldn't even know of their existence. What happened next? The person who wanted to capture her as a slave was killed on the spot. The patrol squad came to maintain order, but was also repelled by the two of them. Later, the old woman self-destructed at the dock to cover her escape, causing many casualties, while she secretly boarded a cargo ship and fled. How long ago was that? More than 2 months ago. Why are you only mentioning this now? Why didn't you report it tomorrow? At that time, I was afraid it would affect my political performance and also worried about the loss of the Hunshan Star regime's image. What else do you know besides that? Nothing more. That's all the information I know. Speaker Paters closed his eyes in disappointment and gently waved his hand. Marshal Alif's expression was icy. A barren and backward marginal mining area, a group of rabble forming a drifter regime. Zhou Mingyuan, what kind of authority and image do you have? You have no political achievements whatsoever. Swish. Alif angrily flicked his sleeve. The captain on the other side of the video immediately pulled out a phase gun. Pew. A phase beam instantly vaporized the fleeing commander of Hunshan Star, Zhou Mingyuan. Marshal, please give the next instruction. Alif waved his hand. Stand by and prepare to establish diplomatic relations with the new regime of the asteroid belt. Lin Yang's original 6,000 evolution points were consumed down to 1,000. He brushed out a legendary level life support module that he didn't particularly want. He had been holding onto it in the shop without purchasing it. Now his evolution points had risen to 16,000. Without hesitation, he spent 2,000 to purchase the life support module. Then he immediately brushed 10 times. The host is on an incredible lucky streak. Legendary level product brushed out. Mock Dow class medium-sized fighter hull skeleton priced at 8,000 evolution points. Hey, just enough to have 1,000 evolution points left. Lin Yang bought the hull skeleton. He then spent another 1,000 evolution points to initiate evolution. Hull skeleton is evolving time required 16 hours and 40 minutes. After the hull began to evolve, Lin Yang sent a message to the dock of Zhao Shin Star requesting the dock to transport 1,000 sets of energy modules to the bounty dock. While Karujia was directing the workers in unloading, Lin Yang ordered Gu Shin Star, Ji Shin Star, and Hun Shin Star to assist the rebels in deploying oxygen generators to the underground miners' living areas. 15 hours later, the miner rebels returned to Zhao Shin Star. The Gu Shin Star fleet was still far away and would take another day to arrive. To avoid causing too much disturbance from the evolution of the sun and moon's hull, Lin Yang exchanged a few words with the leader of the miners, Shirt Song. He then piloted the battleship away from Zhao Shin Star, flying towards Jupiter at hyperspeed. After flying to an open area, they exited hyperspace, quietly waiting for the completion of the hull's evolution. Suddenly a prompt sound rang out in the cockpit. Ding! You have received a transfer of 100 million star coins from the Ji Shin Star regime of the asteroid belt. Money. Lin Yang and Huang Yuexi's eyes widened in shock. They hurriedly opened the screen in front of them. Oh my! Major General Lu Yuanshan of Ji Shin Star is quite generous. Lin Yang couldn't contain his joy. 100 million star coins is no small amount. They had struck it rich. Huang Yuexi asked with a smile, Captain, this money might have the blood and sweat of the miners. Will you accept it? Of course. I defeated the united regime on behalf of millions of miners. If I don't accept it, then the miners will become ungrateful wolves. I deserve this money, and even 100 million more wouldn't be too much. Then it seems we are thinking along the same lines, right, Lin Yang? What about the funds from the Gu Shin Star, Zhao Shin Star, and Hun Shin Star? Exactly, Ni Ziwen said. The leader of the stone warehouse mentioned that he investigated the accounts of the three bases, and at the moment of defeat, all the funds were transferred to the name of the Martian regime. The person from Jijin Star, Lu Yuanshan, didn't abscond with the money. Instead, he even sent us funds. It seems he does not plan to return to Mars. Huang Yuexi said. Or perhaps he wants to return, but realizes it's better to contribute assets to stay on Jijin Star. Regardless, since he is being so cooperative, I won't let the rebels kill him. Ziwen, tell the stone warehouse leader that if Lu Yuanshan has any use, we should leave him a way out. Understood, I will inform the leader of the stone warehouse right away. More than an hour later, the system prompt sounded again. You have evolved the light cruiser to a medium-sized interceptor, completing growth task. 5 secondary advancement evolution points. 5,000 growth task updated. 6 golden legend. Evolve the legendary medium-sized interceptor Mo Dow class to the required level, ensuring all components reach the golden legendary level. Evolution points 10,000. The sun and moon ship, slowly drifting in space, suddenly jolted. A white light wall appeared at the front of the ship and began to move slowly towards the tail. As the battleship passed through the light wall, changes occurred in both its exterior and internal structure. The cockpit expanded from its original width of over 5 meters to 8 meters. 4 operational stations emerged with Lin Yang in the main driver's seat, controlling the entire situation. The co-pilot seat was occupied by Huang Yuexi. In addition to assisting with navigation, she could also control the ship's firepower. Radar and communications were operated by Ni Ziwen, located at the right rear of the co-pilot. Behind the main driver's left rear was the monitoring and control of the ship's hull shields, energy and life support modules, as well as control beams and space mechanical arms. This naturally became Karuja's position. The height of the cockpit rose from less than 3 meters to over 4 meters. Karuja, who was 3 meters tall, could now enter the cockpit without having to bend over. From the outside, the ship's bow expanded from its original width of 10 meters to 20 meters. On both sides of the cockpit, an additional small vacant room appeared. Lin Yang intended to use it as a temporary conference room and rest area. The height increased from 5 meters to 12 meters while the cockpit remained a double-deck structure. The rear compartments transformed into 3 layers, each approximately 3 meters high. This showcased the thickness of the ship's body, with the outer layer exceeding 1 meter in thickness. Completely constructed from the latest human-made diamond-type titanium, the overall toughness increased another notch. The original light interceptor was 30 meters long. After completely passing through the light wall, the new hull skeleton extended to 50 meters in length. The additional 20 meters could be used to accommodate dual engines. It could also be used to evolve a larger energy room, further increasing the living quarters and allowing for the recruitment of new crew members. An additional layer of compartments was added. The carrying capacity was greatly enhanced. This scene left Ni Ziwin and Karuja in a state of astonishment, as it was their first time personally experiencing and witnessing such a situation. A miracle. I have never seen or even heard of such technology. Huang Yuexi, although having experienced the evolution of a light interceptor once, was still shocked and unable to calm her excited heart at witnessing the battleship evolve into a medium-sized interceptor. This is a Mo Dao-class medium-sized interceptor with 12 energy turrets, 6 missile launchers, dual engines, dual shields, and dual energy. It is the ace battleship among the ace ships of Blue Star, a legendary battleship that even the Martian fleet does not possess. Yuexi, how do you know so much? Ni Ziwin asked curiously. Before Huang Yuexi could answer, Lin Yang laughed and said, "The first mate is my encyclopedia, no our encyclopedia." The Tiger Man Karuja looked around curiously and suddenly grinned, saying, "Captain, this kind of technology hasn't even been heard of on Sirius, which is a 2.6 level stellar civilization. Even among the phototropes of a 3.0 stellar civilization, it might not exist. I want to ask about the principles. Can you evolve a weapons manufacturing room for me?" "What do you need that for? Don't you know? The Tiger Man tribe of Sirius is famous in the galaxy for weapon manufacturing, and I am one of the best among them. Look at this equipment. I crafted it all myself." Lin Yang asked curiously, "Are the energy cannons and the 2 types of enhanced energy shells also?" "Of course. As long as there is a fully functional weapons manufacturing room and enough raw materials, I can produce many weapons." "All right, when the time is ripe, I will arrange one for you." Ni Ziwin quickly said, "Captain, I want a medical lab." "Absolutely. Ziwin, I will arrange it as soon as conditions are met." "Yuexi, do you have any requests?" Huang Yuexi smiled slightly and shook her head. "My request is simply for a place to land and enough food to eat. Is that too much to ask?" "Not at all. I remember saying your demands weren't low, haha. I recall almost starving when I recruited you on Gushin Star. Though 50 star coins isn't much, it's all I have. If you're just someone who eats and drinks for free after that meal, we would only be left to work as slaves or miners to have a meal." Ni Ziwin instantly became interested and immediately pulled Huang Yuexi to ask about the details of that time. Lin Yang spread his hands helplessly. He took Karuja to tour the new battleship. The eliminated 3-sided light cruiser skeleton had already been reclaimed. Unfortunately, it was bought for 2,000 and sold for only 200. With 5,200 evolution points, he evolved the Chilenstei pulse engine in the evolution mall once again. An hour later, the Sun and Moon medium-sized interceptor now had dual engines, 1 warp 1.0 engine and 1 conventional pulse engine. The battleship then returned to Zaoshin Star. The residents of Zaoshin Star were all dumbfounded, discussing among themselves, "Mr. Lin just went out for a bit. How did he change battleships? Isn't that the Mo Dao-class medium-sized interceptor that only Blue Star and the Martian fleet have? It looks much more powerful than the Scimitar class that was eliminated decades ago. Look closely, the Mo Dao class doesn't have that many turrets and isn't that big. Then what class is this? Could it be stronger than the Mo Dao class? It's probably the legendary Mo Dao class." Mo Dao class. Is that the legendary battleship that almost caused a rift between Blue Star and Mars? It can't be wrong. My God, Mr. Lin is truly mysterious. Who is helping him? Is it the rumored Sirius civilization? Chill. Don't speak carelessly. You just know this, Mr. Lin is helping us, and that is enough. The leaders of the rebels were also astonished and speechless. As long as Lin Yang didn't proactively speak up, they maintained their silence. A day later, the fleet of 400 ships from Gushin Star arrived at Zaoshin Star. They accepted the incorporation of the rebels, and the rebels officially renamed themselves the Asteroid Belt Miners Alliance, with Shirtsong serving as the first leader. The fleets from Jijin Star and Hunshin Star that surrendered also accepted the secondary distribution via remote communication. The Miners Alliance replaced 80 of the fleet members. The original fleet was gathered and then reshuffled, divided into 4 fleets of varying sizes according to the number of asteroid residents, and then assigned to various bases for protection. Oxygen generators were also being deployed in an orderly manner. 3 days later, a prompt sounded in Lin Yang's mind. Ding. You assisted the miners in deploying 3,000 oxygen generators, improving their living conditions, completing the main task. 5 starting and ending well. Evolution points 2,000, current evolution points 70, 100 main task updated. 6 bounty tycoon, monopolize 4 bounty markets in the asteroid belt and operate them officially. Evolution points 10,000. System, I must say your task this time is quite impressive. Lin Yang expressed his satisfaction. Having defeated the original regime, not to mention the bounty dock, I could easily take control of the entire asteroid belt. Isn't it a piece of cake to monopolize the bounty dock? This system will strive to secure the maximum benefits for the host, and through macro analysis of the future will provide strategies. Leading the remote and backward asteroid belt will only drag you into a quagmire affecting your conquest of the star sea. Thus the task of monopolizing the bounty dock has been set. We are on the same page. The millions of miners in the asteroid belt have a complex relationship with Blue Star and Mars. Let the rebels handle those historical issues slowly. Once I get involved, it will be hard to extricate myself in 3 to 5 years. With the rebels providing cover, the bounty dock can operate smoothly without worry. You are right. On the surface, you are handing over the asteroid belt to the rebels, but in reality, the asteroid belt is yours. The rebels have become your vassal force. Manipulating from behind the scenes is much safer than stepping into the spotlight and directly competing with Blue Star and Mars. The system's arrangement was exactly to Lin Yang's liking. After sending messages to Venerable God Star, Wisdom God Star, and Marriage God Star, the leadership of the miners' organization immediately designated the bounty dock to Lin Yang without hesitation. They also dispatched soldiers to patrol the market for security. Galava, you've been promoted and given a raise. Lin Yang arrived at the bounty dock on the God of Firestar with 3 crew members. Galava jogged over to greet him. Captain, it is truly my honor to serve you. I have received messages from the bounty docks of Venerable God Star, Wisdom God Star, and Marriage God Star. Your kindness has left a lasting impression on me, Captain. Your brilliance shines like the sun. Stop flattering me and get to work. I require you to ensure that all 4 bounty docks are operational within a day. Yes, Captain. As long as you arrange the personnel appointments for the 4 docks, I can guarantee that they will be up and running in 10 minutes. Tell them that the original person in charge and management will remain unchanged and you are the overall supervisor. Just report to me monthly. Understood. I will arrange this right away. Please rest in the office, you 4. Is there tea? Yes. Special green tea from Blue Star. We also have black tea, pure tea, flower tea, and aged white tea. Huang Yuexi asked, do you have women's clothing? Yes. We have casual styles and sports pants, over a dozen brand new sets, all different, specially prepared for you and Doctor and I. The Beastman Kalugia asked, is there meat? Yes, we specially bought Blue Star goat meat from the trade dock, fresh and refrigerated. Ha ha ha, great. I want to eat 200 pounds. And Ziwin hadn't spoken yet. Galava continued, the medical equipment and medicines at the God of Firestar Hospital have been prepared. Dr. Ni, once you select them, I will immediately send someone to the battleship to install them. Lin Yang and his 3 companions exchanged smiles. Having capable subordinates is indeed reassuring. Galava has hit the jackpot. He is a smart person. Now, even if we want to dismiss him, he won't leave. This person knows how to get things done. He has arranged the logistics supplies on the battleship perfectly. Initially, Lin Yang and the others were eating ordinary Star Citizen rations. Galava went to find the Miners' Union to prepare a meal fit for the fleet's upper echelons. Various foods were a mix of meat and vegetables. It was simply too luxurious. 10 minutes later, Lin Yang, resting in the office, heard the system notification sound. The 4 bounty docks in the asteroid belt have been officially acquired and are now operational, completing main quest 6 bounty tycoon evolution points, 10,000 current evolution points, 17100 main quest updated 7 journey to Mars. After assisting the miners' organization in restoring order in the asteroid belt, embark on a journey to Mars. Upon successfully arriving at the Mars Space Trade Station, evolution points 20,000. Looking at the taskbar in the system panel, Lin Yang reclined on the sofa, closing his eyes to analyze. The challenge task was to destroy 10 frigates. So far, only 4 had been destroyed. This task is somewhat difficult and needs to be pushed back. The growth task is the Golden Legend. Upgrade all the facilities on the battleship to legendary level. Each time you need to do a 10-time draw to guarantee 1 legendary level, and the evolution points are insufficient, so it also needs to be pushed back. Only the main quest is relatively easier. Once the asteroid belt has restored its past order, we can set sail. Warp speed 1.0 will take over 20 minutes to arrive, as long as we negotiate in advance. This is the simplest task. This will be it. Lin Yang suddenly opened his eyes to find Huang Yuexi quietly watching him. What is it? Yuexi, do you have something to say? Nothing, but I know you have something. Go ahead, how do you plan it? We're all, let the miners' organization quickly restore order. Issues left over from the original regime, such as the gladiatorial arena slaves and modified monsters, should be closed if they need to be closed, and released if they need to be released. If we can help maintain anything, just let us know. The order among the 4 asteroids is steadily being restored. The gladiatorial arena is being prepared to be converted into a sports venue, and the slaves will regain their status as free men, while the modified monsters will be prepared for confinement. Kill them. Kill them. Yes, tell Shirtsong that the modified monsters are bloodthirsty and violent, not normal carbon-based life forms, so execution will suffice. Alright, I will inform him right away. Ni Ziwin opened her portable communicator to relay Lin Yang's instructions. She soon received a reply. Captain Shirtsong has already given instructions as per your request, but he mentioned receiving news from Mars regarding the arrival of the Warm Current strategic frigate. What are they coming for? It's said to establish diplomatic relations, but in reality, it's to negotiate the legitimacy of the Miners' Union. Tell Shirtsong to conduct negotiations as he sees fit, and not to worry about us. We will soon be leaving the asteroid belt. Understood. 10 minutes later, the warm current frigate will arrive at the God of Fire star at warp speed 10. Shirtsong wishes to invite you to participate in the negotiations. Lin Yang shook his head and smiled. We are the behind-the-scenes players and do not need to step into the spotlight. Got it, I will inform him right away. Lin Yang closed his eyes again and reclined on the sofa. 10 draws. Congratulations. The host's luck is extraordinary and an epic item has appeared in the shop. Time Rewinder, an epic guided weapon that upon detonation causes all objects within 100 kilometers to revert to 1 minute prior. Price 10,000 evolution points. Buy. Although I don't know when it will be useful, I will never miss an epic item when it appears. The last epic mirror generator saved my life. Captain, all supplies have been transported, and you can start your journey to inspect your 4 bounty docks at any time. Galeva came to the office with a beaming smile to report. Galava, you are now the overall supervisor, and your salary has increased by 50. Manage the 4 bounty docks well. Yes, Captain. How much money is currently in the account? The balance of the 4 docks combined is 2037680 star coins. Due to the order not being restored, the bounty hunters are on vacation and our market is still in a state of loss. However, I guarantee that we will turn a profit within a month. Good, I don't care how you do it, just deliver results. As always, don't tarnish my reputation. Please rest assured Captain Galeva will never do anything foolish. With the battleship fully stocked and the new legendary life support module already online, the 4 of them left the bounty dock to check on the battleship's situation. Half an hour later, the miners' organization Shirtsong sent a communication. Mr. Lin, Mars and Blue Star have recognized the legitimacy of the miners' organization. Great. With the recognition from Mars and Blue Star, order will soon be restored. However, they request to classify you as an S-level interstellar pirate, prohibiting any military or trade dealings with you, and they will block all news about you in the asteroid belt. I did not agree, and we are currently on a negotiation break. I would like to seek your opinion. Indeed, the Martian regime excels in political maneuvers, far surpassing the backward asteroid belt. Lin Yang couldn't help but exclaim. Shikong's tone grew resolute. Mr. Lin, it was you who defeated the United Asteroid Belt regime. Without your involvement, we would still be the underground resistance hidden from the light. I cannot agree to the Martian regime's demands, nor can the entire resistance. We must support you as our leader to contend with Mars and the Blue Star. Hey, hold on. Don't bestow me with the yellow robe. Lin Yang hurriedly interjected. Titles are mere vanity. There's no need to concern yourself with that. Just accept their demands and classify us as class interstellar pirates. How is that possible? I can't do that. Calm down, listen to me. The accounts of the 4 bounty docks are currently under Galava's name, right? Yes, your accounts have been jointly frozen by Mars and the Blue Star, and the 107 million star coins inside cannot be spent. Then that's fine. On the surface, the bounty docks belong to Galava, but in reality, they are still mine. Although the miners' organization has severed ties with us and classified us as pirates, we can still communicate privately. I can still command the general planning and future direction of the asteroid belt, right? Of course, but the Martian regime says it will dispatch a supervisory committee to monitor any dealings between us. As long as this supervisory committee holds no real power, it cannot hinder our communications. Just give them a pirate hunting mission to keep them busy. But they also demand that you block all news about us, making millions of miners forget about you. The more they do this, the more legendary we become among the people. Do not worry, agree to their demands, and let them quickly restore various investments. But you must remember, military economy and people's livelihoods must not be interfered with by them, not at all. By then, the supervisory committee will merely be a facade. Then, Mr. Lin, what about you? We will set sail once order is restored in the asteroid belt. The boundless sea of stars awaits us. I believe the Martian and Blue Star demands are not to obstruct your life in the asteroid belt, but rather to prevent you from reaching Mars or the Blue Star smoothly under a normal identity. Exactly, Shirtsong. If you understand this, then in the future ask me about the major affairs of the asteroid belt, and for minor matters you can discuss among yourselves. Yes, Mr. Lin, we will always support you. You are the soul of the asteroid belt. In this game of chess, Lin Yang superficially abandoned the fruits of victory and retreated into deep space. In reality, he had given up nothing. This decisive abandonment of gains earned him the respect of millions of residents in the asteroid belt. As long as he wished, he could lead the entire asteroid belt at any time. Yet he prepared to head to Mars to carve out a world for himself. The asteroid belt would become his backing, continuously providing various resources. The subsequent negotiations proceeded smoothly. The Martian regime obtained what it desired. They thought Lin Yang had not taken on the leadership of the asteroid belt. The entire team still carried the title of interstellar pirates, making it difficult to openly head to Mars. The bank's major companies, stock exchanges, and factories of Mars and the Blue Star returned to the asteroid belt. The Martian regime dispatched a supervisory committee comprised of 30 members to oversee the operation of the new regime. The new mineral legislation and the rights of miners began to be enforced. The tax revenue of the asteroid belt surged, becoming increasingly prosperous. 3 days later, Shuttle sent an encrypted message. Order has been restored among the 4 asteroids and major mines. A total of 786 million miners and 120 slaves have gained the status of free people. The 4 main fleets have officially commenced patrols and all docks are operating normally. The transition of the asteroid belt regime is officially complete. Upon hearing this report, Lin Yang nodded in satisfaction. We should set sail now. The destination is Mars. Captain, another encrypted communication has been received. Connected. After Ni Ziwen opened it, her expression turned somewhat unexpected. It's General Liu Yuanshan, the former commander of the Zhejian Star Fleet. Due to timely surrender, he has given Lin Yang 100 million star coins. After the transfer of power, Major General Liu Yuanshan was appointed as the president of the Asteroid Belt Fleet Academy. This effectively granted him a nominal position for retirement. Given that he had safely landed, he should have kept a low profile and enjoyed life. Unexpectedly, he took the risk of being discovered by the Martian Supervisory Committee to send Lin Yang an encrypted message. General Liu, it's been a while since we last met. You still appear as impressive as ever. What urgent matter brings you to use encrypted communication? Mr. Lin, I've heard that you are preparing to set sail for Mars. Is that true? Yes. Do you have any instructions? Weren't you classified as an interstellar pirate and your accounts frozen by the Martian regime? That's what I'm worried about. The F-Zone Dock 66 of the Martian Trade Dock is the Mars branch of the Star Alliance Bank. Go there and find a 3-eyed person named Yaobian. He has old ties with me and can upgrade your account from a secondary regional version to a primary universal version usable throughout the entire Star Alliance. At that point, the freeze from Mars and the blue star will become invalid. General Liu, you are so timely, thank you. No need to mention it. You provided me and my family with a chance to start anew. I once considered escaping back to Mars, but Major General Zhou Mingyuan from Wedding Star had crucial intelligence and was abandoned midway. I had nothing left. If you had not shown kindness, my family would have met the same fate as Theodore and Nelson. You are a wise and visionary person. We will meet again in the future. Is there anything you want me to convey to the 3-eyed person Yaobian? Nothing else. Just mention my name and he will understand what's going on. Oh, there's one more thing. Speak. I heard that the saber-toothed tiger punishment team from Sirius is about to enter the solar system, coming for your companion, Mr. Tiger Man. Be cautious. Goodbye. After closing the communication, Lin Yang noticed that Karugia no longer carried her usual nonchalance. Her tiger-like eyes squinted with concern, and the co-pilot Huang Yuexi also frowned, seemingly lost in thought. Clap. Clap. Lin Yang clapped his hands. Cheer up, it's time to depart. What's wrong, big cat? Are you scared? Oomph. Tiger people are never afraid. Ooh, I just miss my mother and father as well as my several royal sisters. Alright, what about you, Yuexi? You seem to have worries too. Not much, I'm just a bit hungry. How about you? I'm also hungry. Then I'll go prepare the meals. Huang Yuexi swiftly left the cockpit. After she left, Ni Ziwen walked over to Lin Yang. In a low voice, she said, the last time Yuexi seemed troubled was when she learned that Zhou Mingyuan from Wedding Star had been taken by the Martian regime. Now she seems troubled again, likely hearing news about Zhou Mingyuan. Captain Yuexi said she stayed on Wedding Star for a while. Ooh, I wonder if it has anything to do with that. I asked her privately before, and she said nothing, so I didn't press further. Sister Ziwen, some things are easier for you girls to discuss. Could you find an opportunity to ask her? Alright, I'll help her prepare the meals together. Ni Ziwen headed to the temporary dining area in the rear cabin. Upon reaching the door, she heard Huang Yuexi saying something. Let them go, I'll return with you. Where are you going, Yuexi? Sister Ziwen. I didn't say anything. I was just preparing a meal. What do you want to eat this time?